Semua mati listrik cuman gelintir doang. Wah.
But quite a bit better. Pretty sad it comes to it, right? For some people, yeah, pretty happy day because you get to see the teams you don't like leave, but
I mean,
pretty
it's
sad
entertaining
overall for everybody.
Yeah, there's so much on the line. Two massive organizations, massive Dota 2 teams that have had a lot of success and now battling to hold on and move forward to the main event at the International.
And overall, we have a pretty interesting different styles coming in, right? I think
mungkin iki
we
nih
haven't
Mas.
seen a draft like
Koyo apa jenenge?
couple games, at least me and you in particular. Looks pretty different.
Lagi ono maintenance toh.
Not the most team fight, but looking to just
ngecek.
Yes, I mean, because overall, do you like this last choice from
Taman
to go with the Skeeter Terrorblade, as we saw from the panel? It's not a hero, a carry that's been having a lot of success at all. Just the one win, I believe, out of the 8 games it has been played. But could this game be one that it can excel?
Mindah jalur tok.
Amount of physical damage that there's on Spirit, right? They do have magic that's going to be coming from like the Invoker and some from that Ogre, but it's a majority physical damage lineup when you look at it in terms of the later stage, so or in terms of this earlier on. So it's going to be interesting, and definitely for that lane, it's something that's really strong. But this is not the most traditional thing that we see lately. So let's see if it works out. And something else. It's not traditional. I have to point this out. Look what he went for on Laurel.
What do we got?
He went for Mind of Tornaris. So every one of them have been going either Quas or Exort.
Okay.
I don't think this is the first one that he's gone for it, but interesting to point out, and we'll see what build he wants to do. It looks like he's just going to do kind of standard, right? You go for this X Dominator build. But yeah, definitely an interesting one. Because the difference in terms of how you... I don't know if it's going to really change how much he plays or his team fight, but I'm definitely curious.
And because overall as well, do you think Falcons are going to be able to create enough space for Skeeter? Because Team Spirit's lineup, right, they've got a lot of heroes that are going to be looking to hunt down that Terrorblade, right? The Bounty, the Slardar sneaking around in that mid-game, setting up for these Sunstrikes or TPs in from the carry Nature's Prophet Yatoro. It feels like a lot of pressure that could be targeted on the Terrorblade quite successfully.
Oh, definitely. But there is so much team fight advantage, I would say, for the side of Falcons. I think that's what you're talking about. Chaos can really start to reign supreme. Let's see how these lanes end up going down, because Brew, he's played this hero quite a lot in the past.
Yeah, it's one of his classics, yeah.
Yeah, really does love to play. And he's playing this Hunter supposed to be the Chen, right? They did do a little bit of a switch up, as we see from Falcons. Sure. He can do a lot of damage.
Hunter bisa ngilang-ngilang itu Mas Arif.
The rotations that he can do, scouting things out, sniping couriers, but also in the mid game, just track and corrosive hits. We have to point it out. He's playing Rasangan.
Ini babi ngepet. Bukan babi deh.
That's true.
Tikus tanah.
On him. Level 2 just about to be hit by Mapochka. Go to start playing the lane. Abilities.
Yep, he's a hero now. But this Chen is very disruptive in general. Like, snaking, obviously we saw 100% win rate on him. Just how much he does in terms of early game just to slow down any aggression, right?
Seladarnya tuh.
Tends to have, and later on in these farms, because that's his snaking specialty, but we'll probably set up Amar for a pretty solid lane in particular, just because he's going to be able to constantly put them low mana.
Yet to lose a game on the road to the International is Chen.
And yeah, the mid lane, I feel like this is going to be pretty free for Malrine. I've seen a couple of these Sand King Invoker matchups, but Malrine is the king of the sand.
He really
is truly the king of the sand, and we've seen him dominate so many matchups and just take the tower really early. So that's one thing that I'm a little concerned about for Laurel, since he's getting crushed right now. Top lane.
Atas baku hantam.
Skeeter farming very nicely against Collapse so far. Made good use of that first round of the Metamorphosis. Double the CS as opposed to what Collapse on the Slardar has been able to find in this lane so far.
And some of these games I have seen, I think we saw a couple Sand Kings in a row just lose, right? I think at least what I've gotten from the reasoning was that I've been seeing a lot of damage mitigation versus Sand King. His damage looks weaker than what I saw from some of these other games because of auras. Spirit doesn't have an aura lineup. There's no pipe fire. I mean, I guess Bounty can.
That was going to say pipe. Yeah, the Bounty's going to get one, at least something like a pipe later down the line.
Natur.
Nothing too soon, and unlikely to be there at a point where Falcons will be bringing that team fight against them between the Sand King and the Pango in particular.
Yeah, the Epicenter can be pretty devastating this game. They are not, I wouldn't say they're the tankiest overall on their draft on the side of Spirit compared to usual.
Mid lane-nya tenang-tenang aja.
Try and chase down Crit here. They're going to have it. First blood.
First blood.
Goes away for that. They can put heavy damage in onto Skeeter as well. Bash comes in. Skeeter trying to stand his ground, but the crush comes back up from Collapse. Spirit, they're going to clean up both of them in that top lane.
Bro.
Huge stuff. They decided to swap these lanes up too, right? On the side of Falcons. They're going to get punished for it with a beautiful move there from Brew and Collapse.
Mahal.
So his stick charge is built up. He didn't even need them until the last second there. He actually killed them both without even needing those 14 wands from Collapse.
A bit of a spooky lane, and obviously a lane that you'd imagine. It's probably been a while since Falcon's safe lane ran into a Bounty Slardar duo, right? You just don't see that this patch.
You pick the Terrorblade in a way to deal with the pressure that's going to be coming out from the high physical damage, and he just died in laning phase. It's a big deal for Spirit. But this might be a bigger deal, as we see. Malrine 37 to the 17-6 right now.
Top lane Ki. Tinggal carry tuh sih Mas.
Bottom lane.
Good damager tuh sih.
25 and 2 on Yatoro.
Well, it's just kind of spamming back and forth in a way. The post could try and ensure that he can get some ignites out before he gets his mana burn, but overall, Falcons is sustaining through this pretty heavily.
Of course, one other way that the sort of tracks and the corrosive haze will be annoying in these mid-game fights.
Ikan lainnya kan
is gonna
2-1-2
provide
kan?
that vision so that when these ignites are flying out, they are going to still connect, even if you're far back at the back of the team fight. Right, Fru's already setting up with the vision.
Lainnya
which,
kan
is gonna make it a lot harder
masih
to play
2-1-2
potentially with
dari
those blink
dulu,
daggers
Ding.
that you want to be getting on the Sand King and the Pango.
No, absolutely. I mean, I was glad that Misery actually, I think it was Misery that said it at the end there, is that this is a very vision approach coming out from Team Spirit. They're going to have a lot of ways to just see these backlines, see current heroes, and track those corrosive, and focus down these targets.
Nek top lane seko
A lot of trouble here. Stick
sing
charges won't save
kuwi
him.
offline.
Getting under the tower, nothing that Posture can do to hold Falcons back.
Definitely fragile.
Oh, nek sing seko sing tim
Trying to
ijo,
get his buddy.
tim ijo kuwi offline-e.
Alright, so, okay,
Nek
cool.
sing
So,
bawah
2-0-2,
lagi god lane-e dan
and he puts
dibalik
a
to.
point in Wax, and you got the obviously additional point because he is Wax.
Carry-ne ding,
So,
kok god lane to.
interesting.
Biasaan Mobile
A lot
Legends.
of times you see this Dominator build, they go for the 4-0-4 so that they have the double Force Spirit plus the Dominator too, so that means he's maybe going to play a little bit different.
Down bottom, another dive here from Falcons. Putting a lot of pressure now onto the safe lane of Team Spirit. They'll get themselves a second kill now,
Sing
taking
motion
out the
disken
score.
mau.
It's on the catapult wave, so Malrine, this tower's dead. Unless they bring heroes down here, this is a full tower kill that Falcon's going to be able to set up for with the stupid miss rate that applies from the Sand King. 40% of course on that tower.
Who's hanging around?
Save lane padahal tidak save.
Got a
Ya
drag wave.
tawur
He doesn't have a
terus
shield
kok.
rune, but this tower's dead. On the flip side,
Berarti tim merah kan save yang di atas toh.
I mean, these are big kills that he's finding. You know, we're just what's coming up to 7 minutes in, and Collapse already finding 3 kills in this top lane. A couple of deaths early
Solo
on the
kill.
streets of Terrorblade that I'd imagine Falcons aren't going to be too happy with.
those are that evens out the game almost completely, right? With the way that the other two lanes are kind of going, that is phenomenal for Collapse. Kind of the hero that they want to do the best in the game too on the side of Spirit, right? He's the one who's going to be the one leading the charge, setting the tempo for them too. So if he gets off to an early blink with his Soul Ring, that could be massive for them to be able to match and actually have that damage that maybe they were lacking in the early game, right? Because the lack of team fight, if they have early corrosive haze plus this blink dagger on the Slardar, could change things up massively. Really well done from them up top.
Mosquito's got to be very careful up
Ini hutane Dota ini bisa buat tamasya loh ini. Tinggal mau cari yang mana aja, ya kan? Tinggal yang horor, yang gelap-gelapan, ya ada, yang terang benderang juga ada. Gitu. Pada kenyataannya lane paling chaos lah, tawuran terus. Woi diganyang cok, backupnya. Tim hijau. Sand King mundur. Ancuk mati cok.
The Team Spirit 8-minute 5-man rotation to the mid lane. Seen this in the past.
Rotasi
Put emphasis to take out the
nggak
tower here.
expect sih itu.
The Collapse is still lingering in the area.
Kaget dia tadi.
Good aggressive early game so far from Spirit.
These are really clever moves too. I mean, Collapse, he is snowballing.
Got eyes on Crypt, leads him with the crush.
Wah, ngeflanking sampai belakang sana cok.
Very early on.
He eats the tango before the stun.
Muter dia mas, muter dia.
Collapse.
Atret muter sana.
Truly the difference maker. 500 differential between him and that Pank. His blink is going to be one of the earliest I think we see. With treads and Soul Ring and a bracer.
Definitely the quickest.
Itu main core tuh ya.
Quite some time. Don't see that many.
True.
But yeah, Collapse.
Santai aja, turretnya jauh-jauhan no ini. Cok, modelnya boyongan cok.
Lihat. Now also, he knows how they play. Right, the Sand King now has got
Boyongan.
once, so immediately they're going to go back.
Ternak.
Obviously, work on those stacks to
Ternak
get that timing.
kebo.
He's already being a nuisance. Rue is placing a deep vision, or up on the high ground. He's scouting it out, blocking camps as well. Very game plan these first 10 minutes. Has worked quite a bit better, it would seem, for the Falcons. Even though Falcons were the ones that did that lane switch up. Looking good start for them. And Toro's getting space to hit some creeps.
Overall, Falcons as a whole are keeping up in net worth.
Yep.
But it's just going to be the fact that Collapse in particular is going to have that crucial item pickup so early.
Lagi farming manja dulu sih ini.
Things could start to barrel out of control.
Cok, ngeflank cok.
Courier snipe.
And
Ini roamernya nih.
We mentioned the buffs for Yatoro.
Materang itu, materang itu.
You can throw an Alacrity on a Slardar. You can throw these Bloodlusts and all this on the Slardar as well too. If he gets an early start and he gets these buffs, he's going to be very, very powerful with these run heroes. That's the blink done.
Midnya mulai rusuh nih.
That's like the Sand King mid lane and the Earthshaker mid lane.
It's had stacks made for them.
Yeah, that's crazy timing. That
Collapse just doing it from raw kills and lane farm alone.
Lagi farming manja dulu ini.
Right, they know that the vision is here, but he is sapping experience.
Ini loh.
I mean, yeah, what do you do about the bounty sort of sitting in this position?
Bounty hunternya loh.
Right, they want to be as efficient
Pulang.
as possible. I mean, look at the way it's like Falcons.
Pulang dulu, pulang.
Crit was showing in the mid lane. Snaking was farming for a bit too. Pango bottom.
Nah, itu situ dulu ya. Low, nggak ada follow up damage nanti. Nah, jagain tuh turret tuh. Tuh goblin mak. Oh ya, yuk perang di jungle yuk.
See where he wants to go with it.
Hasn't shown it. Now he's gonna put it in his bag. So he's gonna make a move instantly. So
towards Maureen, jumping for a collapse, gets him with the crush. The hand of God heal will come
Yo,
out.
yo, yo,
TV
maju.
back up on the way. They're trying to finish off Maureen. They'll manage to do so before the backup of Falcons can do anything.
Collapse has had some games this tournament
Kena
that
lagi.
he struggled. This is most definitely
Kena lagi jadi Samsak, Cok.
Go. They back up, they smoke up. They're ready to jump on the mid again, and Falcons show themselves.
Such heads up, right? He didn't show the blink top.
Nyebar ke nyebar Canon bounty hunter ini bukae map soalnya.
From Spirit, very well prepared in this early game.
We're gonna see if maybe they catch someone around the bottom
Cuman
side.
nek punya ruang kayak gitu terang banget deh mapnya.
Collapse, he's in the area.
Probably gonna cost taking his life. Collapse.
Wah,
Find another.
Snowball.
sakit banget, Cok.
He's in the area.
Probably gonna cost taking his life. It's collapse. Find another.
Solo kill,
out of
bos.
Control already on this Larder. Tango defusal is
Solo
finished up.
kill.
So I mean, Amar, he's having the best game out of everybody.
Masih
as a
rame
soft
kah Bang
laner at the moment.
He's
komunitasnya?
gonna have to do a lot of heavy lifting
Masih kalau
in terms of turning up
kalau
these
di
fights.
Indo udah
Trying to put a stop
kurang.
to- It's just an absolute rampage that collapses on so far.
Di Indo kurang.
He can run into some issues.
Aku
when
seneng
he gets
nonton
burst, though, right?
turnenya
Into the
aja.
Slardar, corrosive page stun, and if he gets cold snapped, you can't get
Di Indo udah didominasi Mobile Legends.
Keeps poking you. And then there's a tornado.
Cuman
actually
seneng
follow up too,
nonton
because the ability's
turnenya
gone for,
aja.
So he can constantly interrupt to prevent Amar to get these spells.
Terakhir
Blink is done.
main
The Falcons, they
Ulur
do have
masih
this timing for
sebiji.
Maureen, but it has been slowed down by at least 2 minutes. it feels.
udah apa ya, bahkan di Indo tuh udah
See where they want to go.
ya udah redup, udah nggak ada ininya lagi.
Kind of
Dota
reveal,
tuh.
can they find with it?
Mobile Legends sekarang banyak tuh.
Continue to show in the mid.
Maybe tough to go for Laurel. He is not fragile anymore. That's a 1400 HP Invoker with this Dominator plus point booster build. You may not finish him off if you even go with an epic.
Invoker,
He's just going to grab
Invoker.
the blink, so not going to attempt to try for any sort of surprise play.
Cuman
He just
seneng
knows
nonton
that
aja.
Like these Spirit.
Kalau suruh main,
Yeah.
Blink
up
likes to be on now
dulu.
anyway.
Yep, he's tracked up. So
Pusing.
when you track, they see a 0 gold, right? So they know immediately.
Pulang.
Gonna find
Langsung
the Poshka.
dapat.
Collapse is watching, wondering if they can maybe turn this into something.
There's that.
So yeah, they'll let
Astun terus.
Poshka go.
Ayo wis. We lost.
Get themselves on the board.
Mau
It's been
gimana ada
some time
di
since they were able
pojok
to fight
gitu.
much actually. So move toward the mid. There's that epicenter, but Laurel is absurdly tanky.
Surprise di HBD kah ini tadi barusan?
So move toward the mid. There's that epicenter,
Oh,
but
yeah.
Laurel is absurdly
Kena
tanky.
lagi.
Yeah, very. I mean, they barely got him down to less than half HP there with that epicenter attempt from Maureen.
I mean, yeah, to be expected though, right? It's literally 1500 HP Invoker. The Epi does not do that much without a follow-up, in particular this early. Connecting every single pulse is just not realistic. Versus an Invoker this early on.
Aggro-nya terlalu banyak, Bang.
Right?
He's gonna get caught. Collapse gonna
Masih
try and
early
jump
ini
out,
udah-
but Netflix is
aduh,
up for
mati
Skeeter.
itu.
So Team Spirit, they won't want to take this fight.
Collapse.
Comes in with the burrow strike, Maureen.
Pulang.
Can he continue to run
Wah,
from this?
su masih.
They're all
Wah,
chasing him, but he's gonna be
Udah
fine.
mati,
He's
Cok.
gonna be up in a second. Collapse is away.
udah mati,
He's
Bang.
disengaged almost immediately. I think
Udah mati.
It's a murder.
He's able to get him with the dive and get the kill behind the tier 2 tower. Lyle TP's in, but the damage has been done. They've lost their carry.
Solo kill.
Can Amar get out though?
Solo kill
Low
iya
on the
pulang.
map.
Iya, nggak bisa pulang. Iya, nggak bisa pulang. Iya, nggak bisa
He's
pulang.
coming in, Amar.
He's going down.
Dikejar dong. Dikejar dong. Wah.
Jump. Amar.
Make him work for it a tiny bit.
Ah, ente.
For you. 3-man track.
Ente, bos.
Another one for Collapse. 6-0-1 so far.
Ya habis dapat kill, habis itu udah dibalikin udah. Aku kayak gitu, 3 kayak gitu.
Tips him as well.
Ini carry-nya nih.
And offlaners are having quite a start to the series.
Yeah, they're both pretty insanely farmed.
I can actually Amar's the fact that he got that kill, right?
Mermaid.
All the way up there. Yeah, in-state. Gold at least.
Bang apa bener
And even now
update
after all
baru
this.
di
It's a nice nice save for
Dota.
Maureen. I'll
Kirain
jump him up a little
agak
bit.
kalau ulti bisa milih lagu.
Building up the beautiful mid game that is.
Gak tahu aku update-nya. Aku tuh jarang main. Cuman seneng nonton turnenya aja gitu loh. Seneng lihat baku hantamnya gini. Gak tahu kalau itu. Mungkin yang main Dota bisa ikut menjawab ya itu ya. Gak tahu aku update gitu. Aku main cuman pakai Leon doang. Pakai Leon kok Leon mah. Ini apa itu namanya? Resident Evil. Leon.
See what they can
Itu
find.
pun main gak bener ya.
Not many around this area. Collapse the closest.
Looks like they want to get a kill into the tower. There is a Dominator creep which is just completely stopping the push on its own.
If I damage rune as well here for Collapse.
But it's shard now too, so that crush, it's gonna hurt. This crush is really gonna hurt early on.
Falcons unlikely to find a kill with this smoke. The tower.
Jebol tuh itu. Nah, jebol.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
They're arrested. Able to avoid this move completely.
Jebol tuh itu.
Well, should have the Aghanims online for the next fight.
Wah,
Tora has
di
the
paus, Cok.
Super
Belet
powerful.
kencing itu.
do so.
And let's see how
Ikut
powerful the
pipis ini.
Wex Aghanims is overall, right? The shard on Wex is super powerful. It is like the thing that you want for it in particular, but not something you want to get first because it makes your EMP, vacuum them in. It makes it do even more damage because of the percentage change. But the Aghanim is going to something that's been experimented a lot. I'm
Tuh
gonna
merah
mention
tuh
Beyond,
ada yang
particularly
flanking
not
sampai
here for
belakang
looking
tuh.
at the shadow 'cause he's the one doing it a lot ups.
Oh, atasnya,
But it's a
Cok.
bit of a strange one because it's kind of like this farming one, but it's also a blink canceller because it leaves these tornadoes in the back. So there's some hidden potential to it.
Atasnya bencana tuh. Wah, perang di bawah tuh. Hutan bawah itu, Cok. Nah.
Getting the jump on him. Rolling Thunder to lock him down.
Wah, ketangkep.
Going down. Skeeter's able to find the kill. A big one for him. They're going to be
Ini
likely
biji
to pick up
terenggiling nih ya. Rusuh yuk.
Falcons quickly pushing the two of those on the
Wilos.
side of the map. A lot of money there for Skeeter getting that last touch on the collapse kill.
Long of the days since Skeeter got solo killed now. He is pretty much tied in net worth now. That slaughter now. He's in.
He's able to get the jump onto Lal. We'll see if they have enough damage this time round.
Walah.
Lal, he'll be able to walk away from this one. Again, not quite having enough follow-up after the epicenter to try and bring the Invoker down.
Nice quelling the Pushka. Doesn't get caught by the bushwhack there. Again, tanking that epicenter.
Lal maybe thinking about getting back in on this. Be the fastest Aghanim's that we've seen so far here on the Red Team's National
Kayaknya
Invokers.
enteng ya lihat pro player pada movementnya, gerak-geraknya, rotasinya, teleport-teleportnya enak gitu ya. Kita yang nggak tahu apa-apa main buset jalan kaki gini. Kayak enak banget gitu loh pro player main tuh. Wow sih.
Has Lal got enough damage there to help out? He does not. But Poshka shot down by Crit.
Goes on both sides. 9-8 right now. Brew immediately going through the portal. Looks like Spirit. This is great how the pacing that we're having. I swear a lot of these other games have been quite slow, but this one, both teams just looking for the kills all over the place. Collapse and Brew paired up, looking for their next target. This tower's, it's actually surprising this tower's still alive, right? I think perhaps maybe they should have gone for this a little sooner.
Radar carry
Now
us.
that they could have pressured more, but the fact that it stay alive that long after Collapse got these solo kills is a big deal.
Sama-sama gundul tuh mintnya tuh.
Toro. We're gonna see the buff-ups, right? Now we can start to mention a couple of them because he's gonna get more involved.
Nanti sama jungle gak lucu kan kamu kan?
See the corrosive haze that's next up. We'll see the alacrity at some point.
Jangan sampai ternak sapi di situ nanti malahan.
Absolutely insane. It looked pretty funny actually.
Tuh bisa kemah tuh di situ tuh. Sepi banget.
As we saw before the boomerang, he does have that amplify for the sinking now at this point. Almost an axe also
Nah,
from
ini
They're hitting some pretty big.
mau ke joning atas tuh.
How are the BKBs for Spirit? That's probably, I would say, the go time for Spirit.
Your turret's very close, right? He's got the hammer. Oh no, has he got the hammer on?
I think it's somewhere.
No, I think he had it queued up, then he put the Ogre Club first instead.
Okay.
Ini mah masih farming santai. Atas itu loh bang. Kameranya bang, atas bang. Bang, nah.
Okay.
Perang tuh bang, atas tuh bang. Lagi zoning tuh bang. Ya diganyang tuh bang. Iya kena tuh.
And it's Tormentor
They
time.
can maybe see if they find more. Lal. They're gonna have eyes on him. Crit.
Di flank dari belakang. Alah kena stun. Masih surpas bang. Pulang.
Final right click flying through there from Skeeter.
Falcons getting quite a bit of big kills here. They can look to back up a Tormentor if they want to. The bounce, max damage on the crit.
But there's something there to be picked up
Kalau
by Yatora
di
in return.
Ardon mah sambil ngopi bang mainnya.
That damage. Right. Absolute magic that he was able to get there. And
Ditinggal
they can't
bikin
go back for that Tormentor since
mie dulu bisa ya kayaknya nih.
Wisdom. Looks like Falcons is thinking about contesting the shrine here.
They don't have the meta to fight with. Still on quite the cooldown for
Tuh
Skeeter.
loh, rotasinya tuh kayak enteng banget ya kalau pro player main ya.
Tormentor, but Spirit.
Enteng banget.
Considering if they want to fight up there, maybe at least try to steal it.
It's gonna go down very quickly. Falcons. Got to secure the shot here for Maureen. Team Spirit, they're looking for the jump. Straight away, they're going to go all in on the Zang King. He'll get the Burrow Strike off. Maureen trying to back off Sunstrike. Coming in with the blink. It's there in time. Doesn't matter. Sprout.
Wah, dibalikin dong.
They kill Maureen off.
Heads up jumps. Just instantly going for it.
Ini loh, bounty hunternya nih. Boleh-boleh nih roamer kayak gini nih.
Every little thing matters. Wait to see what Koshka wants to go for. He hasn't queued it up yet, but
it's got to be tempting to get that minus.
He's queued it up now.
Mat hack anjing.
You're playing here against Falcons. You know that this game's got a good 40 minutes at least left in it.
You're playing with Chen too. Right? Multi-Midas on some of these Chen armies.
I'd take out his whole army, yeah.
Why not? Okay, here are the BKBs. So
All right.
Collapse, he's got it finished. Yotaro, he's got it finished. How's Laurel? Laurel's not going to go for it. He's going to go for a normal Vulgar route. But yeah, these two BKBs could absolutely enable them to be able to fight back into these ultis.
Belok asisnya sampai 68 tadi tuh.
That's a close one.
Super close. I think most of the games that we've had, a lot of the games that we've had, they're pretty 50-50
8
by this
asisnya.
20-something minute mark, so.
Dari asin ini
Perfect scenario that we've got
7.
going on here.
Spirit,
Ada.
ready to go again.
Yeah, it looks like
Tapi belum tentu ya.
See who they can find.
Brew
Masih
also
menit
has a vessel finish.
22
No
nih.
charges, but something to keep tabs up since he's playing versus that Invoker heal.
Falcons, they're not afraid to
Item
fight.
juga belum ada. Wah, ini ulang.
Falcons then
Mana
on the
itu
break to
surprise
find who they
attack-nya?
have. The Metamorphosis is
Wah.
to jump on and collapse in the mid lane. Burrow striking into the rolling thunder.
Tuh,
Collapse.
down.
Completely controlled. No opening there to get his BKB off.
They know priority.
They're ready to push for more Falcons. Spirit, they're hovering around, considering trying to take this fight still. Tornado coming down the middle of
Baliin
them.
kah?
Falcons, they'll be able to split up. EMP does come in hard onto Skeeter. Primus takes out his entire mana pool.
He does have ways to get mana back, though. He has mana draft. He has magic 1 charges, so they might swing back around and look to go.
Falcons still feel strong. They'll happily take this fight into a Spirit without collapse.
Through.
They're going to find him. He's picked up with the Burrow strike. That's Brood on as well.
And the post go.
Bushwhack connects.
Kena. Nge-trap ya dia ya. Yang nge-trap ya.
They'll happily take this fight
Yang nge-trap ya itu
into
ya.
a Spirit without collapse.
Through.
They're going to find him.
Iya,
He's picked up
nge-trap.
with the Burrow strike. That's Brood on as
Nge-trap.
well.
Tapi kena surprise.
Falcons. Likely find a
Bisa pulang nggak itu? Bisa pulang nggak itu?
He's got the back of Yatoro coming in. A Spirit, they have to be careful here.
Oh bisa.
So close.
Nyaris.
Nice sidestep there from the post.
Nyaris kena
Treatment
ludah.
to wait for the teammates to get back in, collapse, turns to the fight, but still Brood down for 15 seconds. Falcons though, they're happy with that.
Yep, they can't get into the pit, though. The constant fighting, the constant contention that's coming out from Spirit there will prevent them from getting that Aegis. And Yatoro instantly goes to the opposite side of the map. He is having a pretty good separation between him and Terrorblade at this point. 2,000 gold differential. And we have to mention the buffs. They kind of both have raid boss buff, though. Didn't really mention too much about for the Terrorblade, but he's got Chen, right? So there's always going to be the row of buffs that he's going to be getting from the army, unless he gets Midas to clear it out. So
We are seeing, one thing in favor of Spirit in these fights is that the Falcons, with the plays that they've gone, they're kind of having to drop everything down onto
collapse.
if they see collapse,
Yeah.
right? And if they're throwing everything onto collapse, highly likely that Yatoro on this incredibly farm Nature's Prophet will have the freedom to
rotasi
TP
lagi
in
nih.
where he wishes in this fight and not really be a threat of anything else. Falcons, they've got to make sure they've got something saved for when the Nature's Prophet turns up.
no, absolutely. I mean, they can't let them get those BKB windows off, though, if they're going to go for that type of play onto collapse there. Aghanim's
Open
finished
map
up now
dari
for a
semua
mark.
map
His timing is
diputerin
extremely
sama Bounty
solid.
Hunter tuh.
And okay, so you also mentioned Lucky Shot, right? So that's another application that they do have in Terrorblade.
In the mid, quick jump.
Wah,
One of the
anjing
tier
kena
two, they don't
dong.
mind.
Wah.
They're trying to take the kill quickly.
The damage burst on both sides is pretty crazy, but Falcons feels quite a bit higher, I would say, in terms of both magic.
Bisa ngerti ya mata ya kalau orang di situ ya.
If they get the crush combo with the Nature's Prophet there, but I feel like Falcons can do it a lot easier any type of combos.
Should be the Roshan here for Falcons.
Apa tanggepukin Bagong tuh?
In position to head over.
Ini namanya apa sih Mas Arif? Aku manggil Bagong ya. Gede kayak Bagong kok.
Doesn't seem
Kode
likely, so
bunder gitu.
should be a free Aegis here for Falcons.
Who do you give it to? Do you want to give it to the Terrorblade? Let's see. He has that transformation, right? Looks like they will. Kind of figures anyway. An amp damage up top now, too.
Ooh, that's quite a nice one for
Orosan.
Falcons to easily make a play with if they wish.
Yeah, Malvin, he's got it in the bottle. He's ready for that. Collapse. Halfway to Aghanim's. Getting stronger and stronger. Yatoro also getting
Entah
closer and
kenapa aku
closer.
dari dulu
That big damage
ngapalin
on the back,
Dota
having his
tuh
When he is massive on the
banyak
space, probably
banget
about
ya.
3k ahead of that of the farmer Skeeter.
I always am very interested to see the
dari
Yatoro build. I feel like
segi
he has the
itemnya
most
itu kan,
different type of builds compared to a lot of players. So I wonder which
spell-spellnya,
route he wants to go, 'cause we used
belum
to see
nanti
people versus
monster-monster
Terrorblade with
jungle-nya
different
itu tuh.
approaches and things like that. So let's see what type of pivot he wants to, if there's any, or if he just goes complete standard.
He's going to be a problem. This next
He is.
problem.
He most definitely is.
He's that far ahead, not just on the gold, the farm, but also on the XP race.
Oh, that's a
Coming to
ball,
level 21 against Skeeter's level 17. Like, Yatoro's getting quite the space.
I feel like the priority of dunking ultis is gonna quickly get shifted onto him, obviously. Instead of collapse,
They have to try and poke out a
Yeah.
reaction in the fight that causes Yatoro to TP in and then drop the real jump onto the
Yes.
Nature's Prophet. Because if they don't, Yatoro is very close to pretty much
Ini
just being able to
mainnya
kill out each and every one
udah
with how
Yes.
much farm he has on this Nature's Prophet.
motong-motong kayak gitu tuh.
These buffs, right? The corrosive haze thrown on a couple
Pulang,
enemies,
bos.
the alacrity of
Pulang.
bloodlust
Nah.
is absolutely all going to start add up. Keep snaking. Okay, still no shard.
Udah
for
nih,
him, of
mulai
course. I'm
cari-carian
always
nih.
keep tabs of Snay, which creeps he has, and also if he does get that shard, because bonus armor, all these things are really going to matter in this game.
Tuh, Bounty
As he
Hunter sampai sana tuh.
is Ice Ogre for
Oh.
quite a long time, so
Ada
really wanting to make sure
belakang-belakang
they
tuh.
can give even just a bit of extra armor for his allies versus that physical of
Oh
Snare.
atas tuh, wis botain tuh.
Trade at the Shrine of Wisdoms. Push continues from Falcon's top. 3 minutes of Aegis.
Are they going to force it? I think they can try to
And
force
they
them
could
back at
definitely
least.
go down and press meta and just see what
Yeah,
happens.
Exactly. I think that's what they're going to do here. Gonna start poking at least with the illusions.
There we go.
Wah digundulin dong.
Spirit. What's the plan gonna
Main
be?
objektif ya.
Notification comes out.
Gotta start rotating back.
Dipotain bro.
Cheer from Skeeter.
Anjing gak santai tuh.
It's dropping
Well,
quickly.
Emang
TP
towernya
right now.
Laurel
betul banget sih itu.
does not have
Dung, 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 dung.
a little bit short of having it. Next fight could be pretty
Royokan
dangerous.
anjing kayak orang demo.
But he's very, very vulnerable.
Just good pressure from Falcons with the Sages.
Tornado will be able to cut pretty much that entire wave. One creep is actually still alive. Be able to keep that going. Skater.
Collapse is watching from the side.
Hunternya dari tadi berusaha ngasih ini ya
Not quite gonna make the
open
connection.
map. Musuhnya tuh di atas semua, bro.
Decent amount of structural damage and forcing.
Nah, by one. Adu mekanik. Dah.
We'll still have a bit of time where Metamorphosis
Sama
is back
jungle
online.
adu
We'll have
mekaniknya.
just under a minute left on the Aegis, so
Do they smoke out is the question on Spirit.
I think you want to,
try for a
right?
play?
Whilst this match is-
Apalah kebelit pipis kali ini playernya nih.
Hurricane
I feel like we could see Ghost Scepters get picked up from quite a bit of heroes on the side of Falcons. Because it really is, yes, there's
Di pause mulu, belit pipis boy.
there's some magic damage from the Invoker, but most of this damage now at this point is Yatoro's right clicks. See Malrine, he does have his Ghost Scepter finished up. Going for the BKB next.
very close to finding snaking there, but be able to stay out of vision and get back to the safety of the tier 2. And you know that Amar was up here.
Nah, terus ya, jalan-jalan ya.
Ghost Squad. I believe his BKB is about to be delivered as well.
Amar?
Info-info perang tuh.
Or is it the BKB?
Ganyang tuh.
Just gonna TP out. This is not a place to stick around.
Lepas ya itu.
As Yatoro with no BKB though for
Belakang.
90 seconds. Falcons could look to make a play off that.
Certainly got me them at the moment. Skeeter and Marine around the mid.
I'd imagine that Falcons is going to immediately smoke and look for a play. I'd be surprised if they don't with that BKB down. So Crit, he comes out, he smokes a Mar. No Rolling Thunder for 50.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Skeeter. Skeeter is about to lose the Aegis, and he's very close to having the Scarlet. About 300 gold off having that final piece here with the ultimate orb.
Okay, he is very farmed too. Going full stat heavy. All these auras as well as we keep mentioning. Not going to be easy to bring down. Still looking for this kill. What are they going to run into? Crit. Rue breaks it.
Now he's around.
Ketahuan.
Oh.
Oh enggak.
Yatoro's TPing in.
Yeah, now they're
thinking
getting
about it.
They're backing away.
Bisa invisible terus gitu ya.
Be back up in 30
Cicil
seconds
terus.
for Yatoro. Bottom tower is
Ulang.
getting pushed pretty
Kayak
hard
ulang
here from
ngebling
Laura.
tadi.
The thing is, of course, in these fights, even though Yatoro does have this farm advantage, he's going to have to position himself pretty riskily if he wants to try and tackle the Terrorblade. Just down to the fact that, you know, at the moment Skeeter does have that enchantment of the plus 110
Well,
attack
tuh,
range. So
bawah
when he
tuh.
pops the meta, he should have that range advantage against the native problem.
For sure, yeah. And it's definitely not the easiest in terms of positioning when you're playing versus this team fight, right? Versus Sanking, versus Pango, versus even the Hoodwink as well too. So definitely not the
Ini
easiest
nih,
fight
nanti
to
late
use Yatoro.
gamenya
This
kayak gimana
is
nih?
state. That's the one thing we do have to say, right? The auras and the heals that are going to come in from Snag. He also has a Vlads. That's a big difference in comparison to Spirit. He does not have
Udah
that.
mulai menit 30 nih.
So they want to fight this Spirit.
Mid game nih dah nih.
It's on the high ground, Rue.
Tornado will
More people.
catch on to all of them. Rue heading up. Right away, they're
Sendiri dong kamu. Sendiri dong.
Holds back Lal. Rue, he's going to get taken out.
Ya.
They have to run. They're not going to get the chance to maybe the
Ya.
They kill him off with the physical damage coming out from Skeeter. I mean, they sort of poked around a bit too much there, Spirit, Lal, and Rue.
Tadi kenapa sih? Kok bisa kejeduk?
Pulling low, Bushwhack holds back Lal. Up. Right away, they're over the shield crack.
Ini tuh Falcon. Falcon itu yang merah dari tim merah. Yang tim hijau itu tim Spirit.
This watchbuckle Rue. Pulling low, Bushwhack holds back Lal.
Yang hijau tim Spirit, yang merah tim Falcon.
Spirit, they have to run. They're not going to get the chance to maybe the BKB doesn't matter.
Nah, kenapa tadi dia tuh?
Right
Kok
away.
bisa ketahuan tuh?
Tornado will
More people.
catch on to all of them, Rue.
Oh,
Catch on to all of them, Rue. Heading up.
mau kegebuk, lagi lewat, kegebuk.
Holds back Lal. Rue, he's going to get taken out. Spirit, they have to run. They're not going to get the chance to maybe the BKB doesn't matter. They kill him off with the physical damage coming out from Skeeter. I mean, they sort of poked around a bit too much there, Spirit, Lal, and Rue.
I wonder,
Pay the price.
I wonder what the choice for them there was.
Weh,
too, 'cause
Dota.
it did not look
Nonton
like there was
turnamen,
any
Mas
attempt of a
Diki.
fight possible. Perhaps they were looking for a pick off after people TP'd out, but they gave up big kills. That's the first BKB usage from Laurel as well too.
And with that, I mean, they could maybe try poking the top set of barracks
Wah,
again.
ini udah
They
mulai
might just take this.
And they go.
harusnya bisa sih ini war sih.
Lift, no invoker. I
Kan
don't think
objektif
Spirit had
banget ini
any beasts
si
left.
apa namanya?
And that was a very rough move to try and make it to Falcons.
Dari
and
tim
cost them
merah
an
ini
early.
mana? Falcon?
Falcons take the top set.
I'm really trying to figure out
Tangi
what, it must
turu.
have been them just hoping
Turun
that
neh
they
Mas,
sped up,
si jam
but
piro iki, si
that is
jam
really
4. Ya
painful
subuhan,
move from
subuhan.
Spirit.
Because even if there was less,
Right?
right? Kind of unlikely for those two heroes really to have the damage to kill some of these scores, right?
I mean, they have like the Sunstrike that comes.
Sure.
Even then, right? They have the TP as well from Yatoro, but a risky play that absolutely does not work out for them as they lose their Rex. Always going to be that pressure now on that
Balapan
top
opo?
side. Falcons, the group up, truly starting to show its power.
I mean, sort of what early game, Skeeter was taken out a couple of times, but since then, Falcons as a team have been fighting very well around him, enabling him very nicely in these objectives that they've been
TB
able to
pakai
push for.
mantau udah kayak
If
Sun
he can
bang.
get this butterfly, I don't know what their answer is anymore. I think they're actually already kind of running out of answers. It feels like for him in terms of just Yatoro being able to right.
Seneng,
It just doesn't
seneng
look
pas
like that easy for him to do so.
bar besar itu loh, keroyokan gitu loh.
He's got to queue up MKB.
Ini cuman belum aja ini.
Saw the evil.
Dari tadi kan cuman keciduk 1, 2, habis itu udah ulur lagi. Masih farming lagi nih. Tuh, masih ngerotokin jungle-junglenya tuh.
Amplified damage for Yatoro.
This is big.
This is tempting to do something. Will of course be in towards the, the available metamorphosis, so it's not necessarily the easiest timings to go for.
And let's see if they can even get to finding a location of a kill, because I'm seeing snaking. He's cutting creep waves with the Croaker in the mid lane.
It's just hard because overall
Nah nih,
Falcons group up
udah
this game
saatnya
has just
grouping
been
nih.
slightly superior. Multiple
Udah
times
saatnya ngumpul kayak biji nih.
might have been able to try for a pick
Perang nih, perang nih, habis ini perang nih.
Falcons, they have been prepared.
And look at, super prepared, and look at the auras. I wanted to wait until
Yo,
Snake
beli
got
item
started,
dulu,
got
yo.
Winter. He's got all of them. Cloak aura, damage aura, armor aura, plus his mech, plus his lad. So
Ah,
yeah, raid boss buffs across the board for his team, and they are all grouped up. And as we said, the buffs that they have on the side of Spirit, they're single target buffs. So that Alacrity and that Bloodlust. I guess Bloodlust can be, of course, put on me. You get what I mean. Smoke coming out, Falcons.
oh, udah mulai kayak orang demo nih habis ini.
Spirit are relatively split up.
This could be dangerous. Falcons checking out the pit. How long's it got? About 30 seconds or so, it looks like. I'm having trouble reading the clock. Oh no, it's right now. Sorry, I was having trouble reading that one. They didn't see it pop. They were in the pit.
Spirit's starting to group back up, but the jump's already been made. They find
Ah,
Falcons, they blow up the ogre immediately.
Sulit.
There's a split push coming down bottom, but Snake can handle this crease.
Kecil saudara-saudara.
That Roche is up. 45 seconds. No Miposhka.
Kukira Baywan ternyata bawa kawan.
Scout things out, but nothing to be seen so far in the pit.
Level 25, Yatoro has hit. He will always be able to turn up, and I believe that is the MKB finish.
Yeah, pretty much in time, in sync with the butterfly pickup. So Yatoro will at least immediately have that answer online.
And he did get the alert tier 4, so he does have that extra attack range from it. Not going to exactly match the Terrorblade, but a bit of a better one. But a 5-level advantage from him over the Terrorblade right now, which is pretty cool.
The Spirit, they really want to try and fight this. But they still don't have the full roster up for 5 seconds with Miposhka on the side. Falcons, though, are a bit hesitant on fully committing for the Roshan.
Perang nggak sih? Perang nggak sih? Perangin nggak sih?
Looking to smoke around, Skitter. EMP will not connect on anybody.
Got Miposhka back by their side now. Miposhka trying to bait here, see what sort of reaction he can get out from Falcons.
Hard approach from Spirit.
The collapsing room, maybe want to try and look for this wraparound, but it is risky. Heading into the high ground.
Ngoplang dari atas tuh. Ngoplang dari atas tuh.
Skitter's gonna get back in the pit.
Motong dari atas tuh.
Looking for the long.
Motong dari atas.
He's trying his best to get info. But the Roshan's dropping.
It's falling very quickly. The tornado will come in, but Skitter's able to side.
Aduh, wah.
He can look to steal, gets the kill, and he gets the pick up. Collapse. Comes in just in time. Deafening blast, pushing back Skitter. Skitter. No panic for now. Yatoro. Supports and now ready to turn his attention over to Skitter with the damage
Triple kill,
Skitter not stand a chance. The patience there.
Tinggal gini-gini doang udah.
Collapse makes the jump at the perfect time. They're ready to start pushing. And Marine are ready to defend.
Ah, blunder. Laftilnya kenceng banget. Laftilnya kenceng banget. Laftilnya kenceng banget. Kejar. Kejar.
TPing.
Jangan kasih pulang, jangan kasih pulang. Kejar.
Yatoro gets the kill.
What a play. That was insane. They used
Anjing, tinggal gini-gini doang udah.
Right? And then Collapse jumps in and crushes and steals Cage's hand lasted.
Unlucky there for Rude, didn't quite get the angle with the 4-star.
That was such an insane play there from
One itu.
That was beautiful.
And now they're ready to
Dapat
push
gold
the
banyak itu.
Look at the graphone. Are you ready to see it?
And this is Mars dead for nearly a minute. This bottom set of barracks, it's gone.
The swing is unreal. What a wraparound there from Team Spirit.
I mean, Yatoro's ready to start bringing in the mid as well. He's onto the tier 2. Lars going to have the full Octarine ready for the next play. Marine and Crit looking to try and get Collapse off the barracks. Yatoro's ready to TP in and help out. Finish off the objective, get the full set bottom. Skitter is back up.
Nah, gini loh, perangnya gini loh.
See, once again here.
Look at this predict too.
Knows exactly where he's likely to go, that he'll head up the stairs, look for the blink
Bisa pas gitu ya TP-nya ya.
Dah lah.
Hancur ini.
That was so beautiful. I have to like re-look at that Roshan fight 2 or 3 times, but yeah, just the EMP pulling them out, waiting for the perfect moment.
Ambek reaksi playernya aja disorot ya turne Dota ya. Saking lama panjang matchnya.
Falcons have got to piece things together very nicely to try and have a punch back now.
Yep. Lost a lot of timing that they probably felt like they were in a good advantage with. Super cool play. Now so much.
Donaturnya tuh udah apa namanya?
Full items finished. Collapse now with this. I mean, he had the nullifier almost finished up before, but next 2400.
Damage-nya udah oke tuh.
Finished the full item.
And I love this build. I love a good Gleitner on an Evoker, especially when you got Days and.
Ini tinggal ininya aja, ini roamnya aja ngeflank tuh.
Yeah. Good luck avoiding that EMP.
Yeah. You just straight up aren't going to go.
Salardar sama si siapa namanya? Bounty Hunter-nya tinggal cari posisi, tabrak, jebral dari belakang, tinggal cuk.
Opening up the game for them beautifully now.
Bawa kapak tapi nembaknya laser. Kenapa nggak lempar kapak gitu aja?
Yeah, they have to kill this Nexus Prophet.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way. If they don't, Yatoro, I tell you, he's eyeing up a rampage this game. He's definitely got the items to do so.
You've got to isolate him now at this point, though, as we see. If he's able to just free hit, he will kill everybody. And we saw that exactly last time. Even through the auras, because of the way that they just approached that fight. Falcons now. Maybe unsure where to go. Very devastating lost fight.
Top tower is under attack.
Still a minute left on the Aegis for collapse. Almost having, yeah, he got so much. He almost has an AC after this nullifier. To be able to match the AC of Amar too.
Ya nggak ada minion.
Falcons, what is going to be the play for them? Is it going to be a sit back and wait and go for the high ground defense, or are you trying to smoke out on the map, find some sort of way of potentially catching Yatoro separate from the rest of the team?
The problem is that because Yatoro had this insane level advantage, like 5 levels over the TV, I mean now he's what, 7 levels over, it's just hard for you to ever find him by himself. Sorry, 8 levels over in about a second. It's hard for you to find him isolated. Oh, he's going to be joining in with the team. That's a good shard also. He's going to block a lot of this damage, if there is even any that will connect onto Yatoro. Maureen, Refresher is finished up. That's a pretty big timing here. But they're going to have to do some kind of crazy timing. Because 100, like, killing Yatoro 100 to 0 feels pretty complicated, but if they can somehow kite his Satanic, could be a possibility.
Ini loh, ini was-was ini, Salardar nih.
To sort of go back again on the vision front, it's just so difficult, right, for Falcons in the fight to match the level of information that Spirit's heroes are able to provide one another. Like, how do Falcons try and take a fight with a vision advantage and set it up in a way so they can be prepared to watch out for where Yatoro TP's in?
They just can't get really initiated on is the big thing. If they get the start of the fight, it could be quite different.
Hilang.
Maureen, front line. Collapse has a shield. Yatoro.
Collapse might still, no, he's not going to be able to find the jump now. Illusion comes in.
Close. Yatoro almost got the vision. I think he caught vision of just Maureen there. Beauty of the NP level 25. He's in, he's out, he's back with his team.
Maureen's thinking about doing
Makan gak sih itu? Waduh.
It's the jump on a Collapse, but it's a shield and a BKB that Collapse is easily able to survive with. The first epicenter down the drain.
Did use his BKB though, but yeah, lost only 500 of that shield rune. Falcons, you can see how difficult it is for them to approach that next fight now.
Tuh, itu farming aja, aduh lamanya bukan main ya.
Sure, he already ate the moon shard, so.
That's true actually, that's pretty much all he's got left to do. Yep.
Strong game for it too. He's playing versus a Terrorblade with no BKB. Yeah, the TB's got a dispel with the Manta, but you can still get that root onto him.
Sumpah itu farmnya lama. Bukan main itu, gold udah dikit.
On the way out.
Oh, he's got it coming. Okay, so
lama pula.
But he's all in. He has spent all his gold.
And that's the thing, right? He has the survivability, the spells, but outdoing the damage of the
Waduh,
be very hard.
wah diganyang dong.
Falcons just has to be very kind of together as a unit, just making sure they can protect you. But they can't have that fight happen the last way where it's just the chaos, right? That's what ended up happening. It just fights on 3 different fights. 3 fights on 3 different fronts.
Mati dah semenit tuh.
I mean, if you Falcons, you try and poke out this potential bounty buyback. Of course, we can see that doesn't have it available, but just see what happens.
Have to try, yeah.
See what they can do here. 5 versus 4.
This is their strength, right? When they have
Anjing, itu apa itu, Cok?
the whole team into the position. This is when they're strong.
It's the rolling. We get the setup here onto Yatoro, but Yatoro's still able to put the BKB in. Now the buyback's up and available for Root. Comes in straight away with the buyback.
Balikin dong. Balikin dong. Balikin.
Still has his BKB if he wants to chase. Maureen.
Wah, enggak.
Maureen's ready to get him with the epicenter, makes the jump with the
Wah, malah dibalikin musuhnya tuh. Ya ketangkep dong. Alah.
He did BKB.
Multiple cars, fire blast on towards Amar, still able to back away up the high ground. 5. Sunstrike coming in off the mark though. Amar will live. Only just though.
Collapse didn't get the
Gila,
BKB
itu
off.
high
Maybe he
groundnya.
was because he had an instance where he could.
Oh, he wants to go for the kills. He's just going to TP in on top of them. He's ready to try and take them all on.
Sendiri dong kamu.
He TP's back out. He gets in, gets out. Has left look sort of low. On the front.
Walah, kena setun di tengah-tengah lagi.
He's going to come in with the buyback. Room heading in. Yatoro wants to continue to fight on, despite the fact they
Kejar.
have on Falcons.
Yatoro.
Kepotong.
It's like
ente.
Spirit. Take a rough
Nggak ada temen, nggak ada damage, ya diayam-ayamin.
Massively farmed, but he wanted to do that. that, folks.
He kind of made it.
100 detik bangsat.
He felt his power, but the rest of his team was like, "Oh, we feel forward to it."
Responnya 100
They got
detik.
gone on it.
That is a rough move. That's going to hurt them a lot.
Push commencing again, and this was all the
Kepecah
chase
tadi
because there's no
warnya.
Terror Blade, right? The TB didn't have his meta, so they wanted
Kayak
to
ragu-ragu gitu loh mau balikin apa enggak gitu,
He's
balikin
back
di
up. Here comes the push.
ini.
Lars going to have to come in with the buyback.
Oh boy.
Diras balik sama musuhnya.
Falcons able to set up for the push. It works out beautifully there.
Wah.
7 seconds, no bounty. Thanks, Rex.
Matiin musuh nyampe gak bisa, bye-bye.
Wolf
Pops up. No back off.
That's a big hit
Oh,
though. Look at
that
that.
really
Itulah
is.
serunya Dota ya, tapi yang main gak seru. Kalau nonton oke ya.
Around this Roshan area earlier, and then a crazily not so good fight there from Spirit. But it cost them heavily.
Their position got just so broken. They kind of charged into
Nonton kita bisa bacot gitu ya. Seru-seru nih, yang main ngeluh itu.
As Falcons now, they can commence again for another play.
Mata itu udah ada 6 itu ya.
He's got
Lo sendiri dong kamu kalau gitu caranya. Ntar kok bisa tadi? Oh, ngecek
I don't know,
ini.
still a lot of damage. Got the outward start
Ngecek
buying a bit of time.
rumput.
The MP will hold back
Ngecek
Buff
hutan.
up, and Mars we get the rolling thunder off. He's going to try and stay on top of Collapse. Collapse blinks down to the low ground, goes for the TP out. He'll make it. But my goodness, it feels like they're playing with fire right now, folks.
Every time somebody shows, there's so much burst that's
dangerous.
available, and just so many stuns too.
Pulang
It's just
dong.
if you do get caught from one stun, there's actually enough for them to chain stun in most of these situations on Falcons to kill them. Now Roche, this is a big one. This is the refresher.
I mean, they are going to want to try and get out and do something about the Spirit. Last time the Roche play
Ngebagong lagi nih.
for them.
Let's see if they can get that positioning again.
It's going to be difficult though this time.
Game sense
He's ready with
terlalu
an
lama
epicenter if
bang,
anyone
jadi
comes
orang
anyway.
males.
Close.
Iya,
Just goes for it. Start to hold
iya.
the back, dumps
Dari,
some of the
wih, nonton perangnya kan.
Again.
It's going to be difficult.
Dota itu emang orang-orang pada menghindar sekarang ya karena dari dulu emang gameplaynya emang lama dia. Jadi orang-orang pada males gitu lah.
Malvin.
Lebih simpel juga kan. Sekarang pakai HP kan udah bisa main game kompetitif MOBA kan. Gitu. Mobile Legends kan cuma 20 menitan. Iya makanya.
Get that positioning again.
Ini kalau di Mobile Legends atau HOK udah late game banget, di sini baru mid game ini. Nah, ini mid game menuju late game udah.
Let's see if they can get that positioning again.
It's going to be difficult though this time.
Udah enak banget tuh, tinggal open map aja tuh. Ini perangnya tadi gimana ini? Oh, langsung ngeflank ke depan. Ya, ketangkep mati. Bounty hunternya mati. Dibalikin. Wah, ya wes. Sendiri lagi dong kamu, balik dong, Bang.
We'll hold this ground.
Iya, damage-mu emang sakit, cuman kalau sendiri ya tetap mati.
Can't get into the fights. They lost the 2 supports instantly. Malrine just deletes them with the epicenter. Yatoro, he needs all the extra help he can get to be able to stand his ground now at this point. Falcons, they've got everybody alive. They still have time to continue this push.
Oh,
Ooh, look at this bottom.
he's got a rapier, folks.
This is sneaky. Malrine
The back of the collapse.
got the Ghost Scepter, but it's nullified.
That's a dead Malrine. Okay, let's say rapier Nature's Prophet ready to go here from Yatoro.
The base, the tier 4s did die.
Dikejar dong. Langin poker.
They're going to look for this rat play.
They absolutely
Lol
are.
has the level 2 pulse, but the sharpshooter's in. He's out for 100 seconds. They're trying to push up. I mean, they're going to
Asu, Cok. Gege banget, Cok.
look for this rat play.
They absolutely
Aimnya,
Has
Cok.
the
Lihat.
level 2 pulse, but the sharpshooter's in. He's out for 100
Asu,
seconds.
hati.
They're trying to push up here towards the ancient, but Skinner is ready to defend. Collapse. And what the BKB try and run, he'll go for the TP out. They got a way to stop it through the BKB. They don't.
Selamat.
Collapse makes it away. And
In
Yatoro,
pit.
he's looking to finish up the Roshan. He's into the pit, and he's
Solo dong.
space to get this. So Yatoro will have the ages to keep this rapier safe for the next fight.
This is absolutely crazy. He denies the refresher shard with the creep,
He's just got to get out of there.
but he does
And he
TP
will.
out. Gets the cheese.
Oh, they're holding on.
Refresher shard gets killed.
Got the money for the Moon Shard as well. Moon Shard for his buddy, honestly. He's going to buy that for Collapse.
No, he wants another item. He's probably going to switch something out still here at this point. Still potentially.
What does he switch out? Okay, what's the-
Ini tangan udah kram tuh loh.
Obviously managed to play this game earlier, getting the MKB to match the butterfly.
Telunjuknya tuh tremor, udah tremor tuh. Telunjuknya tuh udah tremor.
Trying to get an MKB into his build to match it.
And all in the meanwhile, Falcons is going to always have to remember that those tier 4s dropped.
Yeah.
So there is that potential for the
Tuh sampai sekarang Invoker belum hidup tuh. Invoker tuh masih cooldown aja tuh 40 detik itu.
But they can't use it at the wrong moment. They
Bangun,
need to be very careful
eh.
who's back there to defend it. Because Yatoro is pretty strong versus 3 or 4 of the heroes. If they're together, sure, they can kill Yatoro. But if he's in this like 1v1, 1v2 scenarios, he's going to be able to take out most of them. This game is wild.
I feel like with the last 2 plays that Spirit kind of tripped up, and they're just trying to make this game even more entertaining.
Absolutely. I mean, they can do some crazy type of plays as we saw there, right? Collapse and Yatoro alone can kill almost anybody in a fraction of a second.
Yeah, the damage for this Nature's Prophet is unmatched right now.
And
with this Rapier, MKB, Butterfly, Daedalus.
And Collapse, he did hit 25.
Okay.
So nothing's going to be able to get that corrosive haze off anymore.
Yeah, look at that. It's actually very close there between the top two, both Yatoro and Maureen being the heaviest hitters right now in terms of damage output.
Omar.
He's going to get the opening onto Collapse.
Waduh.
KB immediately back to the base for Collapse.
Very quick play there from Collapse. You see that? He's heard the rolling thunder and he uses the crush on the floor to give himself status resistance since he gets the puddle. Both teams very on top of the
Anjing,
place
tadi
right now.
gundul kayak gitu. Cepet banget.
This next fight could be absolutely everything. As this Aegis, 3 minutes still for Yatoro.
Nyerangnya gini-gini.
One of these side lanes consistently
Ah,
pushed
cepet
in, so
banget
there's
lagi
always
tuh.
that opportunity for the backdoor protection to go away and for the wrap potential to open up for Yatoro.
He's got level 30. I think he got it a couple minutes ago. So these Treants,
Well, they're going to push the lanes pretty hard.
yeah, sure it's not the Treants.
No,
We all absolutely
but
hate
they're
it so
still
much.
pretty darn good.
Everything adds up. They're going to start sieging toward top, and if it gets forgotten about again, you definitely see potential for these buildings. As
Perangin
Falcons
bawah
at
nggak
the
sih?
bottom. It's a long meta to the point.
Perangin
Skater
bawah
hit
nggak sih?
25
Udah
also
siap-siap
now.
tuh.
Took him a little longer, but it's got that plus 30 seconds for the fight also.
And I mean, I'd imagine as well, so Skeeter with this...
Ini jangan dikira Mobile Legends dia bisa langsung ciduk-ciduk, nggak gitu ya.
The MKBM because of this butterfly?
I don't think so.
You think you can still play without
I
it?
think you can still play without it, yeah. They have so many different ways to just control him, and then just eventually he will die. Yes, sure, the evasion might be a little annoying, but
Sure.
I do think he'll be able to get through.
Still a couple of minutes left on this Aegis.
Ini
Spirit.
carry-nya tempatnya tim Falcon ini siapa sih?
What are these buybacks ready?
Yep.
Of course, as the buyback situation is on the screen, we see that Falcon's very comfortable across all 5 heroes.
Yep.
But Spirit, not so much.
Collapse, the big one that's missing it. Laurel, of course, too, but I would feel like Collapse's impact has been quite a bit higher this time, so his is much more important. Smoke's coming out. Spirit. Looking for a
This
battle.
could be risky fighting without the luxury of the buybacks. At least if they can maybe get a quick kill, force out a buyback, and then back off successfully, Spirit will be happy with this move.
It's eyes on Collapse and Yatoro. They're going to pretty much instantly delete somebody. Laurel.
Maureen, position on the high ground. Very difficult for Spirit to approach here.
Tornado will clip, give some info.
Which is well worth noting, snaking.
Cari kah?
Hurricane Pike on the
Dicari kah?
deal with the Sprouts.
Balik dari belakang. Keciduk bangsat. Tuh. Wah. Udah kayak minion itu damage ngasih damage ke minion tuh.
Set up in the air for now. Collapse moves over the BKB, stays on top of Maureen. Yatoro, he wants to get out of here. He's going to BKB TP out of the fight. He cannot risk losing that rapier, so he'll bail out. Miposhka will fall. If they can get everyone else out of his Spirit, they'll kind of be okay with this.
Collapse.
I mean, so they look for the fight. They get a kill.
Ulang.
It's not a huge one.
Ulang.
See through. He's actually out as well, just before any sort of stun comes back online. So all it cost them was the Aegis and a death on Miposhka.
Yep, and he's got the refresher. He can actually go out and buy it, so he will have double BKB or double Satanic for the next fight. It looked scary for a second because he's on that cliff when he initially dies.
You could tell Yatoro's probably sweating a little bit when he had to go for that BKB TP out.
He knows he has to just BKB TP because if he dies or loses the rapier, the game could just become ever so more difficult. So has to ditch Miposhka. Snaking does buy back, so they at least got that out of him there.
It's the push, potentially. I mean, do you push if you're Falcons?
There's an amp damage top. That could be the indicator to go for it, actually, if they scout it. I don't know if they saw the last rune.
Sebenarnya
I think they are perhaps in a chat.
oke tuh.
Britain is looking around.
Spirit, they're getting to
Hard to push.
have a little bit of breathing room again. 1 minute and those buybacks will be intact for themselves.
Okay, Skater, he pings it. So do they have a bottle left over still on anybody, or are they just
Yeah,
gonna
Maureen.
He still has it, okay.
Are scanning.
So he can hang on to that one for this next fight. Try to keep track of snaking if he does use this upgraded Hand of God as well too, since we don't really get to see it too often. I think that perhaps is why they jumped him super early on, since it is that new one, since he channels and makes everyone debuff immune around him. But it's a pretty wild one. We'll see if we actually see him get it off, because Hero's dying in a fraction of a second.
Ini loh.
Do feel there's
Menit segini tuh
definitely
mereka
gonna be
tuh
a little
masih
bit of fear coming out
tarik
from Falcons when they
ulur, ya
consider
kan?
that when that 60 minutes hits, if
farming
this
santuy
Divine
dulu
Rapier
ya
Nature's
kan.
Prophet finds the helm of the Undying, he might just be able to win the game whilst he's untouchable. That's I feel like you don't want to get to that point, but you
Ini
might have to
cuma
live with that
si Prophet Carry.
because it's getting close.
The game
56
does-
Ini
minutes.
kok
The game
tim
feels
Falcon tuh
unrated
yang
to either
ini.
side, really. Get them all.
Merah, yang merah.
Waves pushing in, but also no tier
Kalau
4
tim hijau
towers
emang
on the side of
si
Falcons.
ini,
It's devastating if something
Natur
does go wrong,
Prophet
so
emang.
It's anyone's game at the moment.
Collapse. He's going to go for it.
Si Prophet ya.
Straight down on the walls.
Huh?
Yatoro bringing in the
Bukan,
He's
ini
got enough to
si
kill.
siapa
Lamar's
namanya
gonna
tadi?
roll away. Yatoro's got to consider how to get out of this, but he might not get the chance.
Aldarus apa tadi namanya tuh?
Yatoro, he'll go for the BKB South Sprout TP out. He'll make it out
Gak
just in
apa-apa lah aku
time.
namanya.
Collapse also able to opt for the BKB TP, so they
Look at
try and poke.
Loh, yang
get
tim
a
merah,
while.
tim merah,
He's
tim merah.
patient. He's like, they don't know.
I don't know if he wants to be here though.
But he's good. He's got Ghost Walk. And with that, no more BKB TPs outs. The Basher, it's finally picked up. He took a long time to buy it on Amar. He's buying all these small items in between. And as we said, the Ghost Scepter now, we're seeing these absolutely come into play on the side of Falcons for some time now, just preventing Yatoro from Satanic hitting a target. Even though they're BKB, they're also ethereal. There's that basher. So will be a lot harder for them to go around these small little BKB
Ini
plays.
aja minionnya nggak aturan, udah cepet banget responnya.
A little bit spooky that Collapse doesn't have the money for his buyback.
That's true.
1,300 gold short after the purchase.
Maureen.
Asu, nge-push macam apa itu?
He's gone. Dead on the front lines there after he gets caught by the jump of Maureen.
Mati, cok. Dipok
After
kayak
he gets caught by the
gitu.
jump of Maureen.
Tuh dipok kayak gitu dia.
You're round 2. The jump forward, they get the starting onto a mark. Push to follow up. So you get caught by the bashes as well. You throw it back with the rapier. So move forward here with the fortification coming out. Falcon still hovering around. So need to try and make that jump again. The barracks continuing to fall here to the pressure of Skeeter's illusions, and they'll get it. Set of barracks has taken, the mecha creeps are out.
Maureen continue to rev up that epi.
Yatora deeping in aggressively. He's able to get the sprouting on towards Skeeter. He's going to try and finish while Skeeter.
TP itu siapa?
Skeeter falls. Yatora needs back up on the damage.
Anjing.
2k crits coming out from Yatora. Clean up snaking. Falcon's crit. He's trying to hide in the trees. He can't hide from Yatora. The right click's flying
Udah
through.
dibunuh. Nggak bisa pulang.
Turning with a bushwhack, but he's dead as well. Spirit
His
at least
damage.
able to find kills, despite the fact that they do get mega creep.
2k crits. I mean, just eviscerating targets if you can actually hit onto them there. Snaking, no buyback. He's dead for 90. The megas are out though. Can they
Itu
deal?
teror
They're going to be able
blade.
to either push hard or kind of get the map in a state that they'll be the ones to be able to find the tier
kayak
5 neutrals
Asun
first.
banyak
Roshan
banget.
is back up as well if Spirit want to try and take that whilst Falcons aren't all up.
Dealing with megas can still be a problem at all times.
Target belum disetting ya, belum disetting.
Let's see what they want to do. Falcons will buy back. Gotta look for the fight.
It's a big one there from Skeeter.
Amar.
They're opting for the silver edge, so he's got enough way to sneak in and out of the action.
Okay. He has to be super careful with his positioning though, as we saw there.
Nggak hafal nama hero-nya.
Spooky 6 or 7 minutes for both teams now with both of their
Anjing,
carries
udah 1000
having the
gitu
buybacks on
damage-nya.
cooldown.
And more disables being purchased now too. Crit now has a hex as well.
He's always going to head straight into the pit.
Ini hoodwing.
That's true. They take it down so quickly the Falcons are barely able to leave their base.
That's the fastest 60-minute Roshan I think I've ever seen.
Who's going to grab what? Aegis on Yatora. Refresher Shard's going to be held by Collapse for now.
That's big. Almost a hex also finished up for Rue soon, so they will have their own way of having that
Yang
extra
tim merah
disable
nggak
on top too.
disetting-setting, yang hijau mulu.
How close did it be? Almost 25 on the almost refresher also on him for that extra control. Yeah, these next upcoming fights just crazy to see how who's gonna get prioritized target in particular, right?
Let's see what sort of tier 5s we get coming up. As I say, if Yatora gets a Helm of the Undying, I've got to imagine that's got to be the best thing for him.
Yeah, would definitely imagine so. We did see there. Yeah, I pointed out our observer, of course. He's been selling and buying back items. I was gonna point them out, but you guys can see it. So BKB sold and bought back in that last fight. See who gets what.
See what he finds. Another 60-minute game, absolutely crazy.
Itu loh shooting yang merah itu loh, hijau mulu yang di shooting.
Road to the international alone.
That one may collapse. He'll find the first.
Okay.
That's a big one too.
Yatora, what's he got? Doesn't get the Helm of the Undying.
But
Probably
he
gonna.
got the Regalia.
He's still take that over the spider legs. As carry.
I mean, how all in do you want to go? Does he want to go Regalia plus Audacious?
Yeah. Or do you want to get kind of some movement speed online?
I could see him take the flea footed because he has
Yeah.
Kopet
abilities.
mulu yang di
But
shooting,
we'll see.
cok.
It's up to him, the Ivy Beholder. Which one does he want? How risky does he want to
Choices
Tempat
here
merah,
for Yatora.
tim merah tempatnya gelap. Rasis banget, mentang-mentang tempatnya gelap gitu terus dikasih yang terang-terang mulu anjing. Itu di shooting yang merah itu loh. Lihat itemnya juga gitu ya.
God, we have so many helms. He takes the Audacious.
Yeah, and the Regalia.
Liatin KDA-nya,
Look for this
statistik
damage. This is going
tim
to be
fight-nya
serious
gitu
damage.
loh, nggak yang hijau mulu.
Quickly, of course, sure. That bonus damage he's going to be taking is crazy, especially in terms of this game. but
Mentang-mentang
I think
tim
it's
hijau
fine
di
anyway.
shooting mulu bangsat, nutupin juga ini minje. Ye, kalau bisa tak silang ini.
Dying is just superior though.
I think so, yeah.
Item sessionnya ini.
Yep.
Does not have a Helm of the Undying.
And he does take Boundless. I
Yep.
kind of assumed that he would too. Boundless is actually going to be pretty nice for him, actually, also for its cast range. The Sun cast
yeah,
range
it's
is going to be massive. Could catch people off guard. Okay, these fights.
Backpacknya sampai full tuh.
Buyback's looking. Still on cooldown right for the carries.
Yep. Snaking finds himself.
Oh ya ada ini ada terror blade nih. Ada pakai chain, terror blade, sand king, pangolir sama hoodwing. Ya, yang bayangan-bayangan banyak tadi berarti emang bener terror blade berarti.
How the buyback's looking.
Yang
Still on
kayak
cooldown
Sun
right for the carries.
Yep.
terror
Snaking
blade.
finds himself the
Oh, itu carry-nya ya?
He's gonna get that
Carry-nya
experience,
itu?
right? Yeah.
I mean,
Atau bukan?
Definitely going to want to try and do this whilst they have the Aegis on Yatora and they know there's no buyback on
Tim merah tuh carry-nya siapa?
See what they can find. Here's gonna die so.
Atau malah si ini carry-nya?
Yep.
Atau malah si Pangolir ini carry-nya nih.
Snaking finds himself the wise book of the dead, so he's gonna get that wise experience, right?
Rollnya aja aku nggak hafal.
Going to want to try and do this whilst they have the Aegis on Yatoro and they know there's no buyback on Skeeter.
See what they can find. They're just gonna die so fast. But remember that this Helm of the Undying could be completely game-changing who they find.
And Amar, they're on the high ground. Marin's ready to get the jump in.
Walah,
They've got eyes on him.
walah,
Collapse
walah,
makes them straight
walah.
over towards him. That's him gone. They kill Marin off.
That's the Helm.
So now takes it over towards Amar. With the Rolling Thunder, though, will be able to keep his distance. Marin's got buyback available as the Helm of the Undying comes to an end.
Ya itu si TP.
Perfect pick off.
Oh.
Immediately though the lanes. Even though they have a dangerous profit, look at the lanes right now. Falcons have them in a pretty damn good position.
That's true. That's a lot of pushing going on with his Necro Books.
Snaking is going to start being very annoying. He's sending Necro Books on one side and creeps on the other to keep the push going. And then Crit also has Necro Book too. And they both actually took Wise Necro Book, so you're going to see those levels rack up for the supports on the side of Falcons.
Undulin.
It's
gonna
getting
get long.
crazy.
This game could go quite long.
You know, there's going to be people tuning in and be like, oh, hang on, Falcon's Spirit, 63 minutes, incredibly close game. I thought the grand
Clearing
finals was next Sunday.
minionnya udah
It's
tryhard
that
banget.
level of game we're getting
Udah
over the
keram
next
itu tangan tuh.
But this is an elimination.
And Falcons just,
This best of three.
Falcons just wants to keep increasing that game time too. That average game time for them just continues to go up.
Ini spek PC-nya pakai apa ya mereka ya?
Fleet-footed
Sponsor
build now
ininya
for
ya.
Koshka. Wait, how many? Is that 4? Okay, 3 Helm of the Dying plus a Divine Regalia on the side of Spirit. Ew, look at the neutrals. Ew.
What are we, yeah.
4 Book of the Deads.
Helm of the
5
Undyings.
Helm of the Undyings.
Sulecita, yellow. Sulecita, yellow.
I mean, once you get to these type of late games, no telling what could happen.
But yeah, the game is still in such a very fragile state for both teams. It could collapse very quickly with the amount of damage both output. If the Terrorblade gets anyone close to these tier 4s in Ancient, it could be game over. And likewise, if your Toro is able to find a chance to TP over and end it.
There's so many different
will end
ways.
very quick.
Yeah, there's so many different ways this game could actually end, right? There could just be a crazy team fight that happens and everybody dies, or there could just be some random Dota that happens, or who knows. Anything else big getting picked up? Not really in particular, just the Hex maybe for Laurel. He's hit 25, has AoE Deafening Blast that can actually be pretty helpful. Yeah, we're gonna see them. I mean, there's gonna be so many creep cutting and creep pushing and stuff, so this game is gonna extend for some time.
And some smiley faces.
Yep.
In the chat.
Both of them are very ready for these long games.
Oh yeah, they're pumped up and ready to go in these team fights, both teams.
Anjing sejam cuk matchnya.
Both teams absolutely powering up with
Snake.
every passing minute here.
Snake just having this, he's been keeping these neutrals almost exactly the entire time too, so he's giving himself armor bonus, magic resistance bonus for his team, and then he's doing cooldown reduction for the books and all these other abilities too, so very annoying to play against for sure, as we've seen. Spirit also, look at the wave push.
Ya dong itemnya si ini Terror Blade dong.
That 25 is going to be quite nice as well from Snaking, right? The strong spell.
Siapa tahu besok aku mau main pakai Terror Blade.
Interesting how it works too. So
Biar keram jarinya anjing.
he might actually be, it's a weird way to, you might have to prioritize him in a way, because if he's able to just stand his ground channeling, the rest of the team is going to be pretty powerful right now. Although it doesn't really give them
So yeah, the magic resist not quite as game-changing at this level.
Debuff is something though. Collapse. We'll see again.
It's a little cheeky, but he gets away with it.
Arcane Rune, always one of the better runes at these later stages.
See, you know, this amount of money, Yatoro should be pretty close to being able to get the Axe Blessing and still.
Tapi ini si Prophet ini udah siap, emang udah siap buat tim fight kan?
Even though it's 60-something minutes, they need to have this jam on the
Cuma
front
nunggu
line.
momennya
You also
aja.
have to sacrifice an item slot for it.
Not only just because of Rue, but of course because Yatoro is playing with the Silver Edge.
He's back.
Nih kasihan nih Body Hunter nih.
Also here, jumping in.
We got it's right in. They get the opening onto Yatoro, but Yatoro still getting the BKB. But this one holds him back for now as he collapses immediately, pushed back on the supports, gets the jump in onto Crit. Crit will be able to force back to safety. Collapse. He's got to be careful. His BKB about to come to an end.
Tak mati dong.
Yatoro standing his ground against Skinner. He's never got enough. Yatoro is dead. The meatball comes down onto Skinner. Skinner's gone. The Helm of the Undying buying him a few extra seconds, but he will inevitably fall.
Skinner dead.
And Yatoro
also
with the buyback.
Ya mati dong
Kills
ininya.
off Maureen.
Si siapa tadi yang kayak mermaid tuh?
Make it away, but now an opening. 2 cores dead on Falcons. Yatoro, he's not done yet. He's ready to find the third one. TP's over. Kills off Amar as well. The buyback
Pulang.
massively. As Spirit, they're more than likely to push down these lanes. See what happens.
Bersin line.
What's crazy too is that he actually both times now that he's died, his secondary life is so potent, even without the rapier. He didn't have rapier or divine regalia.
Because he just had to go straight for that play. He did not have time to buy back, pick his rapier.
Ah si belut tuh Slardar dulu.
And he has the disgraced regalia.
Nyawa
So
satu
he
beli
lost
itu loh.
Audacious, he
Rontok.
lost 20%, and he lost the rapier, and he was still able to clear out those heroes anyway. So his damage is still pretty absurd even without it.
Another
Solo dong.
Be able to take that, but surely.
Wah,
Spirit
life steal-nya
have the
kenceng
time here
banget.
To force out at least 1, possibly 2, possibly 3 of these buybacks that Falcons are sitting on.
Here comes the push.
Love steal kenceng banget tuh.
Holding on here against the Mega.
Anjing sekali gebuk 1500 gitu.
Inside that little tree spot where he
He's
hides,
gonna go pick it up now.
Yep,
Yeah, here we go.
absolutely.
Ready to grab the
There we
wreck.
go.
Build attack speed sama life
Get
steal
on
ya
the
dia.
push straight down the mid.
40 seconds. Do they want to buy back? When you have this little left, probably not.
Victoria's gotta be so careful. If he dies, the game
Di
could very
Dota
well be
tuh
over.
resource-nya tidak semudah dimulai ya. Harus diambil dulu, kali guys dulu. Kamu
It's caught from an initial catch.
Gedak.
Pressure shard. Okay, Brew.
di sniper tuh. Tuh di sniper tuh. Nyawa kan full tuh. Left steal kenceng tuh. Cetar.
Where's the refresher shard? Okay, Brew has it. I was gonna say they had a refresher shard that he probably wants on your
They
Toro.
might have to start backing.
Big boss.
They weren't able to actually put the pressure on in time to force out these buybacks. So Falcons were able to chill.
Yeah, they're back.
And they're going to be able to play for the next 6 minutes with buybacks available. Whereas Yatoro is not going to have it. So
Ooh, so there's gonna be a window. Perhaps even they could wait 4 minutes and go for the play,
then
and then they can have
absolutely.
the extra numbers, and there won't be that Aegis on you. If they want to be as careful as possible, they could
Sure.
just go for the play. But if they want to be as careful as possible, they can't wait 4 minutes.
obviously the big thing's coming up as well in just under 20 seconds, right? They can look for that next set of the tier 5s.
True.
So a chance for
But do they
Yatoro
want
to replace his Divine Regalia and maybe get a Helm of Undying for himself.
True. I was gonna say, does anyone else really want to replace their items?
I think
don't
it's just
so.
mainly Yatoro.
Yeah, I think
Wow.
He's going to desperately want to find something different here.
Mau ganyang kah itu? Tuh di fall out temen-temennya kelar tuh. Temen-temen di belakang tuh.
Some of the stuff with the post also getting
Deep
slotted.
in places like this is a bit spooky. I guess he feels so safe because he has his Aegis. But anytime he shows on the map, it's dangerous.
Falcons.
He's heading up.
They're ready.
Diganyang dong. Wah, kena.
Look at Lol gets caught. He's in on the front lines. How did he end up there? Lol's in trouble. He's caught by the Hex. He's gone. Not the fight that Spirit
Wah,
wanted
anjing,
to
rame
take
banget,
here,
Cok.
surely. As the buybacks will come out from the both of them.
Jump on a mark.
Collapse is trying to push up forward. Yatoro in position on the high ground. Get the sprout on the
Wah,
speed.
anjing, saudaranya tebel banget.
Slide away with a 4.
Picking.
I mean, they're pushing on. So they'll get the kill against Snaking, but again, they had to use these 2 buybacks. Marion was considering jumping.
Itu tadi mau nyulek si siapa namanya? Invokernya itu. Tapi nggak nyampe. Ah, ini loh yang guling-guling ini loh. Dia mau nangkep invokernya itu. Nggak nyampe tapi. Ah, tuh. Nggak nyampe.
Jump on a mark.
Balik dulu invokernya.
Picking.
I mean, they're pushing on. They'll get the kill against Snaking, but again, they had to use these 2 buybacks. Marion was considering jumping in from the side, but he was caught by the track. And E-Blade burst.
Sakit banget itu sih. Natur propet tuh.
They're outnumbered.
Brew just continued to chase for
He's gonna get the 3-man crash.
Anjing, di flank dong.
TP's in aggressively. Crit falls into the side score. He's up to the high.
Iya, dibalikin. Iya. Iya.
These are such risky moves from Spirit.
I can't believe he actually was able to scurry out of that.
Spirit are trying to keep this pressure up with this 2 minutes and a half of Aegis left on Yatoro.
2 buybacks. Laurel and Brew did use it.
Can they get anything here? It is just
Anjing,
Snaking that's out of the
71
game.
menit, Cok.
That's buyback available. They might have to chill things a little bit again, Spirit.
Asyuh,
It's gonna be
asyuh.
that window, Owen. 2 minutes left on this Aegis.
Trehard nih bersihin minion pecat ini ya. Bersihin gerandong-gerandongnya ya. Dengan pasukan goblinnya. Lost track lah gue bang. Lost track. Lost track.
Swift link into the build here for Yatoro.
Tetap main solo kamu. Roli 5 81 ke 68. Udah, daripada stres kamu nanti. Udah.
You always want to be able to try to get. We do see him leaving his rapier.
I mean, with these butterflies online, is he getting to a
Pasukan
point now where
si Chen
Skeeter,
itu mah.
because there's already the MKB in play, like, for the next, I guess at the moment it's in his backpack, but like, does Skeeter switch something out for an MKB against these now?
Tapi
super
satisfying
butterflies?
banget tuh loh. Lihat war di Dota tuh. Ini warnya pendek tadi, nggak war panjang.
We'll see.
We're gonna get that timer in a minute.
Ini Mas Arif tadi mana ini? Itu match apa yang tadi tok kirim di media share tuh?
No Aegis or buyback
Match
on
apa itu
Yatoro,
yang
just profit.
perangnya 2 menit tuh? Ini tadi perangnya pendek ini.
If they strike then, that really will be the perfect time to make a move.
Because they'll have 10, right? And they will not have, they'll only have at maximum 8 or 7 on the side of Spirit or whatever, right? So they only have 2 buybacks plus 5 because they won't have 3 of them.
So we're very close to getting enough Madstone here for the reroll on his neutral.
Very close. What if he doesn't get it, Owen? What if he doesn't get the Undying?
Surely, the RNG says he should.
Let's see.
You either get it or you don't, and he didn't get
Ini
it
match
last time, so he
satu
does
nggak
get this.
kelar-kelar,
That's-
Cok.
Let's have a look.
Let's see. Hey,
Oh, yep, one more hit.
here we go.
Okay.
Look at that.
Doesn't
He
get it.
didn't get it.
He doesn't get it.
That is true. The Regalia takes up a slot too, so you do lose a chance.
Yeah.
That could have been it.
Okay, what's the plan? Take the Stygian or the
Stygian plus
Spider?
attack range? Or
Yeah,
what?
let's take the Stygian and
Oh, he
indeed.
took crude.
Dah, late game ini.
Okay, that 80% down on the base attack time does mean your attacks, so the speed they fly out really pops off. I mean, look at that.
Aegis reclaimed. They've got
Late
enough
game.
now. Falcons. Let's see if they want to do
Here's
that.
the timing.
That potential 10v7.
Yeah, a minute and a half here where they won't have Yatoro. Indeed, on top of that, both Lal and Brew unavailable with the buybacks. This is the time for Falcons to strike.
It's only 80 seconds that they have to be able to do that with the numbers advantage, at least over Yatoro, second life in particular. Shield rune up top.
Yatoro, of course, with the timing that the game's got to, he can re-roll again, right?
True.
He's going to take the 30-man stone. He's desperately trying to... the RNG on his drops haven't been great. Sometimes it's the way in the gaming world.
Creep waves all getting shoved in.
Gotta find that rare drop.
Look, the Deads. Collapse is getting so much.
Perangin dong.
The Deads just keeps binding.
Seru ini, dah seru ini. Flanking nggak tuh?
He'll pull back to the fountain.
Pokernya yang mau dibanyak lagi.
Hex into the blast over towards him. Murray gets the jump, collapsed in trouble on the front line, collapse. He'll fall. He's out of the game. Does have buyback available. Gonna crush off.
Amar controlling the back line.
Bruising trouble. He's gonna be out without buyback. Lol will
Pelangin
survive
poker.
again. But now Rune, he is truly gone for 2 minutes.
Just Amar with the creeps actually together did so much damage to the bounty hunter. She's able to bring him down. 2 minutes.
They're definitely going to want to make this hit again.
And Rue's important. He's been doing a lot of scouting information. These little tracks are very pesky.
Oh, he's trying to go for the man. He's going to do it for the backdoor protection. He's going for it. It's all right. But the fortifications there. He's not going to make it.
Aduh, mati.
He'll die, but of course he does have the buyback.
But the Rapier hits the
Di
neck.
split push tuh.
He's going to get caught. But Poshmark will find his way out.
Dia kapan dia nge-split push? Aku gak lihat map tadi.
Scouting information. These little tracks able to bring him down.
Dari mana dia?
Want to make this hit again.
And Rue's important. He's been doing a lot of scouting information. These little tracks.
Oh, gak kesorot kamera.
The creeps actually together did
Tuh,
so much
dia di belakang tuh.
She's able to bring him
Dia di
down.
belakang.
They're definitely going to want to make this hit again.
And Rue's important. He's been doing a lot of scouting information. These little tracks are very
nge-split
pesky.
push tuh.
He's trying to go for the man. He's going to do it for the backdoor protection. He's going for it. It's all right. But the fortifications there. He's not going to make it happen this time. He'll die, but of course he does have the buyback.
But the Rapier hits the neck.
Tapi respon tim Falconnya juga cepet banget tuh. Balikin dong.
He's caught by the hex. Skeeter goes down. Oh my man, we're not going to get anything off. He can't. However, the diamond vibes to say to Yatoro is able to blink away. But turns his attention off towards Lal. No way to protect himself. He is gone.
Dies to the helm. What is going on? Skeeter, the buyback, the base. It's going to be full healed. But they did have to use that glyph.
I mean, they have to stand in the base.
He's gonna go by
ulur dulu, ulur dulu.
He can go for the game.
So Amar has to do it. It has to be Amar because he's got the bash, right? He's the one who can control him.
Somebody has to, exactly. Somebody has to hug this ancient on Falcons. They cannot let Yatoro touch it.
How many do you keep? I think you keep at least 2 heroes here.
Absolutely.
At least Amar has to be there. The scan comes out. Yatoro is considering it.
I mean, the thing is, okay, Rapier's going to be now picked up by Skeeter. So we've got a couple of Rapiers now over on the side of Falcons. Obviously, we have Maureen ready with his.
The thing is, though, that...
And Skeeter ready with the one they just picked up.
Spirit
He's trying to go for it.
Lagi dong.
Numbers work out. They've got ways to hold him down through the BKB. He's trying to win the game, but it's not going to work. The Hex is there. The calculations done wrong there.
Wah,
it does not work out. Easily defended here by Falcons. I mean,
waduh, berdiri dong.
They went for it.
Asik. Itu tryhard bersihin minion itu.
Easily defended here by Falcons. I mean,
that's the game.
They have ways here. Well, they went for it.
They went for it.
They went for it. Didn't work out. 76-minute game. Ladies and gentlemen, Falcons will take game.
Ah, ente. Mau nge-split dibaliin.
It's pretty sad it comes to it, right?
For
some people, yeah, pretty happy day because you get to see the
match kedua ya. Tim Falcon sama tim sebelah nih. Cepet nih. Propetnya udah capek. Tim kontrol.
One loss away from going home. They turn to their carry. They say, "What do you want to play?"
And they say
Morphling.
Yeah.
It happens so many times, and as we've seen, with mixed results, right? I think it was close to sort of a 50% win rate we've been having on this road to TI on the Morph.
Udah tremor tangan tuh, udah gini-gini tangan, udah kitir gitu, udah capek itu.
Yeah, okay, well. That Skeeter's gonna be happy with that.
Sometimes you pick the Morphling right
Tapi
away.
kalau nggak gitu nggak kelar-kelar itu.
300 HP. So well, yeah, first blood for Falcons.
Kalau mau nunggu minion juga lama kan.
Actually just immediately dies. All right. So things I was seeing from the Morphling pick at least was what the panel was saying, some limited catch in some ways, but there is ways they can play around it with the soul bind, the stun from the Monkey King and the Sand King. However, the other thing is he can
ganti hero lagi ya.
Floors that he can morph into are fantastic in the mid game. He gets mobility from
Fan.
Weaver,
Ini ada Monkey
stun
King
from
nih.
Sand King plus a mobility
Ada
spell and
Onyet
stun
nih.
plus a mobility spell from Monkey King. It's like the dream to turn into
Ada
any
Monyet
three of
tuh.
these when you're fighting.
Bisa manjat-manjat pohon nanti nih.
Decent Morphling game as well. But let's see if it works. I think the other thing
Iya,
that from Spirit
ada
is
Monkey King.
they added team fight, right? Last
Sun
game,
yang
it was pretty
sebenarnya.
lackluster in the team fight department, but they made those fights work
Ada
anyway.
monyet,
This
ada-
time I think they wanted to make the
ada
game a
onyet.
little easier to play, perhaps. Although that last game was absolutely
Parkur ya nanti.
Falcon we get.
Itu kalau di Mobile Legends udah 2 in 1 ya. Udah parkur kayak Link plus Kayak Sun
That's kind of the
ya.
dream for the Weaver.
Sibahnya Sun. Kebelet pipis kah ini anjing.
Starting first blood. Yeah, Magnus. Shadow Demon can play around it where if you have a sentry down and you see the Weaver Sakuchi, you can immediately disrupt him and then you can look for making these plays. But a Weaver with an early advantage with a hero like Pugna behind him can be incredibly potent.
And what are we getting out of this mid matchup? Maureen once again on the Sand King up against Alal on the mid SF.
Could be a hard lane. It should be on paper, right? A hard lane for the Sand King.
Seto
But Maureen
Fin.
is the specialist Sand King. And he is the specialist, as I believe they were saying on panel.
Ini siluman Monke yang sesungguhnya ini.
That can sometimes be very difficult. He's like the master of manipulating creep waves in the mid lane. Top, they actually won the Sentry War immediately. So Snaking, he was able to place that Sentry
King
out
lagi.
right away. So Skitter's playing in the lane versus no Sentry at the moment.
Weaver.
And Pugna, I think we've said a million times, one of the best harassers. In the lane versus no Sentry at the moment. And Pugna, I think we've said a million times, one of the best harassers. Inside that lane phase.
Oh, collapse pakai Magnus nih. Pakai babi.
Sort of ensuring a lane where Skeeter incredibly unlikely to die.
Yeah, has to make a pretty big mistake, I would imagine. Or, yeah, just pretty much a big mistake if he gets caught from a disruption under a Sentry. Bottom, Amar, this feels like, I know he's been doing this a lot more recently again too, but this is like an Amar of the past kind of thing where he plays this kind of carry hero, but also this anti-carry in a way in that off lane, because it can be pretty annoying to deal with this Monkey King. He gets off to a good start, he can bully a lot with that Jingu early on.
Oh, carry-nya pakai Morphling.
Because overall, the panel did talk about just in general how greedy Spirits draft can look when you
Grill.
Do you think they're likely to get away with the greed? You know, is this them sort of saying, hey,
Magnus
you know what, we're going to get a 60
Grill.
game, we're going to get time for it.
Dorong-dorong
Or do you
sedot-sedot.
think Falcons, this game, we might actually see a 60-minute game, we're going to get time for everyone? Or do you think
Romernya
this
sedot demon.
game, we might actually see a rare situation where Falcons could have the potential to close this one up a lot shorter than the 60-minute games we've been seeing for them?
Oh, and it's just 16, it's Falcons.
Ikutin Tigreal. Bisa sedot-sedot montek-montek nih nanti nih.
It should be a much longer
Tapi
game.
montek di sini nggak kayak Mole ya. Nggak kayak Mole ini montek di
They
sini.
have a Pugna to be able to force buildings, but on the
Mau
side of
montek
Spirit,
kayak Mole ya diludahin minion ya nanti malahan.
just prolonged games. Just cutting the creep waves constantly is a rare miss.
Didn't lock the mark there from Collapse. Even with the connection, probably wasn't quite close enough to get this shockwave into skewer back.
Amar. He's got the Orb of Frost. He's trying to get the connection onto Yatoro. Yatoro won't let him get that for the Jingu.
Pugna. Gak ada yang pakai
He's
Purja.
definitely gonna slow this Morphin down.
Prangko, biasa Prangko.
Has a second spell.
Oh, lihat tarik manja. Pulang anjing, pulang anjing.
Damage is
Ah,
done.
Heads up there from the Poshka on the side.
jalan kaki, hero jalan kaki. Katanya save lane. Mana nggak ada save lane-nya, nggak ada save-nya sama sekali. Nyaris tuh mati tuh, tinggal status doang tuh.
Yes, he wants his items, but he's got to win this matchup. I don't know how Maureen actually can... Yes, he has boots to try to cut, but I imagine Laurel's going to get boots, and he can follow the Senki. You can actually do a pretty good job of bullying the SK while you're playing the Shadow Fiend if you do get your boots as well.
Tinggal momen aja nanti si Magnus nih. Kayak mana monteknya ya?
Similar sort of power spikes. You know, how do they sort of match up in that regard?
I think actually, you know what? I'm kind of taking it back. I think Maureen's actually going to hit the timing first.
It will be more.
It will still take a bit longer for the SF. Yeah,
you know, actually, like thinking about it more, it is pretty dangerous because the issue is that there's always going to be these stacks that are coming out, and even if the lane goes slightly bad, Maureen will probably actually come out ahead in the lane. This is pretty wild to say.
Because especially with the backup he has, even just kind of looking at Crit on the Brimstone, right? If they get a good Blink Dagger timing on the Sand King,
he can kill
and they're going to make like these Burrow Strike, Inkswell stuns, jumps onto the SF, onto the Morphling, and even onto the Magnus, they're going to have a very good chance of getting those kills at a point in the game where Spirit might not be quite ready to fight back.
Kena pressure terus tuh.
So far, I think every game, even when he shut down on the Sand King,
kena pressure terus tuh.
sub 12-minute Blink Dagger.
Yeah, it's always very consistently quick on his Blink Dagger timings.
And immediately he does the thing where he pulls the neutral creeps into, or he pulls the lane creeps into the neutral camp, so he's even already starting to get that maximizing. He's actually ahead of the SF by 500 gold. If you look at the last hits, you saw that the SF was actually ahead in last hits.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
The Sand King is significantly ahead.
I understand, you know, drafting against Falcons must be incredibly hard, but I am surprised how many times they do let the Sand King through. Maureen has definitely been showing his strengths on this era, and I think most of the time if you let them have it, they will just take the Sand King from Maureen of how solid of a showing he's been giving.
I feel like he'll just take it for him every time. He's clearly shown he's by far the best Sand King. Laurel will get a free lane though. So level 6 has been hit. They've got the catapult wave 2. He's going to start to put some pressure onto the tower here. Are they going to look to make a rotation mid? It looks like they're actually going to make the move bottom. So all eyes focused on Yatoro.
Dire's middle tower
Magnus.
is under attack.
Nice. That picture of collapse.
The setup. Disruption's there. He's speedy. He's going to be fine.
So missed move there from Rue. That means they didn't double check the runes, which ensures that Falcons gets that regen rune from Maureen. Level 6, 400 ahead of the SF. So yeah, he's actually He's done it again. Raindrop also, so he's fine.
Oh, would have definitely liked a bit of backup to try and that power and control himself. Would have helped him with
Masih
jungle.
tarik ulur santuy ya
They
ini.
can potentially set up for a disruption into Requiem play since he did have that
Belum
slight
ada
level
perang
advantage,
ini.
but looks like the call was made for him to try to assist in bottom.
Masih
Across the
gabut
board,
gitu
all
ya.
three cores of Falcons having slightly better
Masih
time out these lanes.
farming
That first blood in
santuy
particular from
gitu.
the top lane, you're seeing that difference, especially Brew in a pretty sneaky spot here. Looks like he's
Tebusnya kayak
gonna try
bucal.
to steal
Mana
the
yang di
Shrine
Mas
of
Diki?
Wisdom.
They're gonna have the chance to bring him down. Easy
Mati
kill
dong.
from Ark.
And Brew, look at that sneakiness. Brew
Apa
in a
tadi
pretty
lagi
sneaky
baca
spot
live
here.
chat?
Looks like he's
Apa dia
gonna
mati?
try to steal the Shrine of Wisdom.
They're gonna have
Oh,
the chance to bring him down. Easy kill from Ark.
And Brew, look at that sneakiness.
salah
He's gonna
jalan.
be here.
Does he go for the disrupt steal?
Dire's middle tower is under
He is. Does he do it in time?
Don't know if it's
though?
gonna be quick enough.
It was not in
Oh,
time.
He's not gonna be able to
Station.
make the steal happen. Marine's gonna be able to hold his position, secure the Shrine of Wisdom
Mana yang di?
and likely get a
Ngeter
kill
kayak
on
war
top of that.
bunga.
He turns towards Rue, comes in with the power strike to finish it off. So not only getting a kill, but also being like, oh, what a shame. I've got to take that Shrine of Wisdom for me.
So usually when I've seen people do this in the past, you're kind of standing in the circle already, so that when you get that disruption, you get,
already
you get
going.
it immediately. But it was just slightly off time there from Rue. Good attempt for that sneaky play there, but inevitably it actually just ends up
Jemput
hurting more than anything else Maureen.
copo.
He's
Jemput
going to be able to
copo.
a very quick blink dagger, maybe even faster than we were talking about because of that.
And they just have so many ways to make plays. You know, I look at Falcons lineup, and I get it. As we say, normally Falcons games do go pretty late, but you just got to imagine the amount of action that Falcons can start playing with. It's pretty insane, right? The sort of combos that they can team up with. All three cores are going to be ready to go in, and with sort of the offensive backup of the Grim and the defensive backup of the Pugna, they've got so many ways to make plays. You see in the river, Raccoon's going to come out and push back Marion and Crit, but it won't be enough to save Paposhka as Paposhka goes down.
Taurus
He's in a lot of trouble as well. The Sandstorm burning him down. Rue will try and help out here with the disruption. Lal should be okay.
Rusuh banget itu pasirnya tuh ya. Mati dong.
He can't. He comes in with snaking.
Si Sopir mati.
Power strike from Marion comes in onto the two of the
5
Falcons
heroes.
leading up Spirit
Anjing perang itu.
in the mid lane.
They just bring the entire squad.
Kok kepala bantai gitu ya?
And the play here from them is far superior than what Spirit can bring in this early game. You don't want to battle Falcons right now. They're so strong.
And you know what's so cool about this move? What did we see in the last game? What have we seen from Spirit so many times when they play? They love to collapse as 4 or 5 heroes in the mid lane. It was actually Falcons the ones to come with it first. They bring that number advantage there. They get the connections. That was beautifully done. 7-2, the pacing. It's absolutely there by Falcons this game.
Grim
Early on
Smoker.
the builds too, as you see. Treads, Orb of Frost for the
Yo,
little
farming manja
reduction of health restoration on Amar.
dulu.
He's going for Diffusal
More
first pickup.
playing,
And that Blink, about 1,000 gold away from Malrine.
Gebuk-gebukin monster jungle
That first
dulu.
move from Spirit to match does get hurt. We're seeing that greed that was talked about get punished from the early moves from Falcons.
So these moves are just going to continue to come out from them.
Radiant's bottom tower.
They're
So
taking
many
bottom tower.
great synergies between these heroes.
Yep, and this tower's just dead. As we've seen, this is what Malrine does, is the sanking. He is a tower pusher.
Rusuh cok pasirnya cok. Ya monke, ayo monke.
Spirit.
Raja Onyet sungguhnya ya.
Now, and make sure that your Toro can get online. Laurel getting slowed down is very painful, I would say. He is the one to have that early advantage, have that way to play around for them to slow things down to make sure that the Morphling has a good time. Him dying early on definitely hurts them quite a bit.
1,600 gold on towards the Blink Dagger right now on Malrine.
Thinking.
Ini kalau player Dota gini tuh latihannya terus sehari berapa jam ya?
Rue is level 4. So the supports on the side of Spirit really struggling.
10 menit aja item paling satu aja belum ini nih, belum genep itu.
To accelerate things massively here in Collapse. He's got to go for this build that we've seen, of course, for the Magnus, the internal empowerment, plus he's just going for that Dominator build, which
Mobile Legends 10 menit udah 3 item tuh core
So
tuh.
in terms of playmaking,
Ini satu masih nyicil, masih
because Laurel
kredit.
has been slowed down, where's the playmaking really going to come from Spirit, right?
I don't
As a
think it is.
unit, it's there, but as individuals, it's quite lackluster.
They're going to have to avoid fights until Collapse is ready.
Yeah, pretty much it feels like that, because otherwise they're just going to get Blink Epi'd, the Monkey can keep jumping in at whim's notice. And it's losing towers. Second one to fall. Another blast. It's gone. Level 7. I mean, that's pretty crazy that Snaking's that high up there right now. Crit making a smoke move, looking to connect with Malrine with his Blink Dagger timing. He's got... Okay, he doesn't actually have the Soulbind skill, so 3 points in the Phantom, so rather prioritizing the extra attack on it.
Yeah. I mean, if they get that Burst Strike into the silence on the Morph, it's going to be a whole world of pain for Yatora.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Wah, sembuh flank itu tiba-tiba teleport situ.
Come out to help avoid the Inswell, so this will give a chance for Yatora. But the Wukong's command in the balance is there. Yatora has to
Wah, gak kuat tuh.
Collapse stepping forward. Dying to this
he's
swoop up
dying.
though. Same to be said for Lyle. They just walked into the ult.
Wah,
Take that all day.
tuker
Question mark.
dua, cok.
I'll
Cok.
tell you what, you gotta be careful with these question marks on that. They
Tawa lagi, anjing.
some teams. But it's there, the all chat question mark.
Maureen looks so serious too there. Collapse was actually laughing it off. Maureen's like, no. He's the one who gave him that question mark.
Well, gotta be careful when walking into that Monkey King ult.
Especially when Amar has this type of timings,
Yep.
right? He's got the defusal. That is a painful one to walk into. Two
Yes.
cores dropping an
They
instant.
just
Ah,
can't
ini
take these fights.
tuh malah parkur tuh
That
anjing.
is a painful one to walk into. Two cores
Onyet
dropping
tuh,
an instant.
nah
Can't
nih.
take these fights right now, Spirit.
they need time.
Falcons far too strong here in the early game with their heroes and the lead that they're about to grow. There's gonna be this very
They need time.
Falcons
Malah
far too strong here
kamuflase jadi pohon
in the
bangsat,
game with their
bangsat.
heroes and the lead that they're about to grow. There's gonna be this very quick
The
time.
bush shot.
It's gonna be another one here for Falcons.
This side of the map might be something they have to avoid for some time. I mean, Amari is just too threatening. But
They
Penting
set up pressure
nggak
on the
tuh?
legs.
yeah, it's pressure
It's
everywhere.
gonna be another killer around
Mati
the mid.
dong.
Prepify. Slowing him down. Through.
Pulang.
That power strikes up
Yeah,
a little
ketangkep.
bit, and that'll be enough
Yeah.
to close in. Get another 11-3 5k lead here for Falcons.
It's early lead.
Yeah, they're dominating this early game.
And they can just take over this part of this area quite easily, and they can look to just swing to this next tower also, right? Maureen can just look to push. Actually, they're already pretty much dead, so they don't even really need him to come up here. And Skeeter has been left completely alone.
Game easy nih berarti yang match kedua nih.
Top tower has fallen.
Spirit. What's the move gonna be? It's gotta
Can't really set up onto this.
No.
Skeeter's perfectly fine.
They just don't have playmaking until, honestly, until Collapse has a Blink Dagger. That is pretty much the only way that they can make these individual
Game
plays.
nih.
Otherwise, it has to be a team move.
And Falcons, they have all the playmaking in the world.
They really do. The Blink is done. Maureen actually has two components of his Aghanims already pretty much done. Oh, and this is scary times for Spirit
The
already.
Falcons are getting out of control.
Taking the Shrine of Wisdom too. These supports are already struggling on the side of Team Spirit. They lose their XP.
Spirit know that they can't come up here.
Yeah, devastating. They're not in a position to steal the Shrine either. You see that Amar immediately TVs over to get that.
I think this BKB defusal is going to be aligned so ridiculously fast here for the Monkey King.
And
And he's not even the top net worth.
No.
Beyond that, you have the other two. And under the tower,
Block
now
juga.
Maureen's going in under these tier 2 towers ready to set up for kills.
the Greed is absolutely getting punished. Yotoro's going to be so far from getting his Manta style too that a very
Halo
easy kill
doang
they can
sama
set up
musuh
onto
tuh.
him with the Scrimstroke +1. Laurel look to get involved with Rue.
But do they really want to try something here?
Reen's reading the play.
And he's just going to make the jump for it. Straight in with the Epi and the Burrow Strike route.
Aduh.
Will fall. Disruption buys him a bit of safety. They're going to try and fight this. Yotoro turns into the
Yeah,
Come on,
mati.
he's down. He's going to be caught by the silence. He's out of mana. Yotoro will be able to finish off Maureen here with the help of Lal.
But Yotoro,
He's inside
they
the
don't have
sandstorm
protection.
himself. Indeed, they don't see him.
Laurel though, he can't get out.
He's going to get chased down.
Ketangkep dong.
TP.
Kebukin monyet.
Out of bounds, is back up. So they get something.
I mean, they got Maureen again, but they lose a lot
Kebukin
again.
They
monyet.
certainly do. Skeeter continue to reap the benefits of these plays. Same to be said for Amar.
That's not showing the whole fight, right? It's only showing half. Okay. I guess it was showing the whole thing. Okay, wow, they actually got a little bit of an advantage off of that, it seems.
I guess it's a big kill.
It is, but
But they certainly need a
interesting.
hell of a lot more than that to try and come back in on this one, Spirit. Still down 6 or 7k or so.
I mean, Falcons are they're ready for the place, and they are not afraid to take every single fight that comes to them right now, right? So Collapse, he's waiting. He's not going to join, it feels like, for some time until he has that Blink Dagger done, and yeah, they need it.
Oh, Skeeter. Has he got a way to get down? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. TP's got to come.
Is his TP
It's gone.
off cooldown? Yeah, but can he...
It's up in 2
Ngorek
seconds.
mana ini?
No, still.
Pulang.
A bit of time. The Collapse is able to
Hey.
hold Skeeter up on the high ground.
He's looking for the delay of the game, right? He's just looking to cut as much as possible, get that time bought. Nice, still clever play, though. Skeeter will lose quite a bit of time of efficiency, right? 40 seconds lost, 30 seconds lost at least. Deep wards that we see placed from Falcons early on here. Laurel, down bottom, is right on top of one. Gotta be very careful.
Anjir. Malah parkur nih loh. Set.
Gotta be very careful.
Set. Set. Ya.
On Collapse, 1800.
Very close, yeah.
I imagine they probably will immediately look for a smoke up around that Blink Dagger, right?
Yep. Yasha's high is
So
finished up, especially because they want to use before the BKB timings can come out, right? Because if a BKB comes out and then they make the first move and Amar gets the BKB off, it could just stop it.
Jangan dong.
It's Amar.
It's found another. Lal is considering helping out, but Maureen's ready to make the jump.
Alah.
He's the upper strike, the Burrow Strike onto the two with them. Lal will get the Requiem off.
But he's stuck.
And he's very, very dead again.
Now, it's like Maori knows that they're always going to bring him back.
Onyet, onyet. Nggak di gimana aja meresahkan ya.
They'll have to back off at the time. That's for the TP coming in from Yotoro. The
Onyet
pressure
ini
from
emang
Falcons
meresahkan di
continuing.
game apa
It's
aja
everywhere.
ya.
There's no real breathing room, as we're seeing on the side of Spirit. Yotoro, now he actually has his Ancients unblocked. Didn't get to point that out, but the camps have been blocked for some time too. So overall, the economy game, Falcons are playing aggressive and blocking the camps to prevent that economy from Spirit. The blink done? It is.
It
so
is.
eyes on collapse. This is the time.
See what he can get. He'll take that.
He'll get one immediately.
Ya, Cidu.
Manta getting closer and closer for Yatoro as well, which will be very nice for him to deal with that Phantom's Embrace.
Rontokin, terus. Nah.
Tower has fallen.
This from Marine are in the neighborhood. Lyle's got to be a bit cautious. He won't push out too far.
Making their own move too. Starting to feel that power because they have that blink.
Super fast timing on the Fulmione for Skeeter.
Might be one of the faster ones we see with the rest of the items that he does have picked up. He is crazy farm. And he's not that squishy either. Actually, when you look at things, if he's on strength treads, actually sitting at a fair bit of HP with that essence ring. So he's going to be over 2,000 HP on a Weaver, which is not usually the case you see for Weavers. Usually quite fragile.
18 minutes. Aghanim's done on top of the Blink Dagger for Maureen.
Boy, Yatoro needs that bloodlust at all times. Okay, crit. This could be cool if he does go down this build. He does want to get the blink first, or if he does go either that Aghanim's.
Yeah,
they mentioned it. It's a fantastic.
It's so strong.
Yeah, Morph is pretty much one of the best that you can turn. There's that BKB.
Yeah, I think these timings just flying out from Falcons, and they're ready to use them. Immediate smoke up now with this next round of items completed.
It's around a big objective too, right? They have two big timings, and it's around that Tormentor potential that both teams want to try to go for here.
Ini buat ngeflank si monyet nih.
Maureen.
Boleh-boleh nih nanti nih.
Pretty dead if they want to commit for him. They will.
Easy kill.
Walah.
Power rune as well.
I'm swinging around to the mid route and collapse.
Amar's
Pretty
here.
deep.
He sees them.
They're going to see him. He's going to go for the Shockwave Skewer collapse, but I don't think
Waduh.
he's got a way out of this one. The bar
Waduh, backupnya.
lines up perfectly
ente.
from Malrine.
This is the fastest I've seen
Demi
Falcons
monyet,
play all
Cok.
tournament. And every move is hitting. They're reading the plays beautifully. Again, they find them.
Monyet juga tuh temennya.
Right? I guess they were sort of saving it for this point in this very important series. They're like, you thought we could only win games after 60 minutes? We're going to run you over in less than 30. See if they can keep it up.
Every single one of their moves is connecting. It just does seem like they're
Ayo,
more
Farmi
than
yang
one step ahead
rajin,
so
more
far
playing.
in this early game versus Spirit. Tormentor looks like they're going to work on it. They don't even need the whole squad. Just a bug plus a Pugna. With the way that minus armor plus life drain, of course, works. That's a really nice combo to be able to take
They're
out a
coming over
Tormentor.
here, Team Spirit. Snaking, probably going to die for this. Skeeter will get out. Actually, Mount
is he?
They step to 2-1. You're right, Snaking's fine. And in fact, it's Mapocha.
Ya,
the price.
kena dong.
He's got to start backing away. All right, they couldn't even kill the support at this point.
He is not an easy kill. He has a full solar crest. He's about to have a mech on top of it too, and he's level 13.
I mean, Spirit's still hanging around here. Collapse, waiting in the trees.
Actually, wait, Snaking is absurdly high level. Wait, what is going on? It's like the same level as the cores. Going to be level 14. This is going to be pretty tough for them to deal with. The fact that he's almost another core. He has the same net worth as Magnus. And Pugna, if he's not dealt with overall in a lot of team fights,
Mau
he can
Genshin
be
Onyet kah
pretty
ini?
crucial in terms of how much he can counteract any damage. And overall for Spirit, they already are lackluster in damage in this
Terus
early game.
ditangkep itu. Temen-temennya langsung pick up.
And it's pretty crazy timings for the King of the Snays.
Ready to enter into Spirit's jungle again.
20-5. We haven't even seen a Soulbind combo, right?
Ya ketahuan
It's
tuh.
got level 2 Soulbind now. There are some cool combos that they can do in this game, Owen.
He wants this helmet to dominate a creep dead.
Okay.
Get it.
They're going to start the Roche. Don't,
Yeah,
you
Spirit.
can't go there.
Absolutely not. Unless they wanted to go for some crazy YOLO play with the RP.
Oh, wait. Way too risky at this point when you're this behind. They do have the BKB on Laurel. Maybe if he had it a couple seconds ago.
They've hit the scan now. Indeed, any decision to get over here probably isn't going to come soon enough. They are going to smoke up.
If it was just a little bit sooner, perhaps.
Falcons, they'll have this secure. Skeeter grabs the Aegis.
They're going to look for the fight. It looks like there's a bit of a read here, though. Again, Falcons.
This is scary for Spirit. Oh, he jumps straight into collapse. From the RP on towards the Red Beam as well. They'll blow up Amar. But Maurine's in with the upper
Disuruh
throw.
press.
Catching it onto the turn. The Skeeter's ready to step forward. They'll
Datang
kill off
semua
Spirit. The damage
teman-temannya.
to Skeeter tearing through
Wah,
with the
langsung.
As collapse gets finished off by Maureen.
I
Tuker
swear he knew it. They were
satu,
pinging it. I'm pretty sure
demi
Amar knew that they
Onyet,
were there. That was a big
Cok.
play. He jumps in, loses his life, but he forces RP, Requiem, all these different spells. It lets his team just come in and clean up. That's a couple times now I've seen them have a sacrificial lamb on the side of Falcons to just ensure the team fight win.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Because I think it was Amar that was the one pinging. It was either him or Crit were pinging in the mid lane that they were there. I don't know if they saw something on the creeps or what it was, but they were 100% aware of that move.
Bentar. Kok gelap?
Skeeter now with a full Hurricane Pike.
Tanky. That HP.
Nah.
Even
Buat
in
tap
that
lain
last
tadi.
instance, we saw how it did pretty much take everything to take down Amar. Because that was in a situation where they were able to stop him from getting the BKB off. If he gets the BKB off next time, that combo's not killing him.
And look at Amar, he's queued up. This is not one of those where he's, this is not one of those where like, I'm super sad that I'm queuing up the minus. This is the, I'm super happy queuing up the minus.
Well, I don't think he's actually going to buy it.
He's not going to buy it. No,
he's just memeing.
But it's the meme one. He's just, it's, you know, it's the case of what it is.
Huh? He's so careful stepping up. That's the tier 2 taken away.
Such fast pacing. 23 kills, 24 minutes. If you told me this was Falcon.
I mean, Spirit are looking for a potential jump. Collapse.
Skater.
Goldnya aja udah tinggalan 13.000 tuh.
Also still until the RP's back up for Collapse.
Skeeter's got multiple ways to play around it too. If he has vision, he can just hurricane fight on the initial go as well.
Ya, digundulin dong.
Another tier 2 being pressured. Spirit just gonna might just have to let this one go as well.
So all eyes will be falling on Yatoro to see what he's able to pull together when the time comes for him to turn into the fight.
The true
Most
time.
part, he's been avoiding all the action. 0, 1, and 3 just focused on getting those timings. He's very close to well, yeah, but he's
Almost
about,
has the bug.
yeah, a little bit away still from the butterfly. Falcons.
ketangkep.
One of my extra worries, of course, for Spirit in this game.
Kukira Baywan ternyata ajak kawan.
But this one, he kind of needs the butterfly and the BKB going. There's too many things that he has to deal with.
So many, yeah, kind of
too many stuns, silences, a decrep from a Pugna can just stop everything as well too. So he needs the next two pretty badly in this game. And Skitter immediately, another tier 2 falls. They instantly swing to top. They're looking for the last tower. They are constricting the map completely of the side of Spirit.
Yeah, they're taking everything away from Spirit here.
Yeah. Look where Rue is having to farm. Look at the Shadow Demon. He's trying to find these desperate places. You know, the safest place is usually the most dangerous place at times. He does finish up his Blink Daggers, so can at least get closer to potentially go for some saves. But yeah, this tier 2 is going down. And at the moment, actually, crit. I think I'd like this even better if he can get it early. He has a Hex queued up. Why are you going to get an Axe if you can just control
just Hex him and kill him?
Yeah, you don't need it. Morphling is not that strong. You just kill him. Here comes that push.
And also left on the Aegis for Skeeter.
This is where Collapse can shine, so eyes on these skewers.
It's got to be huge stuff for him. Wants to try and give Spirit a chance of holding on here on the road to the International.
The thing is, too, he has to be a little careful because there are these Blink follow-ups. If he goes for a Blink Skewer RP, there's a crit with a Blink on the Grimstroke and then a Blink Epicenter, too. So it's not the easiest per se, even if they do get the Skewers, in killing some of these heroes because there's the follow-up that's there for Falcons.
Tower's gone.
They'll play careful after they get that tower. Extra influx of gold. Collapse. We'll have the BKB ready in a moment.
So he needs it. Can't afford to blink in and get tripped up by a Burrow Strike, Boundless Strike.
There's too many. Yeah, too many different spells that could just instantly trip him up. And as we've seen so far, Falcon's very on point with reading the plays so far in this game. Scotty is soon finished up for a Mar too. Another pretty incredible item when you're playing versus the Morphling at this type of advantage too. He's going to have it very soon. I don't know how Yatoro's going to take these fights. He needs that BKB.
It really is sort of a race to the BKB timing for Yatoro before Falcons turn the heat up.
They might have to smoke, though, to try to get outside, because all the lanes pushed in like this means there's just nowhere really for Yatoro to farm. And look at how Falcons has blanketed the vision, right? A ward placed in every single one of the lanes to watch if any movements come outside. So they'll see anything if it's not just a smoke moving out. Spirit has to play clustered as well. Brew has to pretty much hug Yatoro for the rest of this game.
Oh.
Pushkin Laurel.
Masih early gini. Ini kayaknya nanti satu momen langsung dirontokin di ganyang aja ini kayaknya nih.
Another timing has been hit. Crit. Level 15. So he's got the Soulbind Spell Lamp, which is insane with Sanking. Do have to always factor that one in.
Masih zoning santuy doang.
25% Spell Lamp on a Sanking.
Masih farming.
Crazy for that 7-second duration of Soulbind. Picking up a gem next. Boldly just continues to grow, Owen. And the items they're picking up, the anti-morphling items we call them, right? So I have Scotty finished up for the Monkey King. Shiva's is queued up on the Sand King. He even gets a Pollen Bag, right? I think I saw there on the Monkey King too, right? So this also reduces health restoration as well too. So all these little things, a Morphling trying to stack up versus it.
Dire are scanning.
Preparation is absolutely there.
Plays Spirit have to bring out now, have to be nothing less than perfect.
Pretty much, yeah.
They have to hold on against this incredible lead that Falcons has managed to build up this game.
Multi-hero RPs, it's pretty much, yeah, eyes on Yatoro to carry, but eyes on Collapse to get the big connections, which has not been given to him at all this game.
And I guess the question is for Falcons, are we going to see them keep the pressure on, or is it going to fall the same way as many of the other games where they're like, well, we've got a lead now, let's wait, make that lead a little bigger, in a, the next 30 minutes of gameplay, and then we'll.
I think they look for the Roche push. They have all the BKBs. I think once they get Aegis, they can go for ending.
You think they, like this game, Falcons feel that they have that much of an advantage that they won't be feeling the necessity to play it super safe and hold back before going high ground?
I think they're ready to fight.
They're ready to go. Okay,
yeah,
let's
I
have
think
a
they're
look.
pretty much ready to fight at any time. But going high ground, they might wait for an Aegis. The push cut.
Should be able to find it.
Waduh di BD.
Get it.
Kebukin monyet, kebukin monyet.
Doesn't usually jump up to
Kebukin
the
monyet.
see if he finds anyone else moving around, but the rest of Spirit are already out of there.
I was expecting that next hero. Level 20's been hit now. Skeeter. Big damage talent now picked up for him.
Toro.
How's his BKB?
Just about 1,400 gold short.
So that's the condition that Spirit needs, just his BKB in particular. It's not going to be the end-all, win-all condition, but it's a really good one to at least give them a shot here. Mortal.
They were maybe thinking about playing for the Tormentor, but they cannot do that.
No.
And Falcons are as close as they are.
Falcons does this one's just as free as last time, same exact way that they did before. Oh, that's a good one. Amar gets it for free.
A very nice shot for him. I mean, quite the game here on the offlane Monkey King, as you say, getting to play what we know he loves to. This sort of carry, focused offlane. It's going fantastically for him so far.
He might actually go for this refresher next item. He's got the mana pool for it. He's got the items already. That kind of makes it very effective.
It's true, I don't mind it. Yeah, get up there, BKB, Wukong's command. You're able to hit the building, refresh, do it again.
Do it again, take the racks.
They're going to be able to push for Mega
game
Creeps
plan.
pretty early this game,
Yep.
Falcons, if this continues.
Absolutely. How long on that Roche? It's a quick spawn. About 10 seconds, not even 5 seconds. It's about to come up.
Surely we'll have to try and tackle this. I mean, maybe not. I guess the call is going to be coming from Yatoro. Whenever it's sort of the decision is made for them to fight, Spirit as a team will be looking towards Yatoro's guidance on that.
The question is, do they even attempt to contest the Roche, or is it just, guys, we've got Skewer on high ground. We're playing for high ground. That might be the case.
I think it might be. Yeah, it's all going to come down to this big high ground defense from Spirit. It's going to have to be one of the bigger ones we've seen from them. With this much of a deficit against this 20k advantage that Falcons have
Bisa
built
tuh
up.
terusin. Solo bisa tuh.
How close is the Shivas? I mean, Maureen is very close to having it. Laurel showed. Maureen is instantly looking for him.
Oh,
Laurel.
he plays way out of this one. Might have to BKB TP. He'll play it safe. BKB TP to get out of there.
Did he see it? I didn't see if Maureen actually saw it there for a second. They may have not
Kecoa,
seen the BKB
kecoa.
usage. Either way, though, Aegis is claimed. They've got the banner now. This could be their time to push. They might spend some of the gold before they do it, but this is likely the time that they're going to look to force as much as
I
possible.
mean, yeah, Ski just got so much money to play with. 4k gold in the bank. And getting close there as well on Amar. He's got 3,300 ready to spend up. And yeah, that's the timing here for Crit.
It's so early. You don't see this. A 30-minute hex on the 4 position, usually with a blink dagger.
I mean, this could pretty much end the game, right?
Yeah.
He gets in with a Blink Soulbind double hex. It could be game over. And the end of the hopes and dreams from Team Spirit on this road to the International if Crit gets that jump.
Especially because in some of these situations, when you're at this deficit, right, your BKB usage has to be so clutch. Some of these players like to hold it until a certain scenario. He could just get hexed and die, right? So we'll have to keep tabs if he does get on Yatoro.
Risky play from Spirit, smoking up out on the map into this Aegis of Falcons.
They don't have BKB from Laurel either. It's still cooldown 35 seconds. He did just pick up his Aghanim's. Does have that extra fear. He also hit 20, so extra control. See how Falcons wants to approach the high ground push. 5,400 gold on Skeeter.
Spirit, just waiting patiently. One misstep, one misplay.
Falcons doesn't want to. They
Come to
don't
an
want to
end.
go. They don't want to do it. Maybe waiting to spend, like we were saying. But
And maybe sort of saying, guys, you know what, 34 minutes, do we really want to? Let's play to our element.
Amar's like,
We got a
need
good 30
another
minutes more in this game.
Ngeflank.
Shield rune on Amar.
Kurang mau ngeflank
He queues it
pohon.
with the refresher, by the way. Still looking to grow a little more. It looks like with that hardcore queued up.
Kamuflase nih monyet nih.
What's Skeeter gonna queue up? Did he get the Daedalus, or is he going MKB? They went Daedalus.
Yeah,
I figured
Daedalus
it had
on
to be. Okay, so Daedalus is finished up. He's gonna kill heroes so fast.
Yeah, with his Daedalus shard.
But everyone except for Yatoro is going to die so fast if Skeeter is actually alive.
Yeah, BKBs aren't going to save them at this point. Skeeter gets his hands on them. So much physical damage now.
All right, maybe it is going to just be one of those where Falcons gets 40k.
I mean, there ain't no way. Are we actually going to be here for another 30 minutes?
I think I mean, it's starting to feel like we might be.
Come on.
Wush. Dipotong gitu. Wah, anjing. Tahun juga satunya, Dok. Dibalikin. Mati dong. Oh,
Jumping
enggak.
around the Wukongs, trying to avoid Yatoro, but Yatoro's able to close in with the
Balikin.
waveform. Balance strike from Amar gets him out of there, but
No way.
hits the shockwave. Stewart
Yeah,
connects.
ketangkep.
Amar's gone.
That's a gem. That's a big pickup they get. Miss Polska grabs it. Skeeter trying to get the split push, but they get a massive
Langsung
kill
di
here.
surprise
Two of them.
HBD.
They really wanted to try to punish this. They had the Hex, but the RP was absolutely ready. Collapse. He's there, and there's that Midas. Queued up. Ogre will pick one up.
Very much seeing the potential still of Yatoro on the morph.
Yep, Spirit.
Dia
Despite this
PD
huge
gitu.
lead that Falcons currently have. Bit of a slip up in the sort of 50 seconds when Amar's dead. It's going to be a lot of timing where this Aegis is not going to really be able to be used anymore by Skeeter, as Falcons will have to hold back. Spirit getting a little bit of breathing room. They did, of course, have the fortification forced out.
They did.
Of them, so next time round.
But they get time for Yatoro's BKB to
Liatin
come back
dong
up, right? It's going to be
ininya.
back up as the Monkey King comes up, and only 20 seconds are
Core-nya
left or
yang
so on that
tim
Aegis, so
hijau
it
dong.
does feel like maybe Falcons isn't going to go for this. Crit still does have smoke. They still do have Blink Hex plays, but have to be careful. They need to keep tabs of where this Magnus is in particular if they're going to go for plays like that.
Both Collapse and Brew
And
there,
Brew,
just
true.
being in perfect position
Very,
to
very true.
bail Yatoro out.
Yep. Snaking. They found him.
This is probably going to be another one there for Spirit. Don't mind if they do.
Kills.
Kena dong. Ya,
All right. Well, they'll definitely take that. I mean, I feel the Falcons now losing these kind of kills here and there. They're definitely going to be like, well, look at that, boys. We can't end in 40 minutes. We're going to have to give it another 20 at least.
Yep, start queuing up and start thinking about the later stages.
There we go.
You're going to have
Yep.
to deal with them. Yep.
60-minute game coming right
There we
up.
go. Timeless Dazoon for Laurel. Next,
dah,
getting closer and closer as well. Even with this
Dah sampai
18k
sana.
lead, we're seeing it. Spirit, they're able to fight around Yatoro now.
monyet.
They're going to keep this going, Spirit.
Di
Smoke up.
pohon dia.
Yep, feeling that power.
Iya, tabrak dari belakang.
Managed
Ambil
to
dari belakang.
find a little bit of a weak moment of Falcons, and they're doing everything they can to keep striking at it.
Amar. He's a tree. He gets hit
Dah
by the
ketahuan.
Able to balance to the side, put the BKB, but it's a lot of physical damage. Collapse able to slide in, get the RP down on towards him.
Soulbite.
Soulbite
Ya,
actually
dibalikin,
down on
Cok.
two, then Collapse in trouble with the disruption from Brew. Cutters in.
Collapse is dying.
Glimmers there as well. Collapse on the retreat. He's going to live. He'll get out of there. Now Falcons are ready to bring the
Wah,
fire.
dibalikin.
BKB apparently strike down the two of them. The physical damage forcing Skeeter to have to timeouts immediately.
Wah, kepecah
But he's on top
posisinya.
of Amar, but Amar will turn.
Ya,
Bring down
dipentungin
the
sendiri.
Falcons.
Ya,
They take out the two supports here,
kepisah.
Falcons.
Ya.
They don't lose anyone themselves.
Amar with
Ya.
some basic problems there coming into play.
Situ yang
Keeping himself
surprise kan
alive against the two
dibalikin.
kills on the supports. Yatoro has failed. He
Ah,
knows
di
he cannot
monyet,
die in this
Cok.
scenario.
Ini mon kayak
Collapse
buat.
living on a
Mon caking
ministry bit of
brengsek,
help at
Cok.
the end. Clutch plays and saves coming in pretty much mainly from
Agak
Brew,
mati
with
lagi.
disruptions.
Takes so much
Nyengir.
damage. Honestly, Amar is doing a crazy amount of damage himself too. He dropped to 10% in seconds
Monyet dia emang
on that
ya.
Magnus. And now an RP was used outside the base. So 60 seconds. Does Falcons want to try something with that? Again, still very difficult to go toward that high ground. And they did not recover their gem, right? No. Collapse is the one who had it, so Snaking, he actually purchases a new one, I believe, for his team.
Well, very close to having his Hex online. Couple more creeps, and that will be there. So a bit more of a chance for him to make that jump.
They're starting to get, I mean, they're getting into positions to be able to take these head-on fights. Yeah.
This is a team that is absolutely not afraid to get aggressive and active, making these plays despite being as far behind on the gold as they are. They know that their best efforts is to try and catch Falcons by surprise rather than just sit back inside that base.
Both teams having to be careful how they group up. The AoE damage, the AoE control from both sides is pretty ridiculous. As Yatoro, he's got the Daedalus.
Skeeter, he's going to have eyes on him.
Kena.
Trying to turn
Walah,
around here. Links
disikat.
is going to be popped to Mark.
Collapse.
The trees getting the vision. They're going to bound the strike on towards them. Collapse.
Wah,
trying
gak
to
siap
go
tuh tim
around.
hijau.
He's already off
Gak
the
siap tuh tim hijau tuh.
Drop the Rakhaprasista, but they've got the control on it.
Ah, su kecoa gara-gara kecoa tadi.
Again, off the waveform. RP is whiff, but Yatoro's going to back out of the
Gak
fight
siap tim
now.
hijau.
Marrying closer into the episode of
Iya, ron, iya, iya,
He's on
kelar.
top of Yatoro, but Poshka will fall. Yatoro's got waveform up in a second.
Wah, udah
He'll get it
ente.
off. He'll go for the TP
Ente,
out.
ente,
Yatoro,
ente,
he's
ente.
caught
Dah kelar
Maury
nih.
again,
Dah
finding
kelar,
the
kelar.
connection with the stun.
Gak siap.
Falcons.
Ini loh gara-gara si kecoa tadi nih
Eyes
loh.
on him.
Nah, ini
As
momen
Yatoro,
ini.
he's got the Daedalus.
Skeeter.
Bah,
Eyes on him.
ya keciduk. Carry-nya keciduk soalnya.
Collapse.
The trees getting the vision. They're going to bound the strike on towards them. Collapse trying to screw him off the tree.
Nah,
He's already off
siapkan
himself.
tim
Got
hijau.
the BKB. Drop the
Yatoro.
Rakhaprasista, but they've got the control on it. Once Yatoro's able to turn the monkey. He uses the balance strike against him. Again
RP
off the waveform. RP is whiff, but Yatoro's going to back out of the fight for now. Marrying closer to the
balik
episode of
nggak bisa.
Burn towards Brew.
Yatoro.
He's in on top of Yatoro, but Poshka will fall. Yatoro's got waveform up in a second. He'll get it off. He'll go for the TP out. Yatoro.
He's caught.
He's caught. Maureen again finding the connection with the stun.
Ente, bro.
I think I actually didn't see what canceled the blink. I think it was Snaking, right? I'm not sure what canceled that blink from him, but something did. And overall, I mean, Snaking kind of solo
Surprise
killed
depan
with the shadow
muka
feed.
gitu.
Goodness. Amar also, the scouting he was able to do in that fight. He jumped over the Magnus's head, jumped off the tree as the skewer was coming
he
on.
was able to dodge that.
That was some next level stuff coming in from Falcons.
And now,
Decisive
they'll
fight.
definitely come in with the push. There's a full
Ah,
minute
push,
here
push,
without
push.
Yatoro.
Dispus,
Falcons ready to get back
dipus,
on track.
kanan, kiri,
Doing the damage here
jebol.
to the base, taking this top set potentially. The fortification will come out. But 50 seconds without Yatoro, without Lal here for Spirit.
That is, it's insane damage that Snaking actually did to Laurel. Now that I'm looking all of it, pretty much all of it.
Ya, welcome
How much they
nih
want to
udah.
push for here. Still 30 seconds to stick around.
They might be able to get it all. There's a glyph available.
These were seeing there's crazy damage and he was coming out from that.
Level berapa
Stick
monyetnya?
around.
They might be able to
24.
get it all. There's a glyph available.
Oh, udah menang
These
level
were seeing there's
juga
crazy
dia.
damage and he was coming out from that. Closing on the last fight.
There's like life drain plus Pogna. Yeah, insane.
Tuh, gitu tuh.
It's
Udah
Falcons.
pedis banget itu.
Mega creeps are going to be theirs.
They'll pop the glyph. 15 seconds.
Amar's going to
though.
want to stick around and finish off the job here with Skeeter. They're not going anywhere quite yet. Falcons, they'll claim the Mega Creeps. Now they'll back off as the respawns come in. Spirit, we saw them last game hold on for quite a while, but still obviously to that inevitable loss in game 1 against the Mega Creeps. Let's see how long they can hold
Ngetrap
on
tuh
this time.
monyetnya tuh. Ngetrap
Much
di situ
earlier
tuh.
this time. Mega creeps at 40 minutes is much different than Mega creeps at the 50-something minute mark. These heroes cannot really deal with them at this point in the game. And it's just going to be continuous momentum now too. That shoved onto that side. Also, not good economy that you get from those creeps. Falcons, they can go anywhere they want. So Roche, there's for the picking. Skeeter can go for the MKB if he wants.
Isi win ternyata.
Academ's now online for Collapse. Historically, him and the Horn Tossers have been quite something in the internationals. Will it be enough?
Crit has double soulbind, double hex now also.
Falcons having a pretty close to perfect game 2 here against Spirit.
Very little mistakes that we've seen from them so far. And just the reading of the plays, right? Somebody sacrifices themselves, but the sacrifices for the most part have been absolutely worth it. Moments away from perhaps knocking Spirit out.
Will they do it before the 60 minutes?
It's looking. It is
We're
looking.
getting up there. We're getting up there.
I mean, now they are hitting pretty critical mass at very early. Refresher is done for Amar. They already have max slots on Skeeter, almost max on Malrine as well. This is really early to have all max items, 43 minutes.
Ngetrap.
They have this Aegis, so they could look to
Si
just
monyet
shove it in and
nge-trap.
find that fight.
Radiant are scanning.
Ngetrap
Setting
gimana
up on
kamu?
top. Yatoro.
He's got it.
And Crit, he is here.
Yeah, Yatoro's just got it. Just let Rue die.
Temennya ketangkep.
Yatoro's out safely.
Oh, enggak.
Rue, not so much.
Loh, enggak dong.
Make him work for it a little bit. Courier, sneaking it.
Wah.
They get the snipe on it. It's a Reaver. They will. That is, I believe, the Satanic finish,
That
right?
would have been the full Satanic.
Oh, man, that's 3 minutes without a
And he
finish.
spent up for that Reaver, forfeiting buyback gold.
He needs, I mean, at this point, he has to go all in, right?
Sure.
In this type of game, he has to have every
But
item possible.
the
but
risk doesn't pay off. He doesn't manage to make that delivery.
no,
It's
3
gonna-
minutes.
That's going to be a long 3 minutes.
They're going to smoke it. They're going to look to end this game. Arcane Rune bottom. Amar, pick that one up if you'd like to. Level 25 as well, too. So that massive Wukong. Good luck fighting inside of it.
Falcons, they really have made this game too look pretty easy.
My Spirit, their hope now is pretty much bringing
Nah,
them
di
into the
rumah
Falcon. It
dulu
feels like
ya.
Collapse, he's got to make it
Mau
happen.
farming
Yeah,
gimana
that's
kayak ini? Udah dikandangi.
Falcons there, a very careful, meticulous team. They don't normally make those mistakes that end up in, putting them in positions where they can be in a fountain.
Surprise,
Push.
tunggu.
It's the catch on what's collapsed. They're trying to map the limit. We're having to be giving out
Anjing. Ah, rontok dong. Ah, rontok dong.
They turn towards Yatoro, but Yatoro into the Sand King hides in the sandstorm. Tier 4s are being focused now.
They have another Wukong as
And they
well.
have no collapse for 80 seconds. He's 900 gold or so short at the buyback. Spirit, can they hold on with the 4 of them?
Malrine's here. He bought back.
Falcons. They're so close here to pushing Spirit out of the
Ah,
competition.
tebus dong.
Jump forward in, but straight away the Hex catches him. He went for the blink
Wah,
of the
nggak
Hex,
kuat.
gets him immediately. He'll come over the buyback. Yatoro is going to try and jump the backlines, but he's flipped by the silence of the Phantom's Embrace. He'll put the
It's
magic
too
try
much.
to jump. The Hex is back up. He's out
Ah,
of the game
udah.
for good. As game is over, GG is called. Falcons knock Team Spirit out of the road to the international, and Falcons will move on.
GG
Very
Falcon.
decisively in this game, too. That
GG easy game. Oke, nonton siapa ya? Masih pengen nonton aku. Tim Liquid lawan Tundra ya. Nah ini deh, match pertama. Tim Liquid.
Boxy,
Didn't see that coming.
and Insania. Almost forgot. I almost said Nisha again.
Got there in the end.
Making up the core of Liquid.
Ya, tim Liquid
Still on
lawan
Liquid,
Tundra.
and still fighting for a shot at TI.
Seperti biasa beli rumput-rumputan
This is
dulu.
an extremely intimate matchup between these two teams. You've got former teammates, you've got Team Liquid matching up against their former
Oh, ada
captain.
invoker,
and leader in
ada
33.
onyet
Hell,
lagi.
even the stand-in of Tundra played for both teams this year.
Sand
He
King
stood in for both
lagi.
Liquid and Tundra.
Well, there's a reason Liquid's, esport organization of the decade, right, Austin?
I guess so.
They just gobble everybody up. They steal everybody else's talent. They steal the stand-ins. I mean, everything is eventually gone through Liquid at some point. I would not count Tundra out of this matchup. I know a lot of people are going to say they don't have the full roster. They are missing Whitemon. That is a massive blow to the squad. See if third three can get out of here. Down the river. Try and get the extra move speed to work. But
Pulang. Ya Tuhan, diuper-uper kayak maling kayak gitu ya.
Will secure that last hit. A lot of damage done there by Toby trying to punish the team he stood in.
Ini
just
kenapa tadi si bocil bisa sampai
I
sini?
would not count Tundra out of this matchup. I know a lot of people are going to say they don't
Oh,
have
mau ambil
the roster.
itu,
They are missing Whitemon. That is a
biji-bijiannya
massive
itu
blow to the
loh.
squad. See if third three can get out of here.
Apa itu
Down the
namanya
river.
biji-bijiannya tuh?
Try and get the
Ya,
extra move speed to work.
ya.
But
Diuper masa tuh.
Taking it down, 10 HP, and
Aduh.
will secure that last hit. A lot of damage done there by Toby trying to punish the team he stood in just a month ago.
I still would not count Tundra out of this series just because 33, he knows he knows him through and through.
Yeah.
And this is a guy, he's a double TI champion for a reason. He knows how to gimmick his way through certain series, dare I say it, right? This guy has definitely abused certain items of certain patches that will go unnamed. And this is another such instance that could come to light here. I want to see what Dominator shenanigans he potentially gets up to here. This draft was super interesting. A lot of back and forth in terms of trying to get the team fight coordination victory. I think Liquid's 5-man punch looks incredibly straightforward and strong. There's not a lot of super difficult execution there, right? You go in, you cast all these big AoE spells, you throw down the pit, you throw down the Wukong, Sandstorm around a Roshan, glimpse people into it. You're likely going to win that fight if you are all there together and hit the right target. I think Tundra's a lot higher execution.
Bloodseeker.
Maybe the ceiling's a little higher.
Pakai
with
Pukna
some
lagi ya.
over dance
Skinnya
on
gonta
kids,
ganti ya.
I can also see this Bloodseeker struggle.
Udah
This is a
hero-nya
game
aja nggak
where
apal, ini
it's
pakai
all
skin, Jo.
especially deep, but like the panel said, there's no direct counter pick. There's no Pango you're shutting down. There's no mobile hero that you're really rupturing. And the Monkey King matchup can be really rough. Again, if Liquid can just plant their heroes in an area or an objective, drop the Wukong. Very difficult sometimes for Bloodseeker to run into that type of setup. And there's not a lot of damage to throw out to enable the Thirst in this game.
Yeah.
That's my big concern for him. Puts a lot more pressure on the Soxa Tiny and this Invoker to start pulling off some moves.
Liquid trying to get a bit aggressive there.
Mau diganyang mau itu?
Double ion shell, but a
enggak.
whiffed vacuum from 33.
You don't see that often.
Ya kali menit kayak gini, kalau nggak blunder kayak bocil tadi,
Last year's Liquid, how often did we say,
nggak bakal
oh, man, the
ini
off lane
ya.
of Liquid, they're killing it, but it's their safe lane that was a liability for them so often. But when TI came around,
karena
that
mau ambil
safe lane showed
biji-bijian
up,
di tengah
and
tadi,
was
mid
a large
sungai
reason why
mid tadi
they
loh,
were able to
mid
claim
river
the Aegis
tadi
in the
itu.
first place. A lot of people pointed to Mickey and how good he got within that season as a large reason why Liquid walked away the victors.
I mean, it's just crazy one of these teams is going home. I don't think anybody would have predicted this.
It's last year's TI winners versus the most successful regular season team, right? Tundra was at 7 different finals this season. They claimed 3 different first places. Like, they were the most successful team. How are they in this elimination spot? Well, Whitemon was certainly a large component of this team's success. And, I mean, even before that, 33 himself said that this is a team that they felt like they were kind of missing some of their
Kena
identity.
dong.
They weren't sure exactly where they were going. Toby, he's going to be picked up here by Saberlight and Boxy. Liquid already 2-0
Nggak
up
boleh
in the laning
pulang.
phase.
It's such a strong laning phase for them. They have good matchups. The Sand King's just going to push out the mid. They got the counter pick versus the Bloodseeker lane. This Darkseer's against Monkey King, a notoriously difficult matchup, and arguably one of the better Monkey King players in the world. If Liquid can pull this game out, it sets them up really well for the series because, again, you are trying to build hero pools for your players right now. It's one of the strengths of Liquid. The more series they play, the more they understand how they want to draft, what they want to pick, the better they get. A win with this style of draft that can play fast, can combine quickly around the map, can get stuff going, fights happening. It's the exact style of lineup they want to play. So therefore, if they can find success with it, it's a great way to start the series and push your momentum further.
Nation's just
kena
been
dong.
super aggro against
Oh, iya,
BZM
mati.
because he has the
Belum ada
century
damage.
advantage. He's really been pushing that. And
He's going Helmet Dom.
why not?
No, I'm kidding. I got you. You believed it for a
I
second.
did.
though.
I actually fully meant that.
I mean, I'll get somebody at least once every time. You know, you could say any mid hero is going to go Helmet Dom.
I mean, it was that 7 Helmet Doms or whatever craziness we had in that previous series that really got me going.
Well, that's why I was watching that series. Everyone's complaining about the Helmet Dominators. I'm thinking, we
Wah,
haven't
bawa
had
perang
Tundra
tuh.
play yet today.
Crystal has got a lot of movement speed and Sunstrike. Oh, was that off the mark there?
A little bit.
Just off the edge. Still,
Oh, nggak
Saberlight and
mati.
Boxy will walk away pretty worse for wear. Healing cell for Boxy. And a
Ini
creep
dia
wave
nggak
is pushing
maju,
into
biar
Saberlight.
maju
So
bisa
they'll be
digas
okay.
tuh.
At least you get some thirst going here, but a couple spells off the mark early for Tundra. Maybe, you know, little jitters, got to warm up a little bit.
I think that's concerning to me because, you know, drafts aside, you know, what you do in the game is so important, and putting players on comfort heroes in elimination matches, I think is a
Oh, he
really
missed
good
the
way
ancient stack.
to start
Cuma
out this
dicolek
series.
doang,
That is
Cok.
And you've got a Crystallis Classic, but they have struggled to find what his hero is for this TI. Right? They even picked a Razor, and it didn't work for them.
That's not a Razor meta. We just haven't seen anybody perform.
We've got BZM back on his Invoker, which is kind of his namesake at this point in time, this meta.
Ya,
We know both the
kurang-kurang.
players come and go, but I feel like BZM's the best of the current batch.
Oh, it's his best hero right now for sure, and you could first pick it. definitely sends a message. I don't think Liquid addressed the Invoker too hard either, as the panel said. This is a pretty good Invoker game. Especially the first pick Invoker. There's not a lot of counterplay. Your Monkey is maybe the best bet at getting on top of him, but Monkey is also a hero that really suffers against the Invoker control in the fight, that disarms the tornadoes, Ice Wall. You can BKB, you can refresh your BKB in the late game to bypass it. But sometimes it can be difficult if those fights get drawn out, and BZM is a master of that. Trying to deny the
Look at all the heroes coming in. 33 came over with Saksa to secure the power route. That is crazy.
Did not want to give this room to the Sand King.
They're still
perang nih.
potentially getting the pick off on Toby.
Wah,
A lot of heroes, but only
langsung
one hero
ke
at the
depan
bottom
tapi
lane,
tidak ada
which was
follow up
Toby,
damage,
number 31.
bung, sia-sia.
Very slow start in this game for Tundra. Maybe Helmet Dom on the Invoker, you get some more levels on BZM. Start picking up some kills with Sunstrike, it could speed it up, but that top lane was tough for the Darkseer. The Bloodseeker didn't find any of those extra kills bottom. There's not a lot of thirst being built up, chipping these heroes down, and the stacks are being built from Liquid. If Tundra can get in here and steal some of this, that would be a big boon.
Why'd you point to the Monkey King as the best hero to address the Invoker? Why not the Blink Sand King follow up with the Hoodwink? I feel like that's a lot of initiation and burst that should address a hero like.
All right, there's a kill.
Wow.
There's a kill on the board. Nice little push in there. They're wrapping around. They can even go triangle now.
That's true. They got a nice word to play around here.
I think the
Will at least
Sand
block
King,
the ancient stack.
he has another hero triangle.
Should address a hero like.
All right, there's a kill. There's a kill on the board. Nice little push in there.
Kroyok.
They're wrapping around. They can even go triangle now.
That's true. They got a nice word to play around here.
I think
Will
the
at least
Sand
block
King,
the ancient stack.
he is another hero that can jump backliners, but I feel like in some sense, I mean, Sand King's either going to do that to somebody or he's not. Like, he can always use his whole kit, jump somebody, and kill them, but I think to reach and find Invoker for Sand King tends to be a little more difficult. At least with Monkey, you can leap on him, you can BKB, and you can just commit, try and bring him down with Nullifier or something in this style of game. It's a little harder for Sand King. Darkseer comes in, gives you some auras.
Yeah. Oh, got him inside the command field there. Insania lands that. Epicenter attempted.
Bentar, perang dulu, bentar. Mau kamar mandi dulu. Bolehlah lanjut lah.
With Nullifier or something in this style of game. It's a little harder for Sand King. Darkseer comes in, gives you some auras.
Yeah. Oh, got him inside the command field there.
Kena ternyata duar. Di follow up dong.
Tornado at the same time an avalanche.
Oh,
not great between Contra, Saksa, and BZM.
This mid lane is a brawl. This is. I think Liquid feel like they're playing against Game and Gladiators again. It's just tri-lane mid.
Heal banget tuh Bukna ya.
Yeah, Mickey thinks he's playing
Buki.
hasn't even been in the lane. He's been clearing out neutrals half the time.
Yeah.
Highest net worth in the game by far, and he's got a ton of denies.
This is the issue. I mean, you could jungle, but it's not nearly as fast as what this Monkey King is getting out of this early game, and that's a big concern for Tundra. Again, you cannot rely on
kayaknya
this
di atas ya.
to
Gak
help
bisa
win
join
this
bawah
Monkey
ya,
match.
bisa deh.
It's just not
Join
something you're
bawah
going to
nanti.
overcome. Even more pressure on the Invoker in this game.
Which means Chrysalis needs to be careful, right? Because we've seen Big A, he does like to do the gate rotations. A little bit surprised he hasn't done one yet.
I mean, I think he's just having such a good time.
Sure.
Why risk a perfect game right now? This Monkey King can do whatever he wants.
Like, quite a good thing. Nisha, I do think Tundra did a really good job of punishing the first round, that hard camp stack, but the ancient stack is still going to go the way of Nisha. They maybe get a little bit of it. They got one last hit, thanks to the Blood Right. As long as they don't lose anybody, this is not too bad. But it's hard not to lose anybody when you're invading to the enemy side, trying to get back against a disruptor.
Anjing tuh lempar, Cok.
It's hard not to lose anybody when you're invading to the enemy side, trying to get back against a disruptor.
Ada follow up damage
Somebody's
ya.
going to be glimpse picked off.
They got one creep out of that camp. A little XP.
Ini onyet nih. Serang. Ganyang onyet. Ganyang ada temen itu. Kena itu. Ganyang. Ganyang. Ah, turret. Ganyang. Ya.
That's a super nice rotation from Mikke. He's having a free game. Well, it's even freer now. Now he's taking it to the biggest counter, slowing down the Invoker game, speeding up his own.
Oh, first Rupture going to be used. Saberlight. Is he really in trouble, though? They're trying to get the toss on him so they can get the extra range on the Rupture. Saberlight's not giving it to Saksa easy, and now Saksa underneath tower is just going to die.
Bentar, ngapain ini tadi?
Oh, first Rupture going to be used. Saberlight. Is he really in trouble, though? They're trying to get the toss on him so they can get the extra range on the Rupture. Saberlight's not giving it to Saksa easy, and now Saksa underneath tower is just going to die.
Temenmu tuh di belakang. Ngapain maju-maju gitu kan, balik tadi bisa.
You know, some thirst activation, use this Rupture. Doesn't really matter who your Rupture target is if you can toss it back. But this has been a really slow early game for Saksa. Just not finding those little openings he wants. The Darkseer had to go jungle early, so he had to give up that lane pressure. You're just stuck skirmishing around mid. It's Toby on a power rune, round 3.
Tuar
He's
mati.
bursted down by the meteor, and look at the use of the hurricane
Beautiful.
from
Lucu ya skin yang
BCM,
itu
the
ya.
master of all elements. Call him Avatar. A meteor drop, little cold snap action, tornado if need be, and a hurricane from the creep.
That was beautiful usage.
Ya ketemu dong, ketemu dong.
Apparently Toby just can't. No matter where
Alah,
he goes in the
kepuk
river,
monyet.
apparently
Udah,
Liquid will
kepuk
always be there
monyet.
to kill him.
He has had a rough time trying to secure some of these runes and at least some control for BZM. Overall, though, you look at the net worth, like where this Invoker is sitting, it's not
Ini
too
tim
bad.
Liquid nih.
No, not at all.
Considering how wonky a lot of these rune fights were.
Ini
And you're going
Scom kah
up against
ini?
Hoodwink Disrupt, they're pretty strong in these early points with all the levels, especially Insania having the early level 6.
Blunder.
It's been a clunky game for them, but they're in an okay position, barring what Mickey can do with all this early farm. He already has Echo Saber flying out. That was a quick little kill.
Nice pickup. It's Chrysalis who makes the first run through the gate, probably trying to find the Monkey King, but instead runs into Insane.
They're pretty strong in these early
Nyiduk kah ini tadi?
but they're in an okay position, barring what Mickey can do with all this early farm. He already has Echo Saber flying out. That was a quick little kill.
Nice pickup. It's Chrysalis who makes the first run through the gate, probably trying to find the Monkey King, but instead runs into
Backup
Insania.
damage-nya untung kena itu.
Liquid need to keep finding little connections, combinations around the map, outnumbering Tundra. That's where their lineup will thrive, especially if you can get the Underlord to gate in on a certain play around the mid lane, off of a glimpse. Another miss.
BCM. I mean, he's doing all right, but frankly, he's not really looking like himself when it comes to these usually perfect spell casting in poker.
So many stacks going into this man right here. That is blink.
Atas ke-push ya itu
See
ya.
if Liquid make a smoke with this, or if they feel like going into Tundra is too risky with everybody available to respond. They have the connection capability though with this monkey, and they do instant smoke it.
Where do you want to go with this smoke? Who is the most important person to shut down of these cores?
You want to go on Invoker or Bloodseeker, one of those two. These are the two damage dealers for Tundra. Darkseer's going to play a utility role, slowing him down. Not that
Oh,
much,
mau
doesn't
diganyang
hurt
tapi
all
sepi,
targets
nggak ada
anywhere
tuh, ada
scale.
orang
So,
tuh.
Sure.
You want to shut down the primary scalers and damage dealers, it's always going to be these two. They are looking for Crystallis down here, but they're too late.
Ada orang,
Little
ada
late to
orang,
already
ada
finished Maelstrom. He's already out of here. Nice read from him.
Mau disurprise sih.
And this is all time for 33 to recover. Gotta remember, like this Darkseer, he's in the bottom left of the map. He has a creep with Ion Shell pushing in that top wave. He's effectively getting a lot of CS off the board right now.
Yeah, as soon as he got that helmet dom, his net worth is starting to recover. He's actually catching back up to Saberlight.
This is a real Dom hero, you know? This isn't a fake Dominator. This is a hero that you would normally buy it on in a lot of metas. For this reason, Tundra eyeing up Saberlight bottom. They want the Airlines combo.
They're baiting Saberlight, but they...
Tundra eyeing up Saberlight bottom. They want the Airlines combo.
They're baiting Saberlight, but...
Wah, ini kena satu terus digompak. Wah.
All in on the Invoker.
So
The
tanky.
damage, though, he's so damn tanky. It is just
Ya,
enough.
kena
That's the
Invokernya
push back into
mati.
Static Storm to get that kill. Still, though, Tundra brought so many heroes to it that they make an equivalent exchange of it. 2 for 2, and it was 2 cores lost on the side of Liquid. Tundra get the better of that engagement so far.
Dua tukar dua. Mau dilanjut
Gotta be
perang kah
careful
ini?
there. Mickey jumping into a tree right in front of Soxa. Get the glimpse back onto him at the kinetic field, surrounded by the Wukong and illusions.
Ya,
He will die. So a third kill going the way of Liquid. Still, I don't feel like that's too bad for Tundra, outside of the fact that K continues to grow
Yeah,
and
that's-
grow and grow.
That's the issue here. You lose the Invoker, and the Monkey King gets another kill. That's the differential you're trying to make up here. Good fight for Crystallis, though. Finally get that Rupture Toss connection. Again, the Darkseer is going to continue to recover really well here with the wave pulling. And ultimately, your 5-man team fight as Tundra is not going to be as strong until the Darkseer joins those skirmishes.
ya elah, ini playernya kebelet berak po.
You know the meta.
Aku yang jongkok, dia yang berak malahan.
King a little bit in this game. You have the Crep, you have some toss mechanics, you have Surge, you have a really fast Bloodseeker. You have ways to get out of Wukong, even if Mickey hasn't really BKB. You know, he's not going to be able to chase you infinitely. So I think there's a route to winning mid-game fights against Liquid's insane team fight-oriented draft. That's it. They will have auras of their own.
On the offensive side of things, right, it may be a bad wall game, but it is a great vacuum game, right? Bloodright, Avalanche, Meteor, the biggest one, I think, from the Invoker,
Oh, yeah.
the highest potential combo damage here from Tundra. Liquid got to be really careful in their positioning in team fights. One good vacuum could just be a team win.
You do not want to clump. You want to be the ones chasing Tundra down, getting the glimpses, going on the big damage dealer, so even if the vacuum comes in, the damage is already done, particularly
it.
if you have early BKBs.
If Liquid do clump, I mean, that's on them, right? They've got heroes that can really spread out in a team fight. Monkey King, Sand King, like highly mobile heroes that like to hit from angles you're not expecting.
They can space it pretty well. They can also throw this break into the Bloodseeker. Really annoying for him in the middle of fights.
Oh, the Hoodwink?
Yeah. Like you just get shot from this, you lose a bunch of move speed. You feel it. That's another
Wih,
tool
itu
that they
atas
have.
Ki, itu monyetnya tuh.
Look for this long range burst damage that can come out, and of course you have that boomerang combo with the Sand King. Like Hoodwink Sand King,
Atau
amp up all that
malah
magic
bawah yang
damage. It's just straight nasty.
diganyang nih perang nih.
Well, because of the helmet dom, it
Oke,
means
nya udah
type
ke
first
tengah.
for the Liquid lineup. Saberlight has his, and immediately Liquid are going to 4-man smoke with the Underlord ready to join them thanks to his global
Perang di
capabilities.
tengah,
They're
perang
gonna
di
run
tengah.
into Sansa.
Ketangkep gak tuh?
And while he is a tanky hero,
Ketangkep
he is
dong.
still a support hero. Toby's actually going to try and help him.
Nggak mati, nggak mati.
Stopping Toby
Wah, mati.
with the heals, and they'll catch both the supports out of this. Unless, wait, BZM, oh, he's really lined up. A beautiful tornado into the meteor, but unfortunately the pipe makes the meteor damage look just bad. He really doesn't get much done with that at all. A rupture underneath tower, but Nisha doesn't lose much for it. He just sandstorms.
Pinter
Not
banget
even the
backupnya,
illusions can hit
cowok.
him. And now Liquid may be set up to get some tower damage, or they just back up and farm.
Awkward fight for Tundra. I mean, Liquid end up clumping on that choke point. The spell usage looks great. Pipe just tanks it all up.
Yeah.
Not enough to punch through this. Really nice aura timing from Liquid. They'll gain a little lead out of this. Continue to snowball that Monkey King. And that was probably the one fight where Tundra had an opportunity to punish Mige on this item buildup.
Wah,
as he
snowball
pushes
ya
towards the
bener.
BKB
Kata
because he's gonna have
casternya
it for the
udah
rest of the
snowball
game.
lagi 5 kayak gitu.
That was your one window to put some spell damage into this guy.
Siapa yang mau
His game is just so fast.
ngegeng tuh? Mau digeng balik
502,
itu.
150 CS, level 12.
Now, we watched Pure's Monkey King go for the early Radiance. This one is a very early game and much more defensive build, Echo Saber into BKB. You want to talk about like the differences of mentality-wise between these two builds?
I mean, Pure is going to be a little greedier always.
Sure.
He's going to want to scale. He's going to want to farm, take more of the farm off the map. Maybe he's going to play for the fights. He's always going to think about what that 5-man fight looks like because the team is expecting him to always connect to those plays and be there. So he has to hit earlier times. He has to have an item build that comes off and can punch with the team.
Ini
at
udah
12
mulai
mark, at the 16-minute mark, at that 20.
udah
Like,
mulai
he can't go from
apa
Radiance
namanya
into
aktif
whatever
nih.
an AFK
Monyet
farm for
nih,
30 minutes.
onyet nih.
I do think that while it fits Liquid's style, I can't help but thinking that Radiance looks so good because they were matched up against Helmet Doms, and the way that P-Vision was playing against them, just pushing in waves over and over again, it ended up being just perfect for the game. And I feel like if Liquid doesn't get a lot done in this next 10 minutes, you're going to regret this item choice.
I mean, the Radiance feels good because you farm up, you disassemble it, you go into this nullifier later. Right, like the progression scale-wise feels amazing because it builds into everything you want and you get the farm rate early. I do think this build looks generally weaker on Monkey because it's not going to pay off as hard. But if you go this build and you use it to win fights, it makes your team overall stronger. It puts your team in a better position. That's how Liquid like to play. It's a style choice.
Tapi gol gak terlalu jauh ya.
And the style
tim
that
Liquid
33
juga
is going to
bisa
be
sih. Kok tim
very
Liquid?
aware of.
Apa namanya?
Burrow
Tundra.
strike whiffs. Oh, that
ikutin
was
goalnya.
just terrible.
They used everything here. I mean, that's Gate.
3 different
Burrow,
cores
Wukong.
throwing everything they have will finally
Balik.
get Zoxa thanks to the Disruptor. Again, the early pickup of the Disruptor is doing wonders for
Tapi
Liquid.
sayang
It's bad enough while it's played,
sekali.
to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think they're getting a lot of these extra kills if they don't have the glimpse. I mean, I guess Underlord is also your way to deal with some of this down pressure. You can deal with the split push threat, still join the fights.
Yeah.
Just soak up the farm. You're seeing all of Liquid's cores continue to climb this chart.
He'll be another source of catch to keep heroes inside of Wukong's command. Once he gets his Agnum Scepter, he'll have the double hits.
There's another Dom kill. It's a lot of gold you're feeding away.
Oh, this is bad! Crystal is caught, farming up Ancients. No chance to get anything
Cok.
off. Not that he has a BKB that would protect him. He was dead 100%, but Burrow Strike into the Bushwhack is going to be a deadly duo for much of the game for Liquid.
This is just Tundra ratting the map, trying to get to some sort of item timing where they can fight back, maybe around the Bloodseeker BKB. There's the pipe for the Darkseer.
Ooh, Toby, he's going to go for the last hit on the tower, and he gets it.
Nice little snipe. That's
And
20-minute mark, so you got to think about the Tormentor too. Liquid just already there, man. Not giving any openings. They're just a little ahead, hitting all these timings faster, translating them into objectives.
Good
Didn't get the
try
snipe.
from BZM, well aware that they are doing the Tormentor. Tries to snipe it. And not the best shard. They definitely wanted the Boomerang over this one. Considering all the magic damage they are putting into it. You and I were having a back and forth conversation last time we casted Sand King game, talking about how good and bad this hero is. Talked about how it reaches this valley in the mid game where it doesn't have Agnum Scepter, but he has it super early. Blink Ags, highest net worth right next to the Monkey King. So when he does finally
Wah,
show up
dikeroyok
next to
dong.
the center, it's going to do big damage. And it's only going to keep scaling as it goes late.
This hero still scales like a
Walah.
truck. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. You go up against level 25 plus 5 or 6 slot Sand King. It is one of the most terrifying heroes of the game.
It's funny because the hero used to be just trash when it comes to scaling, but being given an extra addition to your spell like the Agnum Scepter does, that's a lot.
Radiant are scanning.
I think so much of Tundra's game plan here revolves around the tiny, like the tosses. Can you find good toss targets
Oh,
when you
back to
start the
back
fight?
Helmet Dom kills, a double kill for Mick Egg.
Yeah, they've really fed a lot of these away.
That was 232 gold from player-controlled units.
This is the 3rd or 4th time I've seen it go straight into Liquid's hands. Quick smoke from Tundra, though, might not be a move Liquid expect as they were busy killing the Dominators.
Is it possible
Goes
for them
right
to
into
mitigate before the BKB goes
Balik
off?
dong.
No. They can control him, though, and he'll just TP away.
Yeah, that is something that can almost always happen in this game. So you have like a
Pulang si Onyet pulang.
No BKB
Pinter,
control in this line.
takut
Feels
ini
pretty
nanti.
bad.
Udah
I do feel
snowball
like
kan.
Tundra's weathered through this timing, though. Not too bad. I mean, it's only a 5,000 net worth lead, and we're getting closer to the BKB. Oh, now they found the
Wah,
shot.
dapet dong.
Pops the illusion rune. Burrow strikes away from the rest of the team. Static Storm, but doesn't actually keep anybody
Gak
inside.
mati.
It's still going for Nisha.
Gak mati.
On the mark. It's
Gak
not gonna be
mati.
enough damage. Not quite yet. And Essence Ring gives him the extra boost. He's got a Burrow strike up in a second. 33 tries to go for the kill, and he got it.
Nice.
With the back, give it a hit at the last second. They managed to get that one, and now a toss back. Though the Monkey King is here, and that is dangerous for Tundra. A nice toss away from Saksa, and Liquid just trying to continue the retreat here. BZM catching another. Thanks to Cold Snap. Now the Ice Flow goes out with that meteor on top of that one. The
Wah,
tank
rontok.
even more. The game is just completely flipped on a
Ya,
switch,
tim
and
Liquid.
Tundra are now
Ya,
going to take
tim
the
Liquid
lead
rontok.
as they hunt down a fourth
Ya,
hero
mau kemana?
on Liquid
Mau
Boxing
kemana?
with no more
Gak bisa pulang.
trees to be
Gak bisa
able to
pulang.
climb through. He will be run down. Liquid's lead just
Udah tinggal
evaporates.
Onyet
Completely
sendiri.
gone in the blink of an eye. I thought what Liquid thought was a failed gank top turned into another quick play to mid. Even without the rupture, you're able to take the Sand King down with the final punch off the Darkseer. That was as close as it gets. Look towards Saksa. I mean, he has done this before. This is one of the things that won him his TI ring on that previous Tundra squad. These guys know how to play around the support Tiny so damn well. And this guy is one of the best support Tinys to ever play this game. He will find the tossbacks. And he will outmaneuver you in the fight. And if you don't shut him down, if you don't commit big ults to bring this Tiny down, he's going to keep doing it over and over and over.
Hello,
and
X
there
drop.
isn't really a good reply to this style of gameplay that Liquid have, other than they jump Tundra first and they just force the fight in a situation where the Tiny has to go into the massive AoE that they have. If he's chasing you down one by one, Tundra are going to be really happy in that kind of situation.
The wave cutting continues. So Liquid get 5 heroes back up, but they can't really catch anybody on the side of Tundra. Chrysalis now has a BKB, so not nearly the same kind of threat. He can play a bit more aggressively out on the map, and obviously he's a much bigger threat. Could catch the
Ya.
Boxy. Finds Toby
Ketangkep
once
dong.
again.
Ketangkep dong.
Glimmer Cape.
Musuhnya masuk.
They have some dust.
Walah.
Dust.
Padahal lagi
Kind of threat. He can play a
Ingin
bit more
portal
aggressive. Tundra Chrysalis now has a BKB, so not nearly the same kind of threat. He can play a bit more aggressively.
Tadi maunya dari mana sih? Oh, emang di atas
Not
dia.
nearly the same kind of threat. He can play a bit more aggressively out on the map, and obviously he's a much bigger threat. Could catch the
Iya, kena.
Boxy. Finds Toby once again.
Oh.
Glimmer Cape, but they have some
Pukul
dust.
tung.
Perfect game for Mega continues. 6-0.
Mobilitasnya kenceng banget
Just
sih
means
monyet
he's
nih.
worth a lot of gold when he dies.
Yeah, he really. It does feel like the Monkey King goes down in this game.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big net worth swing with what happens on the map. Nonetheless, Liquid continuing to scale up. They have the
Underlord,
flags. There's the BKB on the
incense.
Sand King. I mean, they're ready to take the 5-on-5. The only thing you're really missing is that nullifier.
He just got that BKB, so Saksa, well, he may have a
Ketangkep
shield
lagi.
rune, a guaranteed epicenter right in Saksa's face. He did get quite the reaction out of Liquid, though.
And that's Gate plus that BKB Epi. I could see Tundra trying to do something off this. I'll get thrown out. That's
Yeah, I guess so.
it's a tough break. And look at Tundra smoked up, hunting around this power rune.
Blink away from Insania before Chrysalis can land that rupture. Saberlight, he's not going to be as lucky. He gets ruptured and can't really stand still for long enough, especially with that ice flow coming in. Silvo with the Burrow Strike and the Wukong's command, making any
Ntar nih perangnya tadi gimana ini, ntar lagi lihat Discord ya sih. Apa ini Discord nih? Oh alah. Kirain apaan? Lanjut.
Get Tundra smoked up, hunting around this power rune.
Blink away from Insania before
Oh,
Chrysalis
Bloodseeker-nya maju dulu.
Saberlight, he's not going to be as lucky.
Dapat Underlord.
And can't really stand still for long enough.
Nggak mati-mati bangsat. Baru mati tuh di geng tuh. Ya, rontok dong. Ya, Liquid rontok dong.
They're trying to spot him here, but he's jumped into the trees and he is out. But another team fight that Tundra walks away the better for it.
Look at the damage coming out from this Bloodseeker, 5,000. I thought they were going to have issues ramping him up, but he's just going to ramp himself up, run in, get a good rupture target on one of these big boys, and just run him down. You can't TP out unless you have BKB because of all the control from the tiny Darkseer Invoker. So once you're ruptured, it's just a man fight. And honestly, this Monkey King is not doing enough damage with this build to threaten the Bloodseeker in that man fight. Another nice team fight win for Tundra. They'll claim an Aegis here, continue to push towards the Bloodseeker Ags. And that is a powerful Aegis in this game. Even if you don't get a lot done with the Aegis itself, it can wear through a couple ults, it can wear through a Wukong duration, end up winning you the fight just by forcing spells out of Liquid. A little rat action here, but I think Tundra are feeling a lot more comfortable in this game once they started taking the fight to Liquid, just playing off the strength of this tiny initiation. And now they have Crimson plus Pipe from this Darkseer to back up the team fight.
Hey, I love that 2 different successful plays off of making a go and getting a BKB out of Liquid, and then immediately smoking and going again, right? Saying that these heroes are too reliant on the BKB, they can't win a fight, right? If Monkey King doesn't have his BKB, then he is potentially food for this Bloodseeker and this Invoker. Found Insania this time, he's not going to be able to get on the blink. Nisha once again trying to make his initiation onto this Invoker. The damage, a lot of auras, it's wearing through them bit by bit.
Invokernya,
Big damage making, that'll make the big difference. Chrysalis is committing for the kill onto Nisha.
Oh, Nya
and he
lompat.
will have him
Oh,
here,
Nya
full
masuk.
vision. Meanwhile, great wall vacuum there. 33 pulls him
Karat
back
ya.
into the wall. And Chrysalis playing the outskirts of this Wukong's command. Saberlight, he's not making it out. There's no way he can outrun this Bloodseeker. Monkey King, he can get away with the shard, but he is the only one of Liquid to make it out of that team fight alive.
This Pugna did so much work at the start of that. He healed so much damage and forces
Wah,
the
itu
Monkey
Onyet
King to
cuman
commit onto the Invoker as well as everything from the Sand King.
Bisa
Forces
bersih-bersih lane dulu tuh.
Crystallis able to output the big damage and clean the fight off this Bloodseeker.
Dia bersihin bawah
Doing so
lah,
much
tengah
work in
sama
this
atas udah di
You
zoning
can always
gitu.
throw Alacrity on this guy later. Like, there's a decent amount of buffs.
Yeah, he didn't even have the Aggro Scepter
Nah,
for
udah
that fight.
diganyang-ganyang ini.
It's just going to get worse here.
He's going to get
Jungle-nya
axed and he buys
dirontokin.
out the shard.
A lot of extra damage, a lot of extra sustainability as well when you're taking these man fights. You get Basher, you can absolutely just take the fight to the Man King here, or the Monkey King, even in the Wukong.
Yeah, for sure. They team make short work of the Underlord because it's percentage-based damage.
Really good against this these 2 strength heroes on the front line.
Yeah.
This game is starting to spiral for Liquid. They need a team fight win the next 5 minutes or so here.
Is under attack.
Because again, they're in this valley in that mid game where their lineup is very magic damage heavy. They also lost the Nullifier delivery to the Monkey King in the middle of that fight.
Oh, that's...
So I'm not sure what would have affected the fight if he had gotten it because it was near the end, but that's your Nullifier timing that you didn't get a fight out of right when you got it. Instead, you got dragged into a fight right before it.
Yeah.
Just stings a little.
Onyetnya
As
di
great
bawah
a
tuh.
game as Mickey has had, just not been able to drag the rest of the team into these team fight
I love how
victories.
relentless
Ini mau
Tundra is
langsung
under
split
pressure.
ke base kah ini?
He's looking for a hero that he can blink inside the base. He can toss back. If Saberlight's not careful, he'll get tossed back into a rupture.
It's so scary to show on these Helmet Doms because you start killing one of these random Helmet Dominators, if a smoke's coming through, if Fox is in the area,
Udah,
even
emang
if
udah
Fox
rontok
tosses you
sih.
into the team, you're just dead. So some of
Tower-towernya.
these creeps are pretty scary to go out and kill, and I think they had Alpha Wolf Aura in that fight as well. Yet another buff.
Oh, yang
As
atas
he
belum.
goes in. It just feels like
Yang atas
Crystallis has way
masih
more punch
utuh tuh.
behind him than Mickey has right now.
I mean, that's what you said is true. It's just build your own Wraith Path. Put all the pieces together. Here comes that epicenter. More drops.
This could be a setup.
This could be a 2-man. Oh, they dropped
tornado!
Wah, langsung.
Tornado tosses up Nisha and allows the Invoker to walk away from the epicenter.
It's a lot expended out of Liquid. It could be another situation where Tundra try and chase.
Yeah, they got to TP away. They got to
they're
get away
out.
from this Bloodseeker.
That was a ridiculous tornado. To get the BKB off anyway. But
Oh, Nisha. He still has BKB and you know,
Yeah, he can't
there's
die
nothing
here.
that can get through that, but just getting yet another BKB out of Liquid.
oh yeah, Tundra are. They're absolutely fine starting the fight and forcing spells out of Liquid, even maybe at the cost of one hero.
Yeah.
If it sets that fight up for the rest of their course. Again,
Again, with the time Soxo went in, right?
Yep. If the damage dealers between the Bloodseeker and Invoker are not getting jumped, the fight is unlikely to go Liquid's way. They have to commit, and they have to commit hard on this backline. At least while Crystallis has Aegis, he's just not a target you can jump either.
Are scanning.
And you're looking at the damage ramp right now. It's a problem. A lot of defensive items coming out for Liquid. You know, you have Force Staff, you have Nullifier that's some damage, but it's, you know, little utility. You get a BKB for the Underlord, BKB for the Sand King. But where's the damage going to come from?
There's that Nullifier. Big burst damage.
Mati lagi dong.
Okay, they got it, sure. BKB instant teleport out.
Carry-nya
and
lagi
it's
yang kena.
actually close, man.
Carry-nya bawah nih kena.
Okay, they
Oh,
got
bukan.
it, sure. BKB instant teleport out. And it's actually close, man.
Yeah.
With the push that Chrysalis gets off that facet, he was doing some serious damage with that rupture.
And you are not going to be able to do that for long. The second this Basher comes out, again, Crystallis knows all these matchups. He knows the exact right itemization to help you power through some of these bad, you know, carry versus carry into the late game.
So when he does get the Bastion, what is the answer for Liquid?
I mean, generally for Monkey King, it's going into that butterfly satanic type territory where you can stand your ground, or you're going for a refresher late game with double Wukong, double BKB. He's just nowhere near that. Got to look towards more scale on the Sand King, right? Like Nisha, he has to be your secondary damage dealer. Shiva's on him will definitely help. Pushing towards that level 25 talent will definitely help. But you have to get here without losing too much more ground.
I mean, it just doesn't feel like his Axe is doing that much whenever the Darkseer is in the fight, right? He pops Pipe, he pops Crimson Guard. A lot of that Stinger damage is being blocked. A lot
Somebody
of
gets decrepit. There's
magic
a
damage. Yeah,
there's a heal going off. Invoker BKBs and Ghost walks away. I agree. It's hard for the Sand King to connect damage in this game.
It just doesn't look like it's going to be a threat until he gets to maybe 25, where he gets all those extra pulses, and that is obviously a long ways away.
Disruptor Ags might help a bit, because then at least when you initiate, you go in, you start putting this damage out, you lock people in an Ag Static Storm, that is a way longer window to capitalize on the control.
Insania, oh, another blink away from an avalanche. Insania trying to control Saksa, tossed together, about
Nice
to strike, the hits on two, and they had a Static Storm outside. With the Wukong's man, they surround the Tiny, but once again, Isha goes in with his epicenter, and Chrysalis feasts on him. And now Liquid again have to retreat after killing one hero. It's just not good enough. They do not break Tundra, and Tundra, stronger than Liquid is in a 4 versus 4. They're actually thinking about going back into Chrysalis. Chrysalis, they're gonna catch him with push one. Oh no, Chrysalis went too far forward. The heal's coming out from
Gak
Toby.
mati anjing. Gak mati dibalin.
Oh, Chrysalis. Dude, things have been going so well for Tundra. He
Mati
thought,
kenapa tadi?
oh no, Chrysalis, he went too far forward. The heal's coming out from Toby, though, are doing wonders for him. Long left back, though, into the... Oh,
Ya.
Chrysalis. Dude,
Balik dia
things have been going so
ternyata.
well for Tundra. He thought they could just keep pushing forward.
What a read from Mickey. Knows they have
Dikejar.
moves to draw him
Oh,
back.
dikejar.
Knows the Nullifier
Dikejar
doing
monyet.
serious work here. Even through the Pugna heal, you have the numbers, you have the advantage, and finally they get this Bloodseeker down.
And
Just
now he's
to
got
get that
Scotty.
basher delivered.
Now he's got Aghanim Scepter on the Disruptor like you talked about.
Big overstep there from Tundra as they got another teamfight win, but then threw it away. And there is your Disruptor Ags. Little extra gold off that kill, pushes you over the edge.
He can
Really
push
nice
the Dread
timing.
if he wants to. It's not, you know, it's a decent damage upgrade.
Insania's. He's arguably had the best game of anybody here on Liquid.
Seriously.
Outside of maybe Mickey, who had that incredible start, but he has been there time and time again for those glimpse kills. He has found an incredibly fast Ags. He's 5'3" and 12.
I mean, he's the oldest player at TI.
It's true.
You know, he's having reactions like he's 21 years old again.
Suspicious.
Of course you would say that. I think it's pretty cool to see because I know Insania once said that in a way he regrets that his peak as a player he feels was long ago. You know, back in the Haunt days, he felt like he was the best player, and now you know he's on a team with all
Mulai
the
mid
superstars
game ya
in
ini
Asia,
ya.
right? And you know he wishes that he was still, you know, like he still was his best self. But now showing up at TI with the quick blink reactions, he's doing some decent amount of work.
Listen, brother, you won TI last year. I think you're doing
Okay,
fine.
possible.
Being your best self. And looking to make another run at it. That Scotty is done. Shield rune on the
Shield
monkey.
Rune. This is dangerous.
Oh,
Especially
this
BTS.
is-
Wah, kebegal.
33 will try bail it out, but that vacuum, it doesn't make a difference. Saber, like, you don't need to go back through that gate. He can just keep pushing forward, build up the damage. 3 go down to the
Buyback
Tundra,
from
but the
Invoker.
buybacks coming out. They want to
Triple
play the
buy.
second salvo of this team fight. They stay Liquid. That's everything they've got, and they have nothing to stop our carry, who's now chasing after Saber. Like, get a bash on him. That's going to be one.
Dibalikin anjing, dia yang ngebegal, dia dibalikin, cok.
Not dead yet, but he also doesn't have a TP to get away.
He will go
One
down
right,
here.
he's going to
Ya,
take him.
ketangkep.
Vision, he's not getting out. But for the number of buybacks, Tundra
Ini
is
loh.
damage. 3 go down, make a difference.
Sama-sama mau ngezoning kan tadi.
Looking
Sama-sama
to make another
mau
run at it. That Scotty is
ini
done.
loh,
Shield
mau
rune on the
menyuduk kan.
monkey.
This is dangerous.
Nah,
especially
this
BTS.
setup.
info-info tuh. Sebelah dibegal, set.
Will try bail it out, but that vacuum, it doesn't make a difference. Saber, like, you don't need to go back through that gate. He can just keep pushing forward, build up the
Pinaki,
damage. 3
set.
go down to the
Buyback
Tundra,
from
but the
Invoker.
buybacks coming out.
Nah.
They want to play the
Buy.
second salvo of this team fight. They stay Liquid. That's everything they've got, and they have nothing to stop our carry, who's now chasing after Saber. Like, get a bash on him. That's going to be one down. Push
Yang
back, just
relordnya
soften up a little bit.
nih, iya.
Now up hit.
Balik
Saber
tuh.
Light's not dead yet, but he also doesn't have a TP
Iya,
to get
kata
away.
lagi,
He went
iya.
right, he's going to tag him. They've got vision. He's not getting
Gak
out.
jadi
But
sembunyi.
for the number of buybacks Tundra used, they wanted more than just an Underlord.
Crystal is doing all the damage again. That is Tundra just running straight into the Liquid trap. Beautiful positioning. Monkey King from the trees gives you everything you need there. That's a nightmare team fight for Tundra. Exactly what they don't want to have happen. Clump into the AoE, lose your Invoker early. Buyback salvage it a little, but at an expensive cost.
I think the power spike.
Ini nge-save goldnya bener-bener di-save banget ya. Nggak asal pakai gitu loh.
When he gets that side device, right? Then you've got something to 100 to 0 the Monkey King potentially. If you see him, you catch him before he BKBs.
But nothing bails you out of a situation like that.
That's
You
true.
get stunned on 2 heroes.
Tapi sekalinya pakai buybacknya, wah langsung
instantly.
minus banyak.
He's thinking about Eon Disc, but you have
Farmingnya
no.
lama di
I
sini
don't even think it
soalnya.
bails you out of that situation. They have pins to
Kalau
throw in.
pakai
You get
mana-mana
Boundless
aja.
Struck. You're not getting out of this Static Storm bar. Some crazy like 4-staff plays without Nullifier coming through or something. You just cannot get caught in that type of situation. At the same time, Liquid, they're going to look for that every time. They're going to plant this monkey in a tree. They're going to play around an Observer Ward. They're going to try and bait you into a situation where you have to go into them. And Saksa doesn't have enough information to get the jump. That's a big factor that has changed this game in the last 10 minutes. Liquid have limited Tundra's information going into the team fight. They're not giving up easy toss connections for Saksa. The only hero you've seen on the map in some of these times has been Saberlight on the Underlord, who's just going to play in a safe area, deal with the lanes, connect to the team. Toby trying to break on the high ground.
Oh, Tundra, they're going to break this and
kena
begin to
trap dong.
look away. Oh, and the gate
Oh,
comes
enggak,
in. Of course,
miss,
it's
miss,
blind, but doesn't actually hit any hero from Tundra. Still
Static
gets
Storm.
that
Perang dong,
shot.
jadi ketangkep, Cok.
Sick connection.
It's going to be Chrysalis. They've got to focus down this Bloodseeker now.
Ya, kawannya mati.
BKB gets on the BKB, gets on the Rusher, comes back around, and he
Wah,
breaks down. He
dibalikin,
shuts down the
anjing.
heal up, and now we can focus on Saberlight. Here comes Mickey, though, with a nullifier on him. A boundless strike over the side. The team trying to bail him out. Chrysalis fighting for his life to get a kill out of here. He will go down,
That
but he can
meteor.
still win this. He's going to buy back, and Liquid are low. They can't survive a second salvo again. It's going to be
Ya,
Tundra.
ketangkep monyetnya,
Liquid
Cok.
cannot outright walk away with the victory.
Oh, bots to a creep wave in the river, just trying to catch anybody on the backside of that fight. BZM did so much work there.
It will ensure that they get Roshan. Was it worth it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Roshan counts for a huge amount in this game. It's worth the buybacks. It's such a tough fight for Liquid. I mean, what a grab from Insania. We locked 2 heroes, including this Bloodseeker in the Static Storm. Unfortunately, the jump follow-up was not there fast enough to kill him before he got BKB off at the end of the Static Storm expiration. That hurt Liquid a lot in that fight. If it's like 1 second faster, it's a very different scenario. Still a great find. You force some buybacks out of Tundra. You trade out the Aegis for it. At least it was only Aegis banner. You're not giving up, one of the big items on top of that. Another technical team fight win for Tundra. A lot better positioning, holding that high ground. Really tough to go into that high ground on the outpost. Like, that is just going to be a tough fight no matter what. And there is the Hex for the Invoker. Dead even game. Less than 1k advantage. All these heroes are now going to... You got to look towards refreshers. You got to look towards those 25 talents. Like, that's what's going to change some of these team fights.
Yeah, what is the biggest 25 talent that is coming up?
I mean, the Monkey Kings is huge.
I think the Monkey King has got to be
The
the
Sand
biggest.
King would be the next for me.
Yes.
But a lot of these heroes have some extra damage that's going to come out. But those are the 2 biggest ones for me. Also, who got the Monkey King kill, right? That was worth a lot of gold. First death for Mickey. It was BZM who actually got it. That's a 2,000 gold kill. He got 1,100 off that streak. So that's what finished up that site. That's why it came out so fast. Because he had the buyback earlier, hurt his economy. Well, guess what? Here's an 11-0 Monkey King to push you right back up. That's influential here. Like, that's probably the hero you would want it on if you're Tundra.
Crippling crossbow. That's pretty interesting.
Blood right.
2 blood right.
And the
Sand
timeless.
King.
I mean, of course, man, of course. We would roll this in pubs 100 times. You never get that. But the man's professional for the
100
reason.
times.
Oh, okay.
I don't
There's
think
another
that's
blood
how
right.
the RNG works, but sure.
I'll tell you, I would roll that 100 times. I would never get
Yeah, but that's because God hates you, so.
Well, I don't know if you're allowed to say that.
2,000 net worth lead, an extremely even game, and I'm not really sure. Like, I agree with you, the most important talents, 25 talents that are coming up, are on the Liquid side, but I'm not convinced that they're actually...
I mean, 2 Rupture Charges is also worth mentioning.
Yeah.
Because that is an incredibly powerful talent. I just think the other ones change the fight dynamic a little more. It could absolutely win Tundra a fight if you can get 2 off on, like, big core targets. Just the damage pump alone.
The other 2 are
doesn't work.
instantly impactful. 2 Rupture Charges are, usually not having immediate impact, right?
I'd say it's close. I think the Monkey Ring changes the dynamic of fights a lot, particularly if you're around Roche, you just playing it. I think the Sand King talent also, just the damage ramp on that is insane. It's not really comparable.
What about, if we're going to be talking about refreshers for late game, which is kind of the MO of modern era Dota?
Jauh
Which
sih,
refreshers
gak
do you
bakal
think
perang
are the
ini.
strongest? Because if you get 2 Rupture Charges, you get a refresher on top of that.
Yep,
You're
more
rupturing the
ruptures.
entire team.
It's definitely good. Just double BKB on Bloodseeker as well is super powerful. Crystallis' refresher, amazing in this game. The Sand King refresher will be amazing. The Monkey King refresher, if he eventually gets it here, will also be amazing. Those are the 3 big ones for me. And of course, there is Invoker, who can also go for that item in the late game. You just double Hex, double Meteor Blast.
Yes.
Someone is out of the fight.
Hey.
There's a lot of scaling late game power in this game.
He did offer the Aeon Disc. We'll see if he gets to use it.
This is a mixed bag for me. Like, it could pay off if there's no Static Storm. If there's a Static Storm plus Nullifier, things get really weird.
I mean, he is the
Emon kakinya
last
udah
person you
snowball
want
tadi,
inside
cuman.
the Static Storm,
He should not get jumped and put in a Static Storm.
right?
Tim
Like, I feel like it's
Ijunya-
almost more acceptable for
Iju
Chrysalis
mana
being
tuh,
that
Tundra?
Static Storm than BCM.
If he has an Aegis, yes.
Budrek juga
If he
gak kalah
doesn't,
snowball tuh.
you better hope you have buyback.
And that is something that Tundra do not have for many of their heroes for at least another 40 seconds. But thanks to this Aegis, it has allowed them to weather through this timing. But for many of their heroes for at least another 40 seconds. But thanks to this Aegis, it has allowed them to weather through this timing. And all they'll be left with is about 2 minutes where the Bloodseeker does not have buyback. So Liquid, do you anticipate that they're going to get super
Asalkan
aggro once that
Bloodseeker
Aegis
gak
expires and try and
gitu
abuse that
aja
timing?
ini.
Or do you think a slower game favors them?
I think they want more scale in the Sand King. I mean, at this point, you're not 10-point out this game, right? We're long past the point where that's happening. You have to think about buybacks. You have to think about Roshan and setting up the fight properly. Like, you're not in a rush. Tundra have a lot of sustain now. You just got a BKB on this support. Tiny
we're talking about 25s, but Saksa did get an important talent. It's a level 21. The toss requires no target. Pretty nice, considering how efficient he has been with his blink toss backs.
They're just building BKBs and A on this. Like, that seems to be the go-to for them. I was curious if maybe they'd go for a Wind Waker or something like that, try and bail the hero that gets jumped out, but it doesn't seem that that's the course they're taking. Just kind of every man for themselves. Just survive as long as you can.
Yeah, I mean, if you only
There's
have
another
one...
Blood Right.
If you only have one nullifier, glimpse back on Saksa, he has to use BKB.
AK in the
Wah,
tree.
ini gede banget.
As a refresher, got the Giant's Maul as well. Super powerful tier 4 items for Liquid.
Nama doang
They
Tini.
got triple Blood Right with an
Jadi
outlet stat
bagong.
carry. That is some juice right there.
Katanya
when you're playing this big
pohon
heavy lineup.
kelapa lagi.
And now you have double Wukong, double level 25 Wukong. A nightmare to fight into if you cannot bring this Monkey King down early.
And at the same time, Chrysalis has his 25 with the refresher. 4 rupture charges.
Belum ada max level ya.
It's all
25
about
sih.
who makes the initiation. And both teams know that. 10-man smoke. Nobody is showing on the map right now.
There was a courier on this shop with a refresher recipe. BCM chose not to kill it. Because he
Really?
does not want to give up the map position.
Oh, now
He's
he's
looking for
searching
it now.
for it.
Yeah, he knew it was there. He just didn't want to show it his real hero. And for good reason.
Wah,
I mean,
ini
these folks
siap-siap
can be
nih.
coming through from at any point, and it is
Kumpulkan
coming
mereka.
from the bottom right. This might not
Perang
be
nih, ini
what
perang
we
nih.
expect right now.
Bawa perang nih.
BZMs want to be caught, but BZM very smart.
Nih, onyetnya nih.
Throws 4
Kita kasih info
gives
tuh.
it, a little bit of extra buff with the alacrity.
Liquid
Wants to
no.
show.
Pada di bawah ya, pada di bawah ya.
There's enough information to go off of.
But, I mean, you know they're up there, and I think Tundra now know you're down here. And look at 33. He's positioned right up perfectly in this high ground situation to break the smoke and maybe get a really sick vacuum wall.
Tundra can send units down mid.
Yeah,
Force
force
a
Liquid to
response.
TP back.
Either force them to TP back and show, or force them to make the move into them. And this is the correct maneuver in this situation. There's also an amp damage in the river if it gets spotted. There is currently a Radiant Ward on it only. And I think Chrysalis is going to go
With the
gobble it up.
alacrity on a Siege Wagon, you can't ignore this.
No, it's a lot of tower damage. It's just melting.
Yeah. Like you killed all the creeps except for the Siege Wagon that had the alacrity, and it almost 100 to zeros your building.
Ion Shell Creep cut the bottom wave as well. You can't extract the same map pressure.
And it's not like Saberlight, he can't do anything about this. The moment he walks forward, he might get tossed back. And that's
Wah,
exactly
diperangin
what
dong.
he wants to do. He got him.
Wah,
It's
kena
Saberlight, he can't do anything about this. The
anjing.
moment he walks forward, he might get tossed back.
Ngetrap.
And that's
Wah,
exactly
langsung
what he got him.
ngeblink ke
He gets
depan
tossed back.
gitu, ngetrap.
Saberlight gonna be ruptured outside the face. Not good for him. He doesn't have a TP, but just go away. They do manage to get a glimpse.
Wah, kena
Not
cowok.
good for him. He doesn't have a TP, but just go away. They do manage to get a glimpse. They want a vacuum. 33 with a gigantic hit against his former team.
Mahal mid lane-nya.
Inside that vacuum. Nisha does what he can to kill Saksa, but once again it's epicenter to get one kill. 33.
Gak bisa
He
pulang,
did so much, but
gak
he has
bisa
been
pulang.
evaded inside the face.
Die
They were
back,
blocked out by
Saberlight.
Nisha, and now it's Liquid's turn. They are on the defensive side. They're the ones to use the buybacks, and Tundra will retreat.
Like you said, you cannot go up and clear those catapults. At the same time, somebody has to go up and clear them. It was Saberlight, the sacrificial lamb, but he paid a massive price. T dies, TP's back in, gets killed again. Very expensive double death for him as Liquid just hold the base off the power of the Wukong and the refreshers, but not a fight they're happy with. That was a absolutely massive vacuum wall. Hit 4.
Yeah.
Just debilitating. The second that landed, it's pure chaos for Liquid.
But the only reason Liquid didn't get completely wiped in that situation is Nisha made his own jump, and it drew so much of Tundra's attention, and he was actually able to keep from dying by Burrow striking back into the base.
It's just such an awkward situation with the rupture on the Underlord. You want to go
Saya
help
langsung
him.
lempar
You're
gitu
caught in a
terus
four-man vacuum. You have to throw out
ring
the static
depan
storm
langsung
defensively,
dorong,
which
Jok.
means a lot of these players can play around with it. And the second all that happens, Invoker has a free fight. Bloodseeker has a free fight.
Rom
Just a
sama mid
beautiful
lane-nya
jump from
mahal,
33, even if it ends up costing him a little bit.
Bisa pulang tapi.
That's exactly what you want to see here. And Tundra, they'll get out of there with the double buyback. Happy with that exchange. Doesn't break the base, but
No.
some serious damage.
Not a huge net worth swing, but it does put Liquid in a very dangerous position where they are going to try and contest this next Roshan and will not have the buybacks.
Yeah, they're big buybacks too. That's an static storm that you need in the fight, and that's an Underlord who could
Map
potentially have two
Dota yang
lives in the
hijau
fight.
ya, kayak Tamas
Off of that
ya.
buyback.
Which pretty much means like,
Ya,
there's
habis kena
no way
benjangan nih
Liquid
tim
can
yang merah
to
nih.
make the initiation.
No, you really have to watch for these tosses. You did get to 25 on the
Dari
Snake
kill
King,
sih
you
menang
mentioned. So he has the
ini ya,
epicenter pulses
menang
with
di
the
early
refresher, with the
tadi.
blood right. This is a
Si
nasty amount of
tim
damage if you can
Liquidnya.
get the double combo off.
Tuh golnya
Deals
dibalik.
for Monkey will also help. So that damage valley Liquid were in for a long time. They pushed past it.
Kalah
They're now
kill aja
scaling
masih
up like
bisa
they have
dapat
the DPS.
momentum
If they can land
terus
it,
ya.
especially if they can lock heroes into the static storm on top of whatever stun is the initiator.
Are they actually going to be able to burst down heroes against double Elon Disc, against a Decrepify hero,
will.
Invisible.
against
They will.
even the tankiness of the Tiny?
But you have
Cariin
to
tuh,
lock them
cariin
in.
tuh, cariin
It
tuh.
can't be a I'm chasing this guy down scenario, right?
Right.
You got to lock him in there and punch hard. The thing is, Tundra are, if they're smart about this game, they should not be clumping to go in on the first target they see, right? Throw out the Rupture, throw some spells into him, drop a Meteor, throw out a Tornado, put Forward Spirits on the guy. Do not clump yourself, and then look for that opening off of the Tiny. If you get the Vacuum like we saw, sure, you take that. But it's most likely this toss that's going to break the formation.
Again, Saberlight is showing somewhere. No buyback. But it's not a place that Tundra is willing to venture into.
The thing is, somebody is going to likely have to show for Liquid unless they get a crazy smoke wrap.
Yeah.
And the only person you want getting jumped in this game is that Underlord.
Is it that acceptable, though, when he doesn't have buyback? The other heroes,
It's
some
tough.
heroes do.
It's tough. You can maybe bail him out quickly, but you cannot show the other two cores. They are all of your damage in the fight. You need maximum potential out of this Sand King Monkey King, so they just cannot get jumped. Now, you can jump first.
Look at this move forward. Word Sentry plays. There's BCM. They spotted. They got
Bentar,
Now, you
gimana
can
itu?
jump first.
Look at this move forward. Word Sentry plays. There's BCM. They spotted. They got the first strike. They got the first strike. Damn, just go off. Saksa, can he help him out? BKB goes out from BCM.
He got out of there.
He's going to drop the
Glimpse.
Wukong command at BCM.
Not
He's
in
able to
time.
get away. The glimpse. It doesn't quite hit. And 33 is chasing away these heroes. Mickey, he
Keselnya mana,
pops a
keselnya?
fire. He dodges away into the changing the guard. And now he's focused on killing his former captain. Trying to bring down 33 inside the middle of this one.
Gamenya ribet.
And he is dicing
Ah, monyetnya yang mati.
Comes through. Going after. There goes the Pakan. He's going to go down first. The epicenter is wearing down BCM as well. They just need a little bit more damage. And Isha can't get it. He's got a BKB TP out. The rest of Liquid are in full retreat. And Tundra win it
Wah,
up.
Monkey King buyback, but all
gelo.
Nick can do is watch his team die from the tree line. The damage out
Setelahnya tuh pakai siapa itu
buyback,
setelah
but all
itu?
Out. The rest of Liquid are in full retreat. And Tundra
Sakit
win
banget
another one.
damage-nya.
That's a Monkey King buyback, but all Nick can do is watch his team die from the tree line. The damage
Bloodseeker,
out of the
Bloodseeker.
Bloodseeker in this game has
Nah,
just
ini
been
Bloodseeker nih.
disgusting. That is a quad Rupture fight.
Sakit banget
As he is
damage-nya.
just running through everybody with a Pyrrha Cloak on top of it. Nobody is stopping. All of the focus is on the spellcasters, on the utility, getting this Invoker out of the fight.
Saksa, a toss back.
Kena
A
lagi.
On the utility, getting this Invoker out of the fight.
toss back a big one onto Insania. Want to take this static storm out of the equation for a full minute and a half. A nullifier
ngeplank
placed
ke
on,
belakang
turn
tuh,
back around, do a little
diikutin
damage
pull
to
up.
33, but there's just retreat. But Boxy, he's going to be behind the trees. BCM, he nails a tornado, ice blow,
Ya.
meteor, and outworld staff.
Ya,
Only
kena.
delay the inevitable.
Ya.
On its way for the other support of Liquid. They are both out with no
One strike
buybacks,
push.
and Tundra straight to the base.
This is gonna be megas unless you can rally something here.
You already
3 on
used
5.
all your ultimates earlier. You used all your epicenter refreshers from before.
You do not have a lot in the tank.
You basically only have the Monkey
they're
King for this
going
debate,
through
and you
own.
may
Wah,
not have
anjing kena
Saber.
lagi, cok.
You already
3 on
used
5.
all your ultimates earlier. You used all your epicenter refreshers from before.
You do not have a lot.
Gila nih
in the tank.
romnya
You
nih.
basically only have the
Tunggu
Monkey
lagi
King for
itu
this
tuh.
debate. You do not
Kuprak.
have Saberlight's Underlord either, as he's going to be tossed back
Mati,
to the Bloodseeker
jedor.
once again.
Dah.
Refresh into death. You can't refresh your
GG
buyback.
Tundra.
Another one down. This should be a throne call for Tundra. You have Sand King buyback, but
Picks
you
up
only have one
Isha
epi.
and Mickey. One more epicenter. They
Tundulin.
make the jump. They hit Crystal. They all
Tundulin.
enforce the Wukong's command, but
Not
it's just not enough. A nullifier, but BKB decrepify
Gak ada yang
and
mati
heals.
loh, Tundra.
Once again, Topi
Gak ada
makes a
yang
massive
mati,
difference
gila.
with his Pugna. Now you don't have the epicenter. Now you don't have the Wukong's
Gak ada
command.
yang
You have
mati.
absolutely nothing to hold your base. Liquid are run out of their
Ah,
own
udah.
ancient, and Tundra will take it easily. A game 1 victory. They'll finish it up by
Ah,
killing Isha
udah.
just one more time.
Ente
A team
Liquid.
fight to end things.
What a game from them. That felt very sleepy at the start.
1-0.
Some questions of, is this Tundra going to be able to find the coordination of the team?
GG. Nah, ayo match kedua ya.
There's maybe going to be some predictions decimated either way. I think both these teams people would have put in the top 3, 4, 6,
Onyet
stands,
lagi.
whatever.
Onyet pakai siapa
Many
nih?
people may have had Tundra doing better at TI, especially midway through the season, where
Oh,
Tundra was just
dipakai
killing it.
Tundra.
But they did seem to fall off just a bit before this tournament. And this matchup specifically is one that's plagued them since going back to the last time the 33 was on Tundra. The matchup that Liquid very often did walk away the victors, but now they're just one game away from getting the victory
Orangnya
over
pakai
their old nemesis
Goodwin.
in Liquid. And of course, 33 beating his former team. Saksa breaking a smoke and getting good vision of what's
Marty.
happening here. Liquid already not doing quite as well as they did in game 1, where they managed to use that smoke to find the early first blood. And they kind of need that
Enigma.
early advantage, because the panel was talking about there's potential for a lot of shenanigans here in this laning phase.
Big question, will they put the Sand King against the Enigma, try and dodge this Faceless Void Bane lane? But it looks like the answer's no. Looks like Tundra's just going to play it straight up. They have confidence enough in the Monkey King pick going mid, giving them enough tempo with the matchup against the Primal
Sand
Beast.
King pakai terus ya.
This is an auto lose lane. Void
Primal
Bane does
Beast.
not beat Enigma. Like, I don't care how well you play it. It's just not doable. Of course, you can always throw, but barring some crazy shenanigans like that, this is going to be a dominating lane for Liquid. This Marcy lane looks pretty strong as well. They're even going to pseudo tri-lane it at the start because they know how powerful this Enigma is versus the lack of Eidolon clear. Looking for an early first blood.
Disruption. We're going to see Saksa try and help himself here with
Pagi-pagi baku hantam nih.
Two supports that are going to run him down.
Yeah.
So Liquid still walk away with first blood. This one goes to Insania 33, who opted not to show in lane because I think he knew something like this was possible. I thought he was going to grab the creep away from behind the tower.
Lost his courier too.
Yeah, that's
tough start for Tundra this off lane, which I think was already going to be a little bit of a tough lane.
Yeah, every single time. Ooh, Bushwhack misses there. Again, Tundra with some early whiffs on their abilities, though. It didn't stop them from still getting the victory in game one. As it seemed
Skornya Liquid pakai Marcy.
Burrow strike back in 33, but still the stick charges. One more hit from Insania. That innate starts building up, and now it's going to start building up on Saksa too, though he has his own innate. One of those hits is already missed, thanks to the tree taking the hit instead. So, trading out cores in the bottom lane. There's certainly going to be a lot of battling. Also a question of, talking about lane shenanigans, what about the shenanigans in mid lane? Because we have the Monkey King, the counter pick here, against Nisha's Primal Beast. Is Nisha going to do his best Malrine impression? Leave lane early, start back laning? What do you do here?
He did go the early boots, but he is just getting destroyed in this one-on-one. You're seeing the reaction here. This is not the start he wanted. He's going to have to do some back laning. Like, there's no way he can play this straight up with the start easy was had on that CS chart.
Frankly, I think Nisha's just not comfortable with that kind of play.
No, it's not.
I think he likes laning straight up. He does not like having to do weird, cheesy stuff like that.
I agree. It's not his MO. It doesn't use his exact strengths as a player, right?
Ini nih, pakai siapa namanya? Baseless Point.
But he has no choice.
Bisa lompat-lompat nih.
Second go around, Insania
Bisa lompat-lompat
will
nih.
not be able to juke out Saksa. His aim is true and finds the second kill for Tundra. No trade out this time.
Liquid had that first blood, but Tundra are getting the better of Liquid in this laning phase in game 2. I mean, this is going to be an absolute free farm mid Monkey King. The Void surviving top for now, that's the lane that will go bad for Tundra over time. But if these other two go well enough to make up for it, that's a lane
back
phase
to the
win.
tower. Did not quite get in range of the tower. They got to be careful fighting into all of these Eidolons. One stun is all it takes. Crystal is hoping that he gets enough to, trade off a kill. It's just clearly not going to happen. This is the one lane that will go very well for the Enigma. You said it at the start. There's just simply no way for them to win.
Yeah, no shot. You're looking to get as much as you can before you have to abandon. Eidolons are going to be strong in this game. Eventually, you can rotate some of their heroes into this Enigma, maybe gank.
Gemoy.
Well, that's also the danger for Tundra's offlane, right? If Saberlight is having good enough time, Boxy can leave them alone and go to that safe lane.
I mean, you can rotate Boxy to gank other lanes, and you can also rotate heroes into this Enigma lane if it starts to push in, especially around the level 3 Eidolons, and just destroy who's ever lingering there. That's another big option for Liquid, which they love that.
What on earth? It's Mango on the ground.
Well, so far, this Monkey King last pick has done its job. 24-12 to the 9-0. It is well ahead in net worth as well. He's a full level ahead. This is pretty brutal. And this is a mid hero in this Monkey that he can go top and kill Enigma, right? He can go bottom and skew that lane. He has options
mati dong.
to use this advantage.
Mati dong.
Blocking there. Beautiful micro from Saberlight. The cookie on one of the Eidolons gets in front of the Bane and then continues to body block him, ensure kill.
Little glyph on the trample, making Nisha's life even more miserable. I mean, Primal is a hero that can function from a sacrificial position. His spells are powerful, you can always make up for it in the team fights. But he does have a lot of stunts to go into, and is generally not the kind of lineup Primal has fun playing into without a BKB. Even BKB this game, you're up against Grip and Chrono.
Considering the fact that Network actually seems to be pretty even, 33 Burrow Strike, nice read, holding on to the Burrow Strike there, but there's still the disruption, and there's still a Blood Grenade. Insania
mati.
another Lotus, a little bit of utilities. Yeah, he does have a Lotus, and they realize that they will not go for the kill. Insania
Nafsu, kembali. Ya.
Bushwhack not required. Blood Grenade will finish him off.
And Sox is having himself a series. Salvage that mid-game in game 1 with the Tiny and 3-1 start here for the Hoodwink, breaking that early smoke, giving 33 a much easier time on this lane with some small outplays.
Yep, there's a reason why 33 left Liquid. And it was because he wanted to rejoin his old teammate in Saksa, right?
Austin, they left each other. It was a mutual party.
Sure it was. Cookie will force Chrysalis to use the time walk defensively with Creep Wave under tower. So, even net worth, who would you rather beat on this side? Would you rather have a Primal Beast get sacrificed or a Faceless Void and a Bane?
Considering the draft, I think the Faceless Void having a slow start is fine for Tundra. Like, I would rather have the Primal have a better start. That said, I think Liquid were always going to win this laning phase, just based on the setup. So if you're Tundra, you're trying to win
Elah,
like, I don't think you're going in this first 10 minutes
susah
expecting to have a lead out of that. You're expecting Liquid to pull ahead, particularly because of the core matchups. Just trying to extract little wins. And if you can extract more from this lane,
big kill.
This is really going to compound the problem. Again, that XP differential between these two mids, the amount of net worth BZM has gotten here, he can translate this into other lane wins around the map. That's the big concern if you're Liquid. You're doing fine on the side. You're winning those. What happens when this Monkey King, who's already almost level 7, shows up? Can you take that fight?
With an Orb of Frost, an Orb of Lights, and Power Treads.
And look at this Wisdom Shrine, 7 minutes. It's a classic Monkey King rotation. He wants it, or he just wants to ruin Nisha's entire career here. I mean, this is...
Yeah, it's usually the MO of these Monkey Kings to just try and Wukong's command on the Wisdom Shrine. Insania tries to sneak it because I think they were afraid of the Monkey King controlling their own Wisdom Shrine, so they had to make a play somewhere else. But BZM, he tricked it out. Nisha, he's just going to be shut out of this laning phase entirely. It will still be a 2-2 split, but it forced the Enigma to go back into lane, so it gave Chrysalis actually a lane or two to play with.
Really interesting he didn't go for that Wisdom Shrine with this. I think that would have been the automatic play for a lot of teams. Maybe Tundra doesn't always play that tempo style, but there's also a possibility he felt if he goes up there, he's going to get outnumbered because his safe lane is the weakest lane. But Void...
Belet berak ini playernya nih. Ayo. Malah di paus.
Maybe he has Midnight Pulse.
Yeah, later on in the game, there's some tree cuts. I kind of like that decision. The more I think about it. I think it was the disciplined choice.
Nisha gets away before both the Boundless Strike and the Bushwhack can stop him there. He gets caught. He dies. That's pretty far outside of any sort of TP area. Meanwhile, Big Gay, with the help of his Helmet Dom,
juga mati, Cok.
gets the kill on 33. May still get
mati.
the kill. Oh, the Pinecone will run him down.
That's not the thing you want to do, but sometimes it gets the job done. Helmet Dominator paying off. Big Gay just farming the wave. And honestly, I mean, Nisha is recovering here. Like, if he gets the creep cut, if he gets to pull it to camps, Zero farms incredibly fast.
Saberlight, he's gonna get 6 off this one.
Surprise.
But if he gets to pull it to camps, Zero farms incredibly fast.
Saberlight, he's gonna get 6 off this one. A sick move. That was one hell of a read. It was a level 5 Enigma, but they made the disruption play knowing they were gonna kill the range creep to get 6. And that would set up the black hole. Nisha almost dies to the duo of BZM and Toby, but he does manage to get away ever so barely. Once again, BZM, this primal beast, he's an endangered species out here. He's just being hunted down non-stop.
Sampai mau bersihin minion aja mikir 2 kali ya. Aman gak nih, aman gak nih, aman gak nih.
And Nisha gets to continue to farm. This is a very good sequence for Liquid. This is going to start to build the lead out of this laning base. Not much Tundra can do about it at this point. Their supports are just not strong enough to combat how strong these cores are on the lane. Can stack, however. Stack on the triangle for 33. And this guy will always find some net worth.
Avery, last game, Liquid, no Helmet Doms. This time around, they're going to have 2 Helmet Doms to the 1 on the side of Tundra.
So they won.
So is that enough to win? Is that enough to push to game 3? Primal's going to join this top lane, which is the strongest lane for Liquid. Primal Beast is a hero that needs to accelerate through kills, so best to play to wherever Saberlight is. He'll get the kill and get the tower.
I'm surprised Tundra are lingering up here at all. They planned a double ward up here as well, as if they're trying to fight or protect the safe lane, but there is no fighting or protecting this lane. Summons are way too good against their lineup early until Sand King and the Monkey can clear them out later on. I have to just respect the strength of the Enigma here and not be too much away to Saberlight this early. Bend but don't break right now as Liquid ramp up the pressure.
Yeah, you're not getting a power rune here. Monkey King on one side, Toby on the other. It's a regen rune for BZM.
And you really have to be careful about showing it. Very high chance that Liquid make a smoke move or try and collapse on this lane with the Enigma backstab. They're going to try and smoke into it and catch Saberlight before that happens. Boxy breaking pathway here.
Yeah, well, he was. Now Saberlight's on the low ground. The smoke breaks on either side, but they've already jumped
surprise
onto
langsung
Saberlight.
perang.
Look at it. Oh, no, the cookie. It stopped the Wukong's command. Still, though, the Enigma is limping back and will not be able to escape.
Skinnya, cowok.
The Croaker?
Yeah, Croaker.
Andang naga gitu.
That's funny.
That's quite annoying, but that's a huge smoke for Tundra. It's not just about getting Monkey King that kill, it's slowing the strongest hero on the map down that Enigma. Looking for that backstab move around that tier 1. He gets killed, that whole play gets broken up. You buy
Ini masih
minute,
early
maybe
banget.
even a little bit more here on the map to keep farming up.
Tapi ini
Buys
sampai
another
late game
course
ya?
a lot of
Oh
time.
iya, sampai late game.
Liquid not happy about giving that up. Still in a good spot out of this laning phase, but they're looking to take that snowball more straight back into it. Not deter it at all.
Lama nih
For no
match
reason.
nih.
There is no protecting the tower.
Gundul.
Yeah, especially with the Monkey King. After that situation in TB bottom, I feel like the only way Tundra can ever fight Liquid right now is around that Monkey King. Around his Wukong's command, but
it's just such a fast lineup for Liquid. It feels like they went back to their MO in this game too and said, we don't want to be stuck in some late game ultra greed fest with late game refreshers and all this nonsense. We're just gonna win lanes, 8 towers, tempo you out of the map, have a really fast carry that is going to come online faster than the greed you've gone for. And there is your third tier 1 down before the 12-minute mark.
And we're going to use Helmet Doms the way Gaben intended.
Yes.
To push towers instead of as a hand of Midas that rats the map every once in a while. Primal Beast surrounded, tries to go for charge away. That'll limit the epicenter damage.
Dikejar.
Chrysalis?
Gak dikasih pulang.
May. Okay, never mind. Zox is on the other side.
Yeah.
Once again, Zox makes the difference.
Gak dikasih pulang.
3-1 and 4 for this Hoodwink. I mean, he is doing work to keep this early game together for Tundra right now.
Kasih
They do
pulang
not
ke
have
pace
play
nih.
making or damage without him. They're continuing to post up here, steal a lot of farm away from Tundra. This is where the Sand King would like to be playing, taking ancient stacks. Benefit of getting all those tier 1s down. I mean, they scam that triangle. It hits. What are you going to do about it? Are you actually going to run heroes in here and try and contest this? There's no way.
So it'll be a fast BKB. This will be a early BKB lineup for Liquid. One on the Marcy, the other on the Primal Beast.
There is counterplay to it with Cryptic Chrono. Doesn't make you invincible in this game.
Quick grab from the Primal Beast. This is a combo that we're going to see it, but Primal Beast plus Snapfire. Duo that I'm not sure if I've seen at this road to TI, but has been kind of a mainstay ever since Primal Beast was brought into the game.
That's strong. All the abilities synergize really well, and that's a 3x streak. Got that squirrel off the map.
Mati dong.
Nice little bonus goal.
Pick up.
Big tries to burst him down. BZM not having Jarang.
Wow,
no way out of this
niatnya banyak banget.
situation. Toby, who was kind of shadowing his mid laner, will also die.
Aduh, onyet.
Shadowed him. 4 points into 70. Maybe not expecting that build, but it chunked him.
And now it's the Wisdom
Niatnya mau
Shrine.
ngeciduk,
Taken by Liquid. Look at Chrysalis, though. He wants to take it and do something with his positioning. I'm not sure what, though.
I mean, he doesn't do any damage here, so...
Yeah, I was going to say, Chronosphere into what? Insania will take the Wisdom Shrine. He will be run down at the same time. Is it worth it to give up a support to take the Wisdom Shrine?
14 in a 1, yeah.
When does it no longer become
Probably around that 20. I think first and second are worth. Third is iffy. Fourth, you know, then you're in these mid-late games, like you give up a hero, you're maybe losing Roche, it's not worth it.
Yeah, you're losing a lot of time on the map.
That one's worth it, though. He's only dead for like 20 seconds here. Creates a nice XP differential. You can continue to hunt these supports. This is still a level 6 paint, right? Like, Toby is not getting experience in this game unless he can start finding some kills. And it's unlikely you're going to be able to do that consistently when you've lost a lot of your tier 1s early. And your core heroes just need time to get damage online.
The duo of Help Top Creeps pushing the bottom lane. They'll hunt down Saberlights. Because that was the one that is more of a threat to these towers. Some of the skeletons. A rally. Yep.
Radiant are scanning.
TF can keep looking for kills, but
Ini
it's just so hard to find with the lack of
bakso
information.
nih.
It's also not just the Helmet Doms, right?
Aku
It
harus
is the
beli kursi
aura.
baru
This
dah.
time, Liquid are going to have the aura advantage over Tundra. I think a rare thing to say.
That's true. 33 is not going to go utility here. He's trying to scale. I would love for Liquid to
Lah,
move
pakai
into
ini.
them right now. That's how they get a good fight. Liquid are just not biting the bait.
33 thinks he's spotted. Burr strikes out, blinks backwards, joins his main in a smoke mid lane behind BZM. Suit gonna show. Cannot afford another death. He really needs that BKB.
Dire are scanning.
There's just nowhere to smoke
He
to.
backs out, but the map is getting suffocated here. Not too many places for Tundra to go.
That's really awkward for them. Their vision is all bottom right, but that tier 1 tower still up. And it doesn't really see that much of Liquid's jungler where they're farming their own jungles dark. Having trouble hitting the lanes, and only the Monkey King really wants to show aggressively, and at this point he doesn't want to show anymore with Primal off the map.
Liquid does take a step back here to finish their first BKB. That's going to be Marcy completing hers. The Primal Beast still a ways away. Which means that Toby's positioning is going to be so important because Mickey does a ton of damage, but he does have the counter to the BKB. He can stop this rampaging carry.
Just a standoff on this top lane. Nobody wants to show him get jumped.
I'm confused why Liquid is so...
Middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under
Trying to
attack.
wait for this pipe on Saberlight. I feel like they can't wait forever.
I agree. I feel like this is way too much time you're giving to Tundra. They
Orang
pushed
IQ
out the map
tinggi
a
nih,
lot.
gini
They
nih.
pushed out top. BZM has been pushing out bottom. Chrysalis is getting farm in the jungle. They're going to give up a tower here. This move really needs to work for
Asli
Liquid.
orang-orang main Dota gini apalagi turnamen ini IQ udah pada tinggi-tinggi orang cerdas-cerdas gitu loh.
The scan might expire
Too early.
as Liquid come through. But they do have a ward that's spotted.
Sabar banget, menit 17 masih early gitu ya. Menuju mid game gitu.
Yeah, Tundra, they say, all right, this was a ton of space that we just got for ourselves.
No, sampai
33 's gonna keep
sampai
waiting
yang
to
apa
go.
playernya
He's gonna
tuh.
try and stay out there, but
Om
then
satu tuh.
Nisha spots him.
Ini
And 33
nonton
really doesn't have any
liatin
answers.
monitor tuh ya.
Can still track him. The kisses. It spots 33 once. He's gonna go
Langsung
stand
dipoking
for
tuh.
the out. Oh, good read
Wah.
from Nisha. He couldn't see
Sick play.
33.
Langsung
Trying to
di-
get around the neutrals. He gets the
Flank ke
AoE
depan.
slam
Wah,
to stop the
dapat.
teleport.
10-head play right there. I was looking at him. He had no detection for that entire sequence. Able to find him anyway. Has onslaught to keep up.
Tower still dies, but at the hands of Mickey.
That was still a pretty big outmaneuver sequence.
Oh, there goes your TP. Zox just being a nuisance. If you can't get kills, he'll stop TPs.
I mean, that must have been a 2-minute smoke play, effectively, from Liquid.
Yeah.
They ran from mid to top through the gate, all the way to bottom left of the map, to then chase the Sand King to another camp just to get that one kill. That is time for Crystallis to hit the jungle. Time for Monkey King to push some waves. The Hoodwink gets a little bit.
And frankly, it looked like Liquid was kind of playing like their old selves until that moment. Got slowed down.
But now they have the fight, they have the BKB Marcy, time to force the objective, pick up the game pace here. This is going to give you your primal BKB as well. Very close to a PERNAH, and then it's green light across the board. You have everything you need to take fights in this game. You should be trying to find as many of them as you can get. Start pushing some of these tier 2s down.
When is Liquid in danger of the game going too late?
1 or 2 more deaths on Marcy are going to slow this game down a lot at Virtue Scale. And if this game does go ultra late, I do favor Tundra. I mean, their Tricore is just terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way.
Interesting scale, though. Like, Shadow Demon is a pretty big factor in almost any late game scenario. Black Hole.
I don't think Black Hole is going to be relevant, frankly.
The
You
mixed
have
bag.
way too many cancels.
Mixed bag, but in situations where you jump at Black Hole basis weight +1 or something, I can see it doing some damage here. You don't need a lot of control for this market at first hero.
Sure. First Tormentor of the game and first Roshan of the game. Will both go
Shard.
Liquid's way. Shard for Insane.
Is under attack.
Cleanse a little time dilation on somebody.
Yeah.
Not insignificant. Bonus heal.
Definitely not out the Primal Beast when he charges in.
Yeah, it's very nice. But time to pick up the pace. Time to start getting these lanes in, hunting heroes, pressuring some towers with your summons, making someone show, kill that hero when they show. This type of sequencing would feel really good for Liquid right now because, man, it's just so hard to stop Tundra from finding farm on the map. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think you're ever going to build a net worth lead against this team if nothing's happening. Just can't. They're too efficient. Maybe Falcons would disagree with that, but
I was going to say, that's the other team that comes to mind.
they build too much of them.
Apparently.
They're at the other end of that spectrum.
Dire's middle
5-man
tower
smoke
is
up.
under attack.
But,
Chase Rune as well.
Tundra seems pretty rare. I mean, there's nobody showing on the map.
Mulai nih.
They've got so many slippery
Pressure,
heroes between
pressure
Monkey
nih.
King, the Sand King, and
Geger
the
gedean
Hoodwink
gitu.
that can play out on the map. It makes it pretty obvious when Liquid go all the way back to their tier 3s to smoke and then run out on the map.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I get the idea, like, you just want to get the fight right now, but I think smoking with the entirety of the team is not the way you get that fight.
They will catch Zox
Wah,
out of
lepas.
this.
Wah, nggak jadi.
Hero showing from Liquid.
Udah seru tuh,
Means
lepas
Toby is
lepas
gonna
lepas.
see, okay, well, if they're over there, maybe I can take the
Gaji
Wisdom
tuh.
Shrine. And he is
Surprise
right
dari
about
depan
that.
muka.
Numbers
Wah.
5 as he takes it and TPs away.
You know, it's a kill Liquid connect on, but again, I don't think it's one they're happy about. It just doesn't feel efficient. These Dom creeps keep pushing in the waves against them.
Yeah, I think the Helmet Dom creeps are being used more efficiently by Tundra
It does feel that way.
when it comes to ratting them out.
Oh, for sure, for when ratting. Liquid's gotten a lot more value out of objectives. Like, you still have this tier 1 mid standing for Liquid. That's a pretty big boon.
I mean, I'm also adding in the fact that, like, when Liquid go for these 5-man smokes, all their lanes get pushed in, right?
Yep.
They don't have these Helmet Dom creeps keeping the lanes in and keeping the map dark for Tundra.
Well, the Marcy has to play with hers to farm.
True.
Enigma's been keeping his with the Eidolon.
He's just gonna run too big, Burrow Strike!
Marcy has to play
Typical,
with hers to farm.
True.
Enigma's been keeping his with the
Banyaknya
Eidolon.
tuh.
He's just gonna run too big, Burrow Strike from 33 with a 2-man pushback to top it. A perfect
Nggak
execution.
tahu ya
for
kalau
Duo.
bakal rotasinya ke
Burrow
situ
Strike
ya.
from
Has to play with hers to farm.
True.
Enigma's
Tuh. Udah tahu tuh.
keeping his with the
Oh.
Eidolon.
2 3 4 4.
He's just gonna run
Satu
too
dari
big,
belakang.
Burrow Strike from 33 with a 2-man pushback to
Masuk
top it.
semua.
A perfect execution for Duo.
Anjing.
That just kind of got gifted to him out of nowhere. Here's a 2-man burrow, 2-man kill, boomerang.
Pertemuan
on
yang
top
tidak
of
terduga.
Damage. No joke. And that is more time. That is all Tundra want in this game. They just want time. Time to scale, time to get that basis void up the charts.
Hey, Aegis is almost expired already.
I think
Liquid
they
have
lost
got nothing.
They lost network during this Aegis.
Yeah.
That is not the tempo Liquid we're looking for.
Yeah, be careful now. You have this ward on the high ground. They know you're up here.
You know, one of the factors as we're watching this game, thinking about Liquid's draft, their catch pretty limited. If the Primal didn't have a really good game, that's true. Like, he's the majority.
Ntar kepoking nih.
Pretty limited. If the Primal didn't have a really good game, that's true. Like, he's the majority of the long-range catch in this lineup. Even here, you can shoot some long-range spells, but who is actually getting on top of these?
He's getting into the trees, and once he's in the trees, he's gone.
Yeah, this just feels so bad, right? It's really only the Primal who is designed to set these kind of plays for
Cuk,
getting
selamat,
set. And because
Cuk.
he had the worst laning phase,
Monyet, monyet.
and by the time he does, you're getting ratted by the Dominant. 33 is doing 33 things. There's a Hoodwink killing waves from the tree line. It's like, I've seen this
Selamat, Cuk, monyetnya,
stupid troll
Cuk.
summoner go to Liquid's off lane at least 10 times this game, summon his Skelly boys, and laugh in their face, and nobody wants to go back and clean this up.
And the funny part is that Liquid did a good job of killing the Helmetom creeps over and over and over again, and it still did its job.
It's just so effective this game because if the Primal goes back, you lose that gank pressure. If the Marcy goes back, he's not stealing farm away from Tundra and creating an offensive presence. And the Enigma's a pretty slow hero around the map. Like, he's not going back to kill a Dom creep, right? It's just not happening.
And the supports can't kill them usually, right? So
he gets the courier. Don't kneel. I don't know if he would have gotten it there anyway. Let's summon some more boys. Pretty waved.
And every once in a while, Liquid, kind of support, who cares? Tundra was saying, mission accomplished. Oh, and maybe a punish coming their way. This is the same area as the Shadow Demon Primal Beast got jumped. A punish coming their way. This is the same area as the Shadow Demon Primal Beast got jumped last time. This is just going to be the Primal Beast. Got off the BK.
Nggak mati.
Not dead yet. No Chronosphere.
Gelo.
Sox is gonna try and catch up to him. Oh, he's right around the corner.
We would have had him.
Aduh, nggak mati, Cok.
Successful TP out from Nisha this time around. The gank does not work for Tundra, but you know, you sent the heroes back to base. The wave is getting cut.
It's still summoning here, man.
It's still here, man.
Somebody kill this troll.
It's killing under tower. The Crystal's just realized, whoops.
I mean, he's probably like, why is it not already dead?
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Goblin.
I think heals up by the way.
Goblinnya nantang anjing.
And that means there is no creep wave.
This is just so
Eating
annoying.
under tower.
So annoying
Take
for
it.
Liquid. They don't want to be in games like this, where the map's getting manipulated and they
Masuk
just can't set up
masuk.
their quick plays and get the
Monyet,
connections.
monyet.
It's not how this team likes to play. So uncomfortable. Can still win the team fights though. I mean, we should not underestimate that if they get in a head-on fight. Nice room for Nisha. Another aura for Saberlight. I don't think I've seen him pop the pipe once.
Yeah, no, he hasn't.
There's a pipe for the future.
The way this is going, it could have been a hand of Midas.
Yeah, I mean, it is something to consider, right? Like, if you go the scaling Enigma build, you didn't get the fights out of the auras. Would you feel better about your potential to win this game going late?
Yeah, I think it's a situation where Liquid, they did not want to. They did not want to be in that position. They did not want to be going late, but you
Cuek
have to
aja
consider
itu.
it at this point.
Summon terus aja buat
they're
nge-push
beating
tuh.
you on the map.
How much of this Faceless Void's farm has come from this single troll in this lane? It's got to be at least like 3,000 or something at this point. It's ridiculous.
Something absurd, yeah.
Just nobody wants to clear this, and I feel for them. It's not how their lineup wants to play.
No, they cannot go on their side.
Kenapa yang
They can't go this
disoteng
far
ini
back.
mulu?
But you conceded at tier 1. You didn't find a kill for it. You can't concede at tier 2.
I mean, honestly, this is the type of game where like 5 boots of travel on the snap.
It's like, Christmas is like, fine. You're gonna go to the off lane. I'll cut
Dude,
the mid
this
lane.
Panggil orang ini, Cok.
The
illegal.
PZM's just hopping in and out, tree after tree, tree after tree.
Illegal. What is happening right now?
I mean, Saberlight's got to get like a blink dagger just so he has a chance to kill the Monkey King when he jumps into these trees, right? Jump midnight holes.
This Void is about to be ahead of your Marcy. It is
Masih
not-
loh.
Or I should say, it's not the easiest matchup for Marcy. It can be okay if you burst it, but
I feel like 50% of the watch
Masih
time
loh,
is
Cok, Cok.
great for the last 10 minutes, and
you know, this is like a
I
great
like it.
example of why I would want 30 on my team.
oh yeah,
So you don't have to play against, you know, whatever nonsense his team is doing.
yeah.
Like, make other people play. Okay, they got it. They got it. Round of applause in the chat.
Ladies and
everybody.
gentlemen, we got him.
The troll has
Kalau
been
di Mobile
slain.
Legends bisa kayak
Liquid
gitu
will
seru
get
ya,
the
ya,
win
ya. Summonernya aja yang
As
suruh
his
ini
brother.
nge-push.
His twin brother.
Cari gold sebanyak-banyaknya, summon lah itu. Keluar lagi bangsat, di summon lagi, Cok.
As his brother.
His twin brother.
You forgot about me.
I will get
Asyuh,
vengeance.
asyuh.
He's just like, no. No. I will
Not
not
again.
let you.
Pulverized.
Sibuk
Troll 2 has
bersihin
been slain.
summon anjing.
Stall is not happy about that. We'll have to farm the old-fashioned way.
Cari
catching
gold
up to Marcy.
terus,
Yeah, he's
summon
got
terus.
I mean, it's inevitable.
Tuh wae.
And he's halfway there to
Oh,
the
set
super
up.
tinky faceless void. To get him, tag him with a poison. Unlikely to stop him here unless he's really surprised by the Primal Beast or the Enigma. He's got BKB. Oh, got him! Blink!
Ketangkep.
He's really surprised by the Primal Beast or the Enigma.
Ketangkep monyetnya, ketangkep.
He's got BKB. Oh, got him! Blink! Instant trample from Nisha to cut the trees.
Ketangkep ya?
And he did it.
Ah,
He was
ketangkep.
surprised. by
Udah dibanting-banting kayak gitu.
Aduh,
salah jalan, cowok. Salah jalan. Ya mati. Balikin. Wah, lompat-lompat. Ya ketangkep dong. Ya, yang ke backdoor siapa? Walah. Dugong. Resik ya itu ya.
That's insane that he just never dropped the black hole. So tempting there, but there are cancels to it you have to think about. Just never
Dua
found
tukar
the
dua sih.
And also
Tapi carry-nya primal beast-nya nih loh.
Chrysalis is
Resik,
hitting
Cok.
Mickey, but as soon as he sees the Enigma, he makes a run for it, and then it's the Sand King's turn to jump in.
And you gotta remember, that's a fight Liquid want to take because they killed the Monkey King on that corner of the map. If they can get everybody there, which they did, that's a 5-on-4. With the Refresher Primal, they're super strong right now in the fight.
Yeah, and instead all you end up with is a 2 for 2. In that fight specifically, it was a 1 for 2.
I mean, it's an okay outcome. Some good gold for Nisha on this Primal. You get that Faceless Void kill, and you're going to be able to take Roche here. No Chrono available, no Epicenter available. Pretty impossible contest from Tundra. So this will be an Aegis for Mickey. Big deal, playing into all these big ults.
More Blink Daggers. Liquid, they need more Blink Daggers. They need more initiation, more catch for these heroes. The roar goes off. Look at Tundra.
Yeah, they're not
Liquid
doing
don't know it, but Tundra said, yeah, it's all yours. You can have it. We're farming the map.
Not sure why Liquid should just force it, because they have no Chrono. No, I don't think they're contesting.
I think Liquid's playing scared.
Or maybe just giving them too much respect.
Yeah.
Anjay, Dota. Nonton doang. Aku kalau main males, cuma nonton doang. Nonton turnamennya.
Might go for the steal.
Well, if they can get the setup here while the Roche is going down, it'll make up for that.
They will run into Toby
Nonton doang. Seneng nonton turnenya doang aku tuh. Kalau main males.
Kisses now chasing after the Monkey King. He's spotted here.
Capek.
Through the Lincoln.
Gua masih stuck di
They do
Imo.
the black hole. They drop both of them to kill this Monkey King.
Ntar. Lihat perangnya dulu.
Just giving too much respect.
Yeah.
They'll get the
Much
Roche
respect to
anyway.
their former captain. Careful, guys. 33. He might blink burrow. Might go for the steal.
Well, if they can get the setup here while the Roche is going down, it'll make up for that.
They will run into Toby here. Steal. Former captain.
Ya mana tadi nih perangnya? Tadi
Careful, guys.
masangnya.
33. He might blink burrow. Might go for the steal.
Well, if they can get the setup here while the Roche is going down, it'll make up for that.
They will run into Toby here.
Oh, teleport ke situ.
Pulverized kisses now chasing after the Monkey King. He's spotted here. Right through the Lincoln. They do have the refresh and they do have the black hole.
Wah, dibanting-banting dong.
This Monkey King, he's not dead yet though. They've maybe expended too
Ulti.
much. Chaining up their
Gak mati, GG. Pukulin monyet, pukulin.
Get both Insania and Saberlight for that.
Gak.
Liquid.
Gak mati, Cok. Oh, mati.
And they still have the Chronosphere. Primal Beast, he's got a charge. He goes back into them.
Anjing keras banget, Cok.
Nisha running the other way.
Apa sih ini ya? Primal, wah, romer pecat. Tanker pecat, Cok.
Lost in a period of time that you had the Aegis.
And the biggest reason, it's a fight without Mickey. You go for the pick off while you're doing Roche, it's great. You get sucked into a team fight that you're carrying and all of your burst damage can't join. Black Hole doesn't count for anything if the Marcy's not there to kill the hero.
I mean, especially if you're using both Pulverize and Black Hole at the same time.
That also doesn't help the situation.
Like, they had a chance, maybe, but they Black Hole, and they Pulverize afterwards. Maybe
Masih
it
di
was a
summon loh.
Like, they had a
Summon gak sih
chance,
itu?
maybe, but they Black Hole, and they Pulverize
Oh ya,
afterwards.
summonnya.
Maybe with all those
Summonernya
spells
itu.
aimed up well.
I don't even know then. Like, he just doesn't take that much
Tuh loh,
damage
Monkey
here.
King-nya kena tuh loh. Gak mati,
You
Cok.
chain it, sure, but there is a Chrono coming off cooldown. Maybe they were pressured to force the spells
Tuh,
because this
malah
this
nge-kill
cooldown
dia,
right there, right? It was
bangsat,
about 5
bangsat.
seconds.
Yeah, they felt like they had a burst
Dipentungin.
immediately.
Mau
I
balik gak
just saw
jadi.
the
Iya,
fight with
ketarik.
Mickey across the whole
Ya.
map. Agreed. Like, you just get sucked into a bad engagement. Trying to make the fast play, it's the right
Masih
idea. You just have
kerasan
to be a little more patient there.
tit kalau
It works
buat
out for
tank.
you. Instead, you pay a big price for heroes plus that gem. And Mickey
Ini
sitting
kan
here with two lives.
disuguhinya
What do I do?
si
What do I do?
Beast
Yeah,
ini.
what am I supposed to do about that?
Primal
And how are
Beast.
they going to be able to force the fight? Woohoo, Mickey almost caught him there. How are they going to be able to catch these heroes when
Tapi
they've
ini
lost the
udah
time?
rese
Right,
ini.
there goes much of their vision. It
trouble.
also means that Tundra's vision that has been recently placed is very likely to stay alive. They're going to be seeing these liquid heroes move around the map. If you don't have smokes,
Udah
Tundra's gonna see
ada
you coming a mile
apa
away.
namanya
You have to
itu?
play off your strengths. Just burst
Si
damage.
gentok, ini nih,
and a
ini
black
nih.
hole which can land on
Tuh,
some big targets. I like the
antrum
Daedalus
itu.
purchase for Mickey. That's going to ramp up his damage a
Terus
lot.
ada
And it makes
kadal
all these
gemoy,
disabled
ya kan?
Pulverize, the black hole, demonic purge, whatever it is, makes him a lot more deadlier. Particularly for Crystallis on this Faceless Void. He can get chunked down. There is a real chance. He's going to continue to scale his HP here. At some point, it's going to be a lot more difficult. Especially with that level 25
Yo,
talent.
mid-game yo.
Already has the
Perangin
level
yo.
21. He got a lot of experience out of that fight. It was a
Yeah.
big deal for him. These are big talents for the Faceless Void. You know, Scotty plus the backtrack, your burst chance goes down considerably. But right now, you can all in this hero and open up the fight that way.
Another smoke broken. Socks up late in the trees. They will kill those trees to kill the swirl inside of them.
Tangkap lagi.
Nice little pick off. Still have 2 minutes on this Aegis. Gotta remember that.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think they can go high ground with it. Like, that's the
Okay,
other way to force things.
I think you want to go high.
Yeah.
This is the
Cuma
point that
nggak
you
mati.
do want to go high ground with this lineup. You want to force Tundra to fight you with your auras, with your dataless time.
Poing, 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 poing.
Three.
Just think about it.
Pull the trigger on this one. They had so much vision from that ward place. The banner, it's going to cause an issue, though.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Try and wait out this Aegis. It's expiring in a minute. That's a long time. They do have a ward on that low ground that is...
33 trying to place off of one of these boundless strikes is going to link into the burrow strike. Minute left on the Aegis, though.
Yeah, they do.
Dia langsung di shield.
Baiting out the ward. I don't even understand how that would work. We know you see.
Poker down.
He goes down. Chrysalis is now playing around with this shard.
Yeah, they're trying to wait out this Aegis right now. 40 seconds.
Sulit itu bisa tuh, Sulit bisa tuh.
And if I'm Tundra,
Oh, nggak berani.
if I just
Menurut
lose
timnya
my
siapa pick up
character,
sih?
it's Aegis, no big deal, right?
Yeah, it's okay.
They can afford to give this up.
Sengeri itu ya, mau ngecidu aja.
Just no big deal, right?
Yeah, it's
Ah,
okay.
ini mau caking nih.
Afford to give this up, but Tundra.
Tadi lompat ya kayaknya ya.
BZM's gonna jump in the middle of
Aduh,
it. Whiffs
kena.
entirely, does not hit anything with the boundless strike.
Aduh, kena dibanting-banting. Itu onyetnya itu. Wah, ente gak ada follow up, cok. Pilihan yang berani, kawan. Dihidupin. Tangkap. Cara combo-combo nih. Wah, kena stun. Diangkat, disetun. Gak mati-mati, anjing. Mati akhirnya. Ya, blunder dong.
What an expiration timing too.
Langsung pulang anjing. Langsung balik ke lane-nya dia tuh. Tuh, balik. Pulang.
That is an amazing team fight.
Santai, ini nggak bisa langsung split push ya, langsung di comeback gitu ya, kayak mulai nggak bisa ya, pelan-pelan nih. Tangannya udah kitir tuh. Yang buat momen si monyetnya tadi ketangkep lagi, set. Terus dibalikin lagi, diangkat tuh. Fuck.
He goes on the support. He's gripped under the tier 4, and this Chordal holds everybody else back. The positioning from Liquid just got mega punished here.
Radiant's middle tower.
And then the chef's kiss, you kill him with...
Habis perang gini kayak seolah-olah nggak terjadi apa-apa. Adem ayem lagi, anjay. Om Bewo, pusing.
And now you
No doubt about it now.
Perang lagi nih.
well, he knows. I mean, it's...
Tundra have full advantage in this game now. Bushwhack hits the grab. They gotta do something with this. He jumps forward. Insania, that's gonna be a die back for him. He gets everything off he can. Chrysalis actually control. He got bursted. Dear Lord. Mickey still shows that the carry bar scene
Waduh.
do something.
Blinks.
She gets her hands on the Faceless Void with the single disable. She can kill him.
I mean, he has Gauntlet with vast extra range plus the Daedalus crits and an almost guaranteed bash. You gotta respect the damage.
That was a close call. With no BKB, I think BK might have died there.
I mean, it's crazy that Tundra are lingering around here looking for stuff with the Void dead. Like, that tells you how strong they feel right now.
Yeah.
Still have this black hole that can always play an important role in this game, particularly with BKB coming up for Saberlight. You'll finish it right there.
Good and damage denied there from Toby. It cost him his life.
Wah, ketangkep.
Nice, fine. Liquid not out of this game yet, by any means.
No? They already got one buyback out of Tundra. The problem is Tundra have used their buybacks much better than Liquid in this series.
I mean, that said, Liquid, they're playing pretty confident, right? That high ground push, continue to push out on the map. They're like, these are TI champions for a reason. They're not going to go out easy.
Yeah,
And they're going to put the pressure on Tundra. Even if they're maybe slightly unfavored, they're going to force you to beat them. And you mess up one fight, the game is just over for you here.
It may be a 30% chance of victory, but their best chance is just taking it to Tundra while they can, but before it goes too late. 40 minutes, an aggressive force half, a blink back on Mickey. Tundra while they can, but before it goes too late. 40 minutes, an aggressive force half, a blink back on Mickey.
Almost sick from Soxen.
That would have been such a nasty aggressive force half to bound the strike into epicenter play.
As heroes are respawning, lucky to get out of there. Extra cast range on this
Anjing,
Hoodwink.
bisa
You
rapi
really
kayak
gotta think
gitu ya.
about the utility.
That's
Padahal movementnya aja susah loh ini. Asli. Movement Dota nih padahal susahnya bukan main nih. Bikin jari keriting nih. Ini bisa loh rapi kayak gini memang. Kalau udah bakat cerdas sih, IQ tinggi memang gini ya.
24 on Chrysalis. BZM's right behind him.
So is that Sand King, also 24.
Oh yeah, those are massive. I mean,
Berapa
now we're talking
abad
about
nih mereka
25
latihan
times. I feel like those are all
movement kayak gini nih.
Oh yeah, for sure this game. And refresher on that Sand King is a big deal here.
Pas hang
especially against that
kayak
25
gini nih.
talent. Right now the fight is still anybody's. Particularly if that BKB black hole comes through, Tundra aren't ready for it.
Tundra pushing their advantage, hoping somebody shows on the creep wave. Liquid.
This could be a clump.
Okay, he's gonna show. Sakta backs away. Glimmer capes out of there.
So scary to push in
Dikejar,
right here.
dikejar semua. Iya, iya ketangkep cok, kebegal mau kemana? Iya.
Not try and jump in afterward. Not yet anyway.
DM holding high ground.
They pop their BKBs.
What's the
Some of
turn?
these heroes are spotted in the river. And there goes. Wukong's in. Mid-game. Oh, he managed to get invisible on Chrysalis. Chrysalis is fine for now. He's caught inside of all this one. They do have the black hole on two.
Su kena semua kombonya.
Now they jump in from Nisha. They jump after. They do manage to get mid-game. The carries on both sides are dead, but only one of them has the buyback.
Crystal is looking to put this ult to use. Liquid need to get out of here. Those epicenters ripped them apart.
Oh, they all managed to get out of there. A buyback on the Faceless Void. Roshan is not up. It should be up soon. And as long as Tundra get that, the buyback will go unpunished.
Look at the damage here. RC getting the hits and getting the burst, and an absolutely perfect black hole gives him the extra time to get through this Faceless Void without the turnaround chrono going off. He held that chrono for a long time because there was a grip
Urusan ketiga
going
nih.
out onto the Marcy. Was trying to play it patient. But you're not always going to have that window. Grip got canceled, going with the black
Belum
hole.
disentuh
big
Rosannya.
price, trying to wait.
Perang di Rosan tuh kayak
At least I guess
mantap
you
tuh
would have
Jok.
chrono for your buyback if you're playing it that way.
Ayo dong,
Yeah,
perang
Roach
di
is up.
Rosan situ dong.
You're not killing it right now. with this
PC-an
Marcy
gitulah.
Out of the game.
Yeah, they saw it. They saw it spawn.
Kalau di Mobile Legends tuh perang di Lord
I
gitu.
think so too.
They lost a good 10 seconds, 12 seconds here. Could be a
Ya udah di start yuk.
I think this
Perang
is
yuk.
still enough, though, to take it
maju tim Liquid.
pretty far away.
They also have no black hole.
Lawan.
No refresher on the primal. Those are big ultimates missing for Liquid. That's good. They're heading towards the pit. They have kisses to stall this up.
Kisses can get some vision inside. Can he actually take that fight? 33, he's got his 25. Kisses, he starts spotting all this. Saksa, he may get caught on the wrong side of things. They know he's here. They jumped into the trees and they spotted him.
Anjing,
that's a buyback.
ketangkep cok.
And because they did not get the Roshan, there is still that buyback that the Faceless Void used from earlier. If Tundra lose this fight, it could just be the end of game 2.
They still have some buybacks to play with though.
That's true, and they've done a really good job playing around their outposts with
Yakin tuh mau
buybacks.
diterusin tuh.
All eyes on 33, man. Level 25 epicenter pulses with
Ini tinggal lompat loh ini. Primal Beast-nya tinggal lompat loh ini.
So much damage if he gets both off.
Look at all these shadow poisons raining into the pit. They have the Eidolons checking out the Helmet Dawn creeps if necessary as well. On both sides.
Cipoking terus.
This Roshan's gonna die just to random magic damage, whether it's the Sandstorm or the Shadow Poisons building up.
Yeah, 33 is putting the pressure on Liquid to make the jump as he whittles it down.
And once they go in, that's
Offline
when
di situ.
Chrysalis is going
Dari
to
belakang,
strike.
offline dari belakang.
And Liquid responds to that initiation. They're
Wah,
gonna
langsung dibuka
come in for it.
punya
Consider what
monyetnya.
they use. Nisha gets the grab onto the back line. They manage to take the bait, but at the same time, Chrysalis managed to engage. But 33, oh, Chronosphere Bros right now. He still goes down in
Sick
disruption.
disruption.
It bails out Mickey for the time being. Can he survive? A black hole goes in. And Mickey, here comes the turn. He takes
Wah,
out
ente.
the on the back end.
Wah, bubar.
He comes back, his entire team is gone. He refreshes a black hole. It catches two, but can he do it all by himself?
Second epi.
Here comes 33, a massive epicenter right into the middle of all of Liquid. He takes down two, but what about Mid-Gang? They're chasing after Mid-Gang, and it's a blade to use. Now, oh, an Emerald Staff, he's fine. Kisses are coming in, but Chrysalis, he's got a time bomb to take off the damage. They're good to go. Tundra, they use almost everything they have. Buybacks, refreshers, double ultimates, but they stay in the game.
That's a sick fight from Liquid. The amount they're up against here, the amount of damage they're just trying to fight through, the amount of buybacks on the outpost, ultimates, they use zero buybacks.
Mau kah?
Trying to start fight
Wah, dapat.
by himself. He had Nisha behind him, but can the two of them do enough damage?
Gak ada
There's no
damage.
way.
Gak ada damage bangsat.
They pay for it. Box
Ya, dibalikin.
but even if he gets it off, wait,
Nggak mati.
He goes
Oh,
for
mati.
over 10. He's gonna go after Nisha up next, and Nisha doesn't have
Wah,
any
ambil
KD.
resiko banget sih itu tadi.
Oh, a shield rune. That's not gonna be enough. Makes he just says no cooldown time.
Gak gerak, cok.
Chrysalis. Given an opportunity, we'll turn it around and get two crucial
well
kills.
played.
All of the heroes were coming back up from Liquid soon, but now there are two heroes that are dead for a significant amount of time.
And you're gonna have to use buybacks here. That Roche was so big for the Faceless Void. He gets an Aegis to survive Black Hole. He gets a cheese for that turnaround, and he gets a refresher sword for a second chrono in the middle of that fight. You can't ask for better item efficiency out from Crystallis there. It's just the AoE control their lineup has. I still think Liquid did a tremendous job in that fight at prioritizing the right targets and the spell casting. It get connected on the Monkey King, connected on the Void, but overwhelming amount of lives, overwhelming amount of
Tuh,
AoE
walaupun
control.
mati semua tetap nggak bisa ini split one strike push gitu langsung push langsung nggak bisa.
It's 33. It was always 33. It's always gonna be
Kayak
33.
mulai pokoknya. Aduh sabar banget ini.
Damage in that
Oh, it wasn't even
Roshan team
close.
fight. It was 10k by himself in these epicenters. It's a crazy amount. Liquid did not have to expend hardly any
Sabar
buybacks
banget.
for that fight.
Intinya main ini tuh sabar, kalah Wilos.
They would have loved if Roshan was the other side of the map and they had an outpost to TP onto.
But they did get everything out of that, right? They forced Chrysalis to use Aegis Cheese for Refresher Shard.
Yeah.
They also got buybacks out of Tundra. They didn't use any of their own. Didn't have to use any on the subsequent base defense. So you kind of reset this game, and in theory, you have advantage on the map right now with 2 core buybacks on cooldown for Tundra and 2 support buybacks on cooldown for Tundra. Now, some of those are going to come up pretty quickly here, and obviously Tundra, they want to sit in base and wait for them. They can. I mean, it does beg the question. We're getting into ultra late. How do you win a fight and push through buybacks and double ults on all these heroes if you're Liquid? Your lineup is just not designed to do it at this late into the game. Like, you're going to need double black hole. You need a refresher on Enigma.
Yeah.
You're probably going to need a refresher on Marcy. You need to match the equivalent spell power Tundra are outputting right now in order to kill them twice. That is your ticket to victory here. Killing them once is not going to win you this game.
No, it's not. Take a Tormentor Shard for the Marcy, which great on support Marcy. This one, just a bit of a damage boost. Maybe we'll see if Mickey, he really jumps to the back line. Maybe he can use that rebound on the enemies. Otherwise, he's been fine with his Helmadom creep and his blink, frankly. It just feels so dependent on Black Hole. And I just do not see how he's going to be able to get good Black Holes against Beans, Crypt, and Chronosphere, right?
You just got to go in and believe, man. I mean, you pick Enigma TI for a reason. Do or die.
Well, do have the longer Pulverize for a Primal Beast.
That helps a lot.
With a Refresher, that's a significant add-on.
Cuk, mau perang we nungguin ini, ngumpulin gold dulu ya, ngumpulin dulu ya kan, farming.
So you have the gold for these items. These are all really big
Bisa
late game
spawn
items for
temen.
Liquid.
Yeah. And you can get the Ags on the Primal Beast, you'll be able to get some breaks as
Aneh
well, which
sabar
is important because
main
it takes
ini
away
tuh.
the 20%
Sampai kitir tuh cari tuh.
for the Faceless Void. Increasing their chances. I mean, you want to be able to burst down this Faceless Void, they're
Wah,
gonna
su langsung
backtrack before the
dikakanya.
Faceless Void. Increasing their chances.
Langsung
I
maju.
mean, you want to be able to burst down
Makan,
this Faceless Void, they're
ambil.
gonna burst it back.
Atau kalau carry-nya langsung dimajuin.
Chrysalis
Oh
just
enggak.
instantly stops the initiation of Nisha. I don't know if that was actually going to be good for
Lolos,
Liquid or not, if they could have killed him.
Reset
But no
kawan.
chance, apparently.
It was not ordained.
It was
It
fated
was not
to
meant to
fail.
be. We will never know. But the buybacks are slowly coming up for Tundra. That is the biggest story about this time period of the game. They're waiting out the cooldowns. They are getting the gold. They're trying to get all 10 lives up. I'm sure there's a part of them that feels if we have 10 heroes and 10 ultimates, we cannot lose this game. Like, you have to believe that with this style of draft.
Yeah, I have to believe that they're favored, for sure.
They're a favorite. I mean, we've seen the execution though from Liquid. Like, I don't think the margin is that wide, honestly.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of execution to be had here.
Yeah, we did see the win percentage actually creep back to their favor.
Dead even.
Weirdly enough.
Somehow Mickey is the most farmed hero here. I don't even understand how that's possible.
Didn't have to use buybacks.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like, Tundra's cores, I think, have all bought back at some point in time in this game. I don't believe Mickey has. Yeah, Courier.
That's the refresher.
It's pretty nice.
I don't think he would have
Anjing sampai segala kayak gitu aja dipikirin banget loh.
Liquid, go ahead.
Petilan-petilan item tuh.
Say try pushing our high ground.
Oh, Tundra would.
Makanya males main Dota, belajar di situnya loh.
You have great
Ngapalin
positioning
hero
for
aja
Crypt, even
males
the fight
ya,
for Protector,
apalagi
I'll say.
belajar item-itemnya
That
tuh.
Phoenix is also coming out.
Belum nanti rotasi.
There's no way Liquid should
Muka sulit
push
nih.
the base, right? That time is gone.
Straight up? No, there's no chance. With Aegis and double black hole, kind of the only way you're ever going to win this game, in a way. There's your refresher on the Marcy plus the buyback available. All 5 buybacks will be available for Liquid. All 5 will be available for Tundra here in 10 seconds. We are going to the ultra late. Dead even. 2k difference at the 52-minute mark between these two teams who know each other so well.
We are going to have some big Aghanim Scepters coming in from the supports. Kobe's working on his. That's a massive one. Aghanim's on Shadow Demon, I think, is just about as good.
Oh, yeah.
But
I like it.
much more situational in its usage. A lot easier just to get a really sick Fiend's Grip and have it be uncancelled.
Ada yang kalah level juga,
Right now,
jauh
Liquid
malah
have
levelnya.
outpost control. They're TPing the primal into this dire outpost.
Yeah, this is a point where Liquid can actually
Yes.
be the ones using the buybacks to their advantage. Togi's trying to get some gem information.
Langsung mati, Cok.
Ones using the buybacks to
Nge-trap
their
di situ
advantage.
langsung mati, Cok.
Togi's trying to get
Tuh,
some gem
wah,
information.
anjing.
But there's a disruption to be
Nggak
unlocked.
pakai
Restless over
permisi
it.
langsung terobos aja lah anjing lah.
They try and beat whatever HP they can. He doesn't get Saberlight. What? He time walks out of there, but somehow Saberlight survived through that with 33 wants to make him put him in a coffin. He can't quite do it. Now he's running for his life. A Burrow strike back inside of Sandstorm. Another epicenter. He's coming back into it. Saberlight managed to blink away. Not the same for Insania. He just runs
Tangannya
himself.
kepisah.
Oh, he's a little bit of HP. Mickey does go down on the grip. Saberlight, he'll throw down that black hole. Here comes the buyback. Mickey with a fresh and Outworld snap. No, a quick grab.
Wah,
And
kena.
Mickey will throw him down to his death. Toby makes a run for it. Denied. Mickey will chase him down into the trees. Tundra, they in turn will use their buybacks to try and hold their base. But Liquid, with control of the outpost, I can't say they won it, but they're still standing.
They powered through so many ultimates. Triple buyback for them, double buyback for Tundra. Big one on the Faceless Void. The biggest factor in that fight, you landed the Chronos, but the Sand King got taken out of putting the damage into them.
Who stopped the Zinc?
Nisha was straight on top of 33, pulverizing him that entire time. The Vanguard for Liquid makes the big play, stops a lot of that damage going to the team, and absolutely sick disruptions from Insane.
Oh,
like
massive.
these disruptions have been team fight saving. They'll get nags, they will pick up Roshan, put an Aegis onto Mickey, who bought back into that fight.
And Insania might get two of them. Level 23.
Yep, I
He's
was
actually
just
kind of
thinking
closing
that.
in on 25.
I mean, they might leave him the refresher shard.
Yeah, he's keeping it for now. So right now he does have double disruptions, quadruple demonic. Oh, Mickey just pops the ultimate and starts hitting the building, son.
No Chronos available, 30 seconds.
Yeah, and 4 minutes left on the Aegis. Hello! Two-man stun.
Wadah, nggak kena.
Boxy just keeping him honest. Throws in a creep with his own Aghanim Scepter. Mid lane gets wiped out. One more for Vegas. Not that that'll be the end of the game. Tundra, they really feel like they gotta grind out more time for this refresher on the Faceless Void, which needs 50 more seconds.
Nah, late game
They can't
beneran
wait
kan?
for the double ultimates. But it doesn't look like they want to.
Emang Tundra ini kuat ya.
Refresher on the
Ini
monkeys,
sampai
they have
tim
double
Liquid
Wukong
ya.
available. This is a scary push
Mau
for Liquid. Without
nge-end,
buybacks, if you
mau
lose
nge-press
that fight,
susah
you lose
banget.
the game.
Oh, look at that. Toby was getting so close to his Aghanim Scepter, but instead he forsakes that for a Blink Dagger instead. The mobility in these team fights is absurd.
I mean, he's probably looking for black hole cancer. That's what this blink is a call.
Yeah.
You know, he has been landing great grips on the Marcy. They have been team fight winning, but being able to potentially cancel a black hole that is disrupting the entire fight could be the bigger play. He has the cast range to pull it off. Tundra on the back foot right now. Liquid's execution in these fights has been
Memang aneh sudah
incredible.
banget.
They finally got a fight on an outpost where they can use their buybacks. That was the biggest factor there. It's almost more important where you take the fight, not how you take it.
Nisha's really not going for an Aghanim Scepter, huh? His heart got taken away from him. DZM found the courier, but he purchased out a heart, which will rejoin him soon. Now he's gonna buy a shard? But why not Axe? I feel like Axe this late is still a significant damage source. Gives you the break.
It's more raw survivability. There's a lot of epicenter damage going off in these fights, man.
3 minutes left.
There's the disruption charges.
5 items. Yeah, okay. Quadruple disruption?
It's huge. It's huge to counterplay this Chrono, especially.
Yeah, if you Chronosphere one person, you could double Chrono him and Chrono that person and never see them. He could just get disrupted.
And we have the gobble up save potentially.
That's true. With the
Indolent's
Aether Lens,
cast
he
range.
can kind of reach in.
Yeah, it is a decent shot. I mean, this Chrono is not a guarantee anymore.
Can we take a look at that gobble up range to give us an idea about like
It's doable.
it's doable. If they're in the middle of the Chronosphere, he's not going to be able to grab somebody. But
Kadal
he can
gemoy,
get
kadal
just like
gemoy.
a little bit
Almost
inside.
never getting someone in the exact center of the Chrono.
Oh,
It's like
sure.
it's impossible.
Also, damage, I mean, I think we agreed that the core level 25s are bigger for Tundra, but the support level 25s for Liquid, because they're actually getting the Boxy isn't building into any sort of right-click build. The other talent is, it's a lot of damage. These kids just
Puluh nanas.
That's the burst. That is Liquid's specialty for this draft.
Oh yeah, incredible late game supports on Liquid. Might be able to just push him over the edge here.
6,000 net worth lead, and a minute left on the Aegis, but it seems like the Liquid are content to sit back and play for late. Value get their heart back for the Primal.
Valuing buybacks over what Aegis gives them, right? Like, again, if you push base with this Aegis and you lose the fight,
Sure, yeah.
it's just GG. So all these buybacks are likely going to come back up. Both teams will be happy about that. And now it's just a question of how far can you push your lineup as we approach the 60-minute mark? How much more can you squeeze out of the scale here?
Well, let's talk about the 60-minute items. Do you feel like
Eh,
it's a better
kepencet.
advantage for Tundra or for Liquid?
It's whoever gets 4 Helm of the Undyings.
Right? It's
That's-
usually these Helm of the Undyings, but the Helm of the Undyings against Liquid's Burst is going to be, it's got to feel really good.
I think Helm of the Undying is great against both teams. I think that item is great against almost any team.
Sure.
That goes without saying. I think Stygian could be interesting for somebody. Book of the Dead, I feel like you always want at least one or two.
Yeah, we're going to see some Book of the Deads probably. I mean, probably by Liquid. If anybody's going to be buying Book of the Deads, I feel like they're in the position to maybe rat out this game a bit more since they've taken 2 lanes.
Regalia is always interesting, but it doesn't really feel like teams, in a way, need more damage.
I mean, I feel like Marcy could always use more damage.
Yeah.
Right? She's trying to kill somebody in that first sling of punches.
The Marcy Regalia sounds pretty tempting. The Sand King Regalia sounds pretty tempting.
I think I'd rather Help the Undying just to make sure, because he's got Refresher, right? I want to see double epicenters, no matter what. Oh, no chance that he.
But I don't think 33 should be the first point of contact ever. I don't think he wants to be the first point of contact. I think the fight when Nisha found him, that was just Nisha God.
Level 25 for the Hoodwink. Does go for the Acorn charges here. Doesn't have a ton of damage, but...
Yeah, that other talent is some sharpshooter damage. Could have been.
2 level lagi tuh.
The heart of
Si
the primal,
Onyet
he
tuh.
is a tanky boy, man. It's a lot of HP to get through.
Relatin.
Icons for the Enigma. Add in some Necroplugs on top of that.
Right, 16 minutes. Let's see what we roll here. Make or break your TI run.
Ini udah dari itu udah tremor. Telunjuk tuh udah tremor gini-gini nih.
Wind Wakers could also be huge for Liquid. Another way to get saves into all these ultimates. Particularly against the Chrono, if you can build some up on some of these core heroes or supports. I see them buying a few. I mean, you combine like 1 or 2 Wind Wakers plus double disruption in this game, you mitigate a lot of Crystal's ability to go in and consistently find openings for the team. You're just going to be chronoing air at that point. There's 1 Helm on the Enigma. Quite annoying here, actually.
Yeah.
You cannot reliably all in him anymore. He's just going to turn around and black hole you from death.
And 350 extra cast range. If he gets an Aghanim Scepter, like, he can kind of throw that black hole around.
The GN for Mickey is insane with this Daedalus build.
Do you think that's better burst than Divine Regalia?
It might be.
It might be, right?
13 armor. Some of these heroes do not have a lot of armor. You gotta remember, this Sand King did not go Shivas. He only has 19 armor. A significant reduction. Double book for Tundra. Helm on BCM.
I kind of wonder if what about the Aghanim Scepter on Marcy, right? These pulses of silence, the BKBs are going to wear out at some point in time, right? Shade of Silence could be...
Bigger items to still build right now. Another book for Tundra. Oh, no,
hey, there we go. Now there's some damage. Stygian Desolator Hoodwink.
You're just looking for the proc off the Acorn. He has 2 shots.
Yeah, exactly.
Did get Audacious with it though, so yeah, you're right. I mean,
Par dulu nih.
do a little bit of
Mau
damage.
ngecap nanti nih.
I mean, 1 Acorn inside of
Yang
Chronos
open map nih.
dramatically increase.
Ayo Onyet, open map, open map, Onyet.
Double Helm though, and on very obnoxious heroes. Shadow Demon Helm could be really impactful here.
And it's going to be...
Toby's Helm can also be impactful. Marcy goes in, kills the Bane. Bane just works in,
Nutupin
sleeps,
itemnya
whatever.
bangsat.
Super
Gak
obnoxious.
mungkin kita mau lihat satu-satu itu banyak banget, eh.
But if there's one hero that's going to take it, Primal Beast, whose movement speed translates into damage with fleet-footed as well.
He's up the boot slot without sacrificing his boost speed. 10 buybacks available. 60-minute items. An Ag Scepter, fresh for the Enigma.
Di surprise ini, di
Liquid
surprise
looking for
ini,
the
di
big black
surprise ini,
holes.
perang nih,
Tundra
perang,
looking for
perang.
massive chronos and epicenters.
Sneaking out the side of the map.
I Saberlight that's found
Liquid
here.
with the initiation. Saberlight, he is going to be spotted, but at the same time, the jump's already occurred. They've got 33. They're going to catch up to Chrysalis as well, potentially.
Ketangkep.
Mickey hoping for a bash.
Wah, ketangkep.
Nisha one step ahead of him. Toby denies him with a feed script, but now refresh and the blade. They get the grab on it just in time. Wait a minute, no, he got off the Chronosphere.
Tidak mati, bangsat.
He can't do anything with that, and the kisses start right.
Gak mati, masih gak mati.
He pops the BKB, a time walk out of there. He gets away, he's fine, but the rest of Tundra now, Liquid, they say they can't kill the carry, they go back for the rest. The Bane goes down, Saksa, he gets caught.
Teman yang baik.
A little bit of malice, this stuns, Saksa nowhere to run to, both supports will die. 33, 2 supports,
Wah,
no
ente
buybacks being used by Tundra
Cok.
initially.
That Sand King got absolutely melted by the Stygian. Again, he does not have any bonus armor. He died in a second. That was fight over for Tundra unless you're willing to commit buybacks. And 33 did not want to pull the trigger on that buyback.
12.
Felt like that was a bad fight. Just try and get everybody out that you can. We'll have to expend some here. Roche can also spawn right now. Liquid, they have to make a tough call. Wait for the Roche spawn and gamble.
I mean, you already used the
up.
buybacks, 2 of the buybacks on Tundra. Surely you just say, okay.
Yeah, it's up, so just go do it. Huge team fight win for them. And dude, Big A is out of control. I don't really know what you do about it because they're safe.
Oh God, they're going to go for the contested side. The Roshan pick Chrysalis. He still has this 1 Chronosphere, this 1 opportunity.
Mau
You have to
nyolong
buy
kah
Sand
ini?
King, though, if you're going for this fight.
Enggak.
And Roshan is going
Bundir
over
Bundir sih, maju bundir sih.
It's so awkward, the black hole on BZM though. It's up to Chrysalis now. He's got to make some sort of initiation with the buybacks available on Tundra. to find the opening. Saksa, oh, that's going to quickly relieve that bushwhack. Saksa sticks around for a bit too long. Nisha trying to catch up to him.
Kejar,
Gets broken.
jadi
Turns fire, and they're not
dansa
able
dulu.
to catch the squirrel a second time. That could have been a dieback on a hero from Tundra, but instead, it's 33 back up at a play without having to
Brengsek
use
nih
his buyback.
ngebling-ngebling gitu ya.
They might lose all their vision around there as well. I mean, Roche went top anyway. Interesting idea to stall. I still cannot believe 33 did not pull the trigger on this buyback. He will give up a lot here. You gotta watch your base as well
Free.
here, Tundra, in these long fights.
Betul.
You gotta remember, you lost 2 lanes. These creeps push in.
Yeah, that's why they got to the Necrobooks, right? Just to try and deal with the lanes without sending heroes back.
This is such a strong timing in this game for Liquid. 2 lives on mid-game. Buyback available makes it 3.
Look at the priority from Liquid. They're like, they must control this outpost because the Aegis is nice, but they still need to be able to play off of buybacks and TPs in.
Liquid's just so good at understanding things that mess them up and how to adjust and fix it.
Tundra, time for a hold of a lifetime. They go straight to
Wah,
mid-game.
suh.
Half HP, a corner, almost gone. Disruption goes off.
Gak mati.
Will he pop BKB? Will he pop anything? He won't.
Mati.
He'll just accept the death. He managed to get himself outside of the base. Now for the Aegis, Nisha's going to make sure that they can't immediately jump making on the second life. Get the grab on Saksa and jump into the back line. Got the grab onto the Shadow Deep. The pestle. Oh, there's the double up from Foxy. Supports protect supports. And now Chrysalis has nothing for it. He has to back away. He's got to play for the refresher. Liquid are wearing through the resources one by one. 4 heroes left. 1 refresher left.
Have to find something here if you're Tundra, and it has to be on multiple heroes. Ults on one are not going to do it anymore with the amount of saves Liquid have.
Divine Rapier for the Sand King.
That's the ticket if you can get it here.
It's flying out. It still needs some time to get to him. But Vegas is under threat. BCM is under threat. He's going to be jumped.
Wah, kena dong. Langsung di respawn dong. Gak mati-mati anjing. Gigit dah.
Chrysalis performs with their greatness right in front of him. Catches the 3. Now BCM with Wukong's man. Whoa, 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 whoa. He just got bursted. What the fuck was that? Mid-game. He's got the damage and he's got the extra life. He got his mark. He kills the Faceless Void. He can fight back. This game is over.
33 tries his best in a base defense.
GG tim Liquid sampai segitunya, cok. Yes, end stream dulu. Nonton Dota melelahkan ya, apalagi main, cok. Yes. Kalau gitu end stream dulu teman-teman. Thank you udah pernah mampir, udah pada subscribe, udah pada like, pada donasi dan join membership. Lancarnya sehat selalu. See you next stream. Bye bye.